on here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nigel, have fun trying to moderate this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Maybe
You know if anybody else will be on?
No, it'll be fine. It's just
You sure?
yeah.
Speak now, forever hold your peace. I'm pinging my discords.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
this time I have
Fuck
YouTube
it,
chat
we
open
ball.
too.
Oh, I'm doing it.
I've already had enough crazies attack my streams, so.
That's true. My audience can't be nearly as bad.
Okay. I think audio sounds good on the stream. So yeah, we'll just give people like 10 minutes or so to get in.
No, yeah,
before
let
the
people
results.
let people trickle in.
In the meantime, people can play on the server. That's right, I need to put the link for it in the chat if people want to join.
Yeah, I saw there was a link, so I visited the website, and of course that's working.
Oh my god, YouTube, I do not want the link with No, I don't want to click the link, I want to pin it. There we go.
And for those here, play on the funny server. I was looking for the right adjective. I couldn't find it. It was shit.
Yeah, we default to this.
The
We default to
neo
this
90s, neo 80s, neo 90s aesthetic you got going on here, or like back rooms aesthetic. It's like a back rooms kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, I found this map on some random community server, and I was like, this is a cool map to just chill in while we wait for players.
Oh, cool, yeah.
But then
I didn't really care too much for backroom stuff, probably because I was more into SCP.
Okay.
Well, that's why I liked it so much, because it was just some flossing. It was just more more SCP shit before SCP turned into an OC mill for people, and it got too out of control.
Don't get me wrong, I love
Backrooms did
Containment
too.
Breach, but kind of leaked the fandom out.
Yeah, and then Backrooms got really fucking stretched thin too. People making like 339 levels of Backrooms, and we're in the funny ball pit rooms. Like we're in the Walmart toy aisle rooms. It's like, all right, we're getting a little too
relegated to Roblox creators and whatever.
Yeah, it's a little much, isn't it?
Alright, Zisty, pick a map.
CP Well.
CP Well.
Someone asked if you're still recovering from the 12-hour Badwater stream.
I wasn't there for the whole one. I was only there for a few. I was only there for like 3 of the total 12 hours. So I had work to get done today. I have to edit shit.
Oh yeah, please excuse my dad using the lawnmower in the background if you can hear that. And what else? I mentioned. I was going to say something, but now I've forgotten. Oh well, I'm sure it wasn't important.
Mega, check your YouTube chat.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Lucid invited me to that 12-hour Badwater thing, but it started at midnight for me, so I was like, hell no.
You would have had to have popped in sometime at the night or really early in the morning.
Yeah, my sleep schedule is like pretty jobless right now.
Jobless.
Toaster was wondering if channel members are going to be allowed on chat today.
We'll be sticking to the usual schedule for that. So for all the new people watching who don't know what we do, the channel members, there's 2 tiers of membership. The higher tier gets in immediately into this VC, and they can chat on the stream. And the lower tier gets in after 30 minutes. That's how we usually roll. And then we usually play on servers. However, today's obviously a bit special because I'm going to be sharing the results of the quick play survey, which got over 3,200 responses. So
that's a really good sample size. You're talking about this earlier in my Discord.
Yeah.
Where the usual statistically acceptable sample size is about 1 to 2%, depending on what's being sampled. But 1 to 2% is pretty good. And if we're assuming that Team Fortress 2 has, 320,000 unique active players that play on a fairly regular basis, that's already the minimum, but we know TF2 does not have that many unique players that play frequently.
All of those are my alt account.
Yeah. Those are all my alts playing the game.
Yeah, bro, I gotta farm those fucking cases, bro. Gotta earn. But how else is a man supposed to make money? Alright. So yeah, the map will change in about 8 minutes, and then when that happens, you guys can start playing, and I can start reading off the results.
Yeah, I got a little more insight into botnets in the months following that video, and also a few months ago, I got a few people reached out to me as to more details. In any cases, it's all.
Exposing my alts.
Huh?
Can you stop exposing my alts, please?
No, just make more. They're free. Just make more. They're free. Don't worry.
Any interesting tidbits that you could share?
Yeah, it's all ref. It's not cases. The cases are just like a little extra snack during the update season. Basically, they're only really worth anything during the first week or so, and then it's all about getting the item drops. And then of course the most profitable time of year is for Christmas, getting the giftable drops. That's when the most of the bots fire up. And yeah, most of the items do indeed get funneled through third-party sites, primarily places like manco.store, and yeah, they get offloaded for cash, and if not there, then through crypto or really just crypto is the next big one. And it's fairly fucking profitable, and not a lot of people do it. It's a low double-digit number of notable people in that sphere that actually heavily bought the game, you know, and each of these guys has, you know, owns or partially owns several thousand bots at minimum, farming metal in TF2. And it's not nearly as, of course, valuable or profitable as it once was. Now they really only fire them up during certain times of the year with peak players, again, to, you know, do things like giftable drops and whatnot.
Ever since your video, they've sort of, like, masked those giant spikes in the player count graph to make it less obvious.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot better at turning the botnets back on. They do a gradual, you know, ramp up of turning their bots back on instead of firing them up all at once, so it's not so evident in the player data. But they're still there. And there's also not as many running now. A lot of guys got spooked, and at least that's what I was told. Is some guys got spooked. Not a lot. Some got spooked, and they're not running their bots anymore.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of, the recent updates that Valve made to back in that. I mean, obviously those are more focused towards cheaters, but theoretically you could use the same techniques to identify anyone who's doing that kind of idling or whatever. So I wonder if Valve is actually, are they taking action? Are they still taking action against those accounts?
No, against idlers, not to my knowledge. For all I know right now is all their efforts have been primarily focused towards cheating bots. I don't think Valve's really cared much about idlers since 2018, 2019 maybe.
Yeah, because I remember Dane in that one clip said they took out like 200,000 idlers, but that was back when the game was still getting updates.
No, yeah, and I mean, that was all, I believe those are all manual bans, just based on how it was kind of implied. So, if no one's sitting around doing it, then they're just not going to bother. I mean, to be fair, is it a big deal at the end of the day? The only thing it does affect is how healthy the game looks from the outside looking in. That's really the only thing it impacts. I mean, the metal economy is fucked and has been fucked for a decade.
Oh yeah, no metal.
So, and the inflation's on it's like it's all worth less than a penny now. So like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore if you're looking to make profit in trading. Yeah. But yeah, the only negative downside now is inflating the player count by a certain amount.
Oh yeah, and the constant humming in the background. My dad is mowing the lawns. I had no idea he was going to do that today, so... And he's coming around again. Oh no, I can hear it even more now. Oh well, we're just going to have to put up with that. I love
living in the south. It rained the entire week, and my lawn got really large, like way too tall. And I was just about to go out and mow it, but my neighbors suddenly appeared with a weed eater and a push mower and just did the whole thing. I didn't say a freaking word.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It rained a shitload here. Dude, we got like 10 inches of rain here last week. Dang. And all our grass just shot. I got to mow the yard tomorrow. I have to do it. I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to.
But yeah, of course that means I'm going to have to do their lawn next, just out of courtesy.
That's only fair. Mega Scatterbomb prefers to fight over a quick play than develop his anti-cheat. Is that true?
Is that what you subscribed for, Laggy?
Yeah, Laggy has been the guy. He's been the court jester as of late, mentioning the inactivity on the anti-cheat. I've been busy with trying to find work and that, so...
Well, that's I mean, real life takes precedent, so...
Of course, yeah. And I'm gonna...
I mean, usually when something changes in the anti-cheat, I'm the first one to know.
Yeah. I mean, it is running, technically. It's just a matter of getting the data verified and sent out to all the people using the anti-cheat, but it's running. Like, I can look up any account and see, oh, this guy's got, like, 500 detections.
I see the Toho room.
The Toho room.
Found the Toho room. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, this map is
that guy's
is a
username
trip.
is disgusting. In the TF2 chat.
Let's see. Which person is it? Is it Flog Champ?
No, it's Phimosis Jones.
Oh. God.
It's probably a joke of someone in an old TV show called Osmosis Jones.
What is this map called? It's called Lethargy Pools. And the server's hosted in New Zealand. It's going through Steam.
Everyone has 200 ping.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, you're just gonna have
Wait,
to put
only
up with
200? That's better than usual.
Yeah, normally, I mean, I want to use a Steam Datagram Relay full time, but it doesn't support the favorites menu, which sucks.
I'm amazed they haven't done something with that yet.
They
where
have
you can
done
actually
something,
favorite shit.
actually. I've had a bunch of people tell me that, yeah, it's a feature, and I've had other people tell me it's broken. I was actually looking into this earlier this morning. There's a file on your computer where the favorites are stored, and I checked that, and it's getting saved correctly. But for some reason, it's just not displaying inside the actual server browser. So it's being stored correctly, it's just not displaying correctly. So I made an issue on the...
I hope they've fixed that.
Yeah, I made an issue on the Valve GitHub this morning, so... One day,
because
maybe
if SDR gets going... If SDR, like, where you can actually favorite shit and nothing's effective in the server browser, it'd be fucking great.
Oh, it'd be fantastic, man. It's like...
No more DDoS.
Yeah, no more DDoS.
Dude, if someone gets, banned in TF2, like game banned, do you think it would be interesting if they, like, distributed randomly their items to every person who is online that, like, wasn't idle?
No,
they should give them to me.
Yeah, give them to me. And we can...
That was my thought process.
No, they should auction them off.
The control point is being contested.
Yeah, Valve needs the money, we know.
Yeah. Billion-dollar company needs more money. Oh, here we go. Looks like a whole bunch of nominations came in. That's another interesting quirk with my server, because you know how when you go on a community server and you try to nominate a map, it's like, oh, sorry, the maximum amount of nominations has been reached. It's like, shit, I can't nominate my favorite map. I rewrote it so that it actually just picks a subset at random. So people can nominate as many as they want.
You can tell Kiwi's computer's taken ages to download the map.
He's loaded into Lethargy Pools before. I think it's just his computer being bad. I've noticed sometimes when loading workshop maps, it'll just freeze at updating Steam resources.
Yeah, that's never happened for me. Do you think it's just because I'm on a different client?
Maybe. I don't know. Alright, looks like we're changing maps. We're going to Koth Probed. Alright.
Best alien map. Easily.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to
4.
switch windows without doxing myself. Let's see how this goes. Yes, there we go. We've got the survey results. And I got that, and I got the spreadsheet for when... The spreadsheet isn't complete yet. I'll put this out at some point. There's still a few tabs down here that I need to...
My answer, thanks.
What was that, Kiwi?
Ooh.
Can you read off my answer to the survey?
No. I can't be bothered finding it.
It's so sad.
I can't believe you rigged it.
So yeah, anyway, let's get into the quick play survey results. So first stuff is just demographics. You can see the distribution hours. We've got a nice bell curve here, centered on the around about 1,000 hours.
I like the little spike at 10k at the end there.
Those are all the
It's just
liars.
boom.
Those are all the liars like Kiwi who said they had 120,000 hours in the game.
Look at that. I'm more stunned by the distribution of players from 11 to now, it's pretty, all things considered, flat.
Yeah, the starting year is pretty flat as well. You can see, like, before the free-to-play update, it's, I don't
And
know.
pre-COVID, when there was another spike.
Yeah. Can you see my mouse cursor on this? I don't think you can. But, yeah, it's interesting how, yeah, in 2020 with COVID, obviously. And, yeah, so it's pretty good
Yeah, and overwhelmingly, just based on these first two charts, it's overwhelmingly does not prefer casual mode.
Yeah, you'll see. So, and also these charts, I don't know if this is the best way of like displaying it, but these are basically just the same as the charts above them, but scaled, so you can see like the proportion, and you can see it's pretty flat. So there's a question in the survey where people were forced to choose either quick play or casual, which one they'd prefer, if they were forced to choose between those two systems. And so these red and blue, that's the breakdown of the responses by whatever they answered that question. So you can see that there's no major difference between how the like playtime, the total playtime for the people who chose quick play and the people who chose casual. There is more detailed questions with regards to people's preferences, like, oh, I want quick play with changes. There's a question that covers that later on, but just to make sure that each group has like a decent sample size, I just use the binary choice, the forced binary choice, to break down the results. So yeah, but for now I think we'll just stick to these charts. So yeah, free to play is like 93, 94%. They're premium, so it's to be expected. There's about 6% free to play, so I'm just going to jump to spectator in game because I cannot game and talk at the same time.
The control point is being contested.
Maybe I can like.
Wow, what a weak
Maybe I
mindset.
can do some Subway Surfers type shit and have the game like in the corner. Yeah, let's try that. It's the wrong thing. Game video.
I mean, I like that little pie chart. That just shows how effective Valve's free-to-play model is, where the game's been free-to-play for 14 years, and 94% of the players have bought something.
Why is it not letting me resize the window? God damn it!
Isn't that pretty interesting? I think that's that's honestly kind of shocking. I would honestly expect a larger swath of people not having paid for a thing in this game.
Yeah, okay, we gotta have that at the top. Figure out the OBS. There we go. There, now you got your Subway Surfers in the corner, or equivalent. All right. No, when the stream freezes, yeah, that's just me alt-tabbing or doing stuff. All right, so.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Don't know if I can. Actually, no, I don't think I'll be able to show that. Alright, whatever. Anyway, let's just continue. Which server region? We've got a good spread, so North America was broken into East and West, because those are different server regions, technically. So we got about, what's that? 25. So there's about 38% from North America, another 35% from Europe, and then the rest split up between all the other regions. Few people
Sounds
said
about right.
not to answer. Yeah. So yeah, that's just the demographics. Let's get into the interesting stuff. So, first section of the survey, where I ask actual opinions. Let's get
Man, that is spot fucking on. Oh, that
Yep.
basically matches my data with whether or not you played before Meet Your Match came out.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is where, did people play Meet Your Match, or before Meet Your Match? Or, actually, I specified during Quick Play specifically, because I know there's some, like, old heads who played in, like, the early days and then left, and then came back recently. So, it's
Pretty wild. I mean, and that also goes with what I suspected, in that my own channel leads a little bit more towards old heads, so mine was a little bit skewed more towards whether or not they had played Quick Play than not. And so this is, I think, far more representative of the current player base, where significantly more people played after Meet Your Match than before.
yeah, so the respondents who answered yes to this question, they got to answer the questions on their experience with quick play. So here, this is how much time they spent on Valve versus community servers. So the scale isn't like represented pretty well in this, but 0 basically means they're always on Valve servers. 10 means they're always on community servers.
It's a clean bell curve.
Reasonably clean, and also like I think a lot of people just default to 5 because I know for some of the like questions where you asked to rate say casual mode on a scale of 0 to 10, I said like 5's considered like the neutral point. So you'll notice in a lot of these that 5 is quite overrepresented. That's probably just people who are saying they don't care.
Oh, yo, Wheezy's in chat.
Wheezy's in chat. Hello. Keep in mind this is biased towards people who would care enough to fill out a survey. It's probably even higher than 55%. Well, yeah, that is true. And in the future, I will look through and like cut out certain parts of the data set and see how the results change. So when people say things like, oh, it's biased towards Zesty's audience because he signal boosted the thing, we can actually see what impact that has. So keep that in mind. But until I go through that, we won't really know for sure. I mean, I think still 3,000 responses is a lot. And I know
it's a really good sample size.
There's some results later on that I'm aware of that seem pretty hard to explain just from bias. So here's a question: how often would you use quick play versus the server browser to find Valve servers? So over on the left side here, this is more quick play, and then on the right side is Valve servers. So there's a decent spread, but a lot of people tended towards quick play as their primary means. And down here we can.
I think a lot of people don't give quick play enough credit from back in the day. A lot more people used it than newer people make it out to be. A lot of people used either the show servers option or just the straight, play now, like just throw me into a server option, like shitloads of people did.
Yeah. And then you can see here from the years, you can see that the 2011, few people, about 200 people used it, and then every year it just gets more and more and more popular.
Man, it's almost as if though Valve was actively improving the system, and which led to more people using it. God, who would have thought?
Hang on, I'm here too. I'm just cooking mac and cheese.
Yoink Bees
I was
is
wondering
joining
when you were
the
going to
chat.
say something.
And you can see, rate your experience with using quick play to find Valve servers. Most people are neutral or better. There's a lot of people who rate it 8, a lot of people who rate it 10. They're totally biased in favor of quick play, guys. Oh my god. So much bias.
I mean,
but yeah. And
Is the oven making on fire?
you can see similar results for the server browser here. It's not as steep as it was with quick play. So, obviously, a lot of this increase can be explained by just more people coming in, because some people would have started playing. I started playing in 2013, for example, but
that is true, yeah.
you can see that the curve isn't as steep for the server browser, and you can see it tops out at like 67%-ish here, whereas here it tops out at like, it's roughly the same, about 71. But you can see that in 2011 it was more server browser that was preferred, and then over time it swung more in favor of quick play. Which is
And there was that big spike in 2015 because of updates like Gunmetal and Tough Break, where you had to play on Valve servers in order to finish contracts.
Right, I see. Yeah, I was wondering why it sort of dropped off in 2016. I mean, I guess maybe people misunderstood the question and were like, no, that's the year Meet Your Match came out. But, let's see, what else? So yeah, this was split up into 2 sections. So everything we've looked at so far was evaluating the experience on Valve servers. So this section here, this is for community servers. And so this question, which shows people almost all overwhelmingly favored the server browser to find community servers, which makes sense for me, because just using
because
it tells you what you're going to get.
Sense.
With quick play, you don't know what you're going to get. It's basically you're just rolling the dice, pun intended. And then
That was awful.
a roll the dice, man. It's like a staple of those days. During what years was quick play primary method? So far less people. There's only like 368 at the peak, compared to almost 1,000 using the server browser. You see, people quite don't really. There's no consensus. It's all just neutral for using quick play to find community servers.
Yeah, because primarily, when people were looking for a specific community server, they would just use the browser, right? So whenever people intended to play on a community server, they would just avoid using quick play altogether, and they would just go right to the browser. But if you didn't care, then the option to either join Valve or community server would just dump you into whatever, right? At that point, you didn't care.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this raises an interesting question, right? Because a lot of people talk about the quick play era, because that's when community servers were most active, right? So, I mean, it looks like people are pretty ambivalent towards using quick play for community servers. So, can we really expect there to be any sort of revival for community servers? Were quick play to come back?
Yes. So there's a couple things to consider here. So these people who are answering this survey are people who are readily involved in the game and know how it works, right? And they know typically, like, okay, I want to find a 24/7 all talk 2-fort server. I know I can go directly to the browser. I can find that immediately because quick play won't provide that for me. Whereas you have a massive, massive section of the player base that is free to play and doesn't interact with any of TF2's social spheres and what have you. And they would just use quick play as is, either for the show servers option or they would take off the join community servers thing, what have you, and because they didn't care, right? So just by its normal behavior, background behavior, whether you cared or not, quick play was just dumping people into community servers regardless, right? Just because it was a direct connection into those servers. So even if it was with those direct connections turned back on, it would absolutely revitalize at least part of that old community server ecosystem, just because those arteries have been reopened.
And also, yeah, because if you had ad hoc connections, you'd have reason to use the server browser when looking for Valve servers. And so just by you would be exposed to community servers just through browsing the server browser.
Exactly. It's indirect exposure to community servers. It's like, oh, okay, I want to play on CTF well today. You look up CTF on the browser, and then pops up, wow, 24/7 CTF well? Shit, I love that map. I'm gonna go in there.
And also, if you
indirect
just
exposure,
and if you just sort by player count, then whatever community servers at the top is going to be there. I mean,
yep, and you're gonna dive right in.
I mean, just to show you guys what it's like in the Australia TF2 sphere. If I pull up the game.
I sincerely apologize for y'all's options in that part of the world.
We have nothing. It's fucking nothing. It's only 2-fort and dust.
Australia, let's sort. It's okay. My server's at the top. Obviously, live stream effect. We've got Skyle 2-fort plus and Kiwi Caravan.
God.
And then 24/7 Hightower, and then it just falls
nothing.
Off, like,
and then just fucking nothing.
Here's a question for you guys. You know how you have the community blacklist thing? If like a server isn't like good enough with quick play, right? Do you think Skyle would fall down like instantly?
So the way that works, actually, the way quick play handled community servers is every server had its own reputation score. And so if you went to a server and you're like, oh, this is cool, I'm going to add it to my favorites, that would improve the server's reputation. And then if you went to Skyle here and you're like, I hate this server, it sucks, it's spamming ads or whatever, you could add it to your blacklist, like I've just done, and boom, it's in your blacklist. And that gets sent to the game coordinator, and that server's reputation will go down. And so quick play is less likely to favor it.
Yeah, in other words, quick play kept a quality score for all community servers, and using our own natural player behavior, it would assign a good or bad score to those servers, and then quick play would ignore the bad ones.
Yes,
which is a feature that no one fucking knows about, which is insane.
And yeah, thanks to the Source SDK, I was able to actually go in and see the code that contributed to this. You can't see exactly how that score's being calculated on Valve's end, but you can see that the game is communicating with Valve's game coordinator and getting a score from them in response.
Yeah. Someone says that sounds abusable. Within reason, it would be, but it's also very easy to filter out the data that would come from, like, say, oh, we want to destroy this server's reputation score. Okay, we're going to send a bunch of fake accounts to blacklist it, right? That's not the only metric they would use. They would also use how long players would stay on a server and play on it. And if they only played for like 2 or 3 minutes, they would just fuck off and leave, right? But if you stay for a long period of time, then clearly there's something the server is offering and they like playing on here. So if a player stays connected for a longer period of time, boom, quality score goes up. You know, it wasn't just whether or not it was favorited or blacklisted that fed into that quality score. So there are other things that would keep that score in check.
So yeah, quick play, but yeah, you're right in terms of that. Players, once they learn the server browser and that, they're much more likely to favor it, because we can see from the rankings here, people very much like the server browser.
Yeah, oh my god. I mean, just the number of conveniences it offered was, I mean, unmatched, even by Quick Play's final form. I mean, it just had everything you'd ever need.
Yeah. Yeah, the only real disadvantage is just that it may be difficult for new players to understand. There is a lot of information there. And there's also...
Yeah, I mean, readability.
Yes, it has been 30 minutes. You can invite...
We plan that rule and...
We are going to apply that
You've
rule.
made a mistake. You've made a grave mistake.
If you think I was bad, it's Toaster.
We can always 1984 you if need be.
Yes, I understand. I'm on Thin Ice's stream.
Alright, now we get into the more interesting stuff after Meet Your Match. Oh boy.
Oh, here's where I come in, because, you know, I
So,
started playing
apparently
2020.
about 7% of respondents haven't played after Meet Your Match. So there's a lot of old heads who gave up.
I'm only in the 7%? Jesus Christ.
This is
I mean, my account's pretty new.
This is
Before I had
after
a
Meet Your
good
Match.
computer, I usually just watched people play the game.
Simply Cat ones, and let's let them in.
Oh.
There we go.
But I mean, is it really surprising that it's only 7%? Because how many people actively keep up with a game they don't play?
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's Katami
I was
allowed to
honestly
speak all of a sudden.
expecting it to be less, to be honest. I thought it would be like...
No.
I mean, 7% is already pretty big.
That is a big
Who
amount.
brought Katami on?
He wanted to be on.
7%'s a big number, guys.
Yeah,
All right.
7% is big, alright? It's bigger than 5.
7's just a big number in general.
That's true. It is bigger than 5.
I mean, it's certainly a non-negligible amount. Yeah, it's surprising that many people who don't play the game anymore still saw this survey and decided to fill it out.
Alright, and then after Meet Your Match, roughly what proportion was spent on casual? So again, 0 over here is 100% casual, and then 10 is 100% community. You can see it's leaning more towards the casual side of things. And if we compare with the...
That's...
If we compare with the quick play, where is it? Valve versus community.
Can I let on Snake as well?
No, just...
As long as it's the first thing he says is kept you waiting, huh?
Although Katami's already saying...
A lot of good.
Christ.
But yeah, the...
Katami isn't... Might I add,
Okay.
Katami isn't even a channel member and he's allowed up here.
Yeah, but he's in
Yeah,
charge of the
Mega.
Bring Back Quick Play movement.
If you
Fair
want
point,
to just
fair
let them
point.
on
12
next
whole
time, you gotta
dollars.
give
Yo,
them the
Yeah.
that
guest
means
role.
I'm based.
You gotta give him the guest role.
Yeah,
Holy
Katami, you were
shit.
also in charge of Man Magazine, and what happened there?
Let's not...
Wait,
get
no,
into
no, no,
that.
That's
no.
completely
I'm not in
different
charge of
genre.
Man Magazine, bro.
Sorry, is that the
You
real
were.
big wheeze in chat right now?
Yeah,
Where?
that's the
Yeah,
big
past
reason.
tense.
Anyway,
The
that's-
real big wheeze.
I got statistics to read out.
So
But yeah.
it's
You can- you can-
Mega. It is interesting that well, it's not interesting. It's fully expected that there'd be a much higher skew towards casual because after Meet Your Match came out, fucking community servers died. There were just so fewer options to play on, even
Yeah.
like things that were closely resembled vanilla. So it's no surprise that everyone got funneled into casual mode.
Yeah, it's especially terrible in AU. Let me show the thing where if I so there's this location drop down here. If you don't use this and you just set it to all and then you try to sort by ping, let's count the US servers, shall we? So there's all these Synergy TF ones. I think those might actually be Australia. I don't know, honestly. Could be fake. But here, oh look, US server, 28 ping. That's totally real. Harvest.
Yes, I mean, Skyle and UGC
Oh.
spoof all their ping. They
yeah,
spoof
that's
their
totally
ping in
Or
their
false.
LA, US, Asia. I don't have 28 ping to Asia. It is so bad. There are so many US servers. There's an Australia server. We actually have one there. There's another one, but US.
Yeah, this highlights a very good
What
point.
about Asian servers?
Yeah, I used to get like at least 100 ping. Singapore is like 100 ping. I can pull up this.
Yeah, Singapore is like hit or miss.
And there's my.
This
actual
highlights
ping.
this highlights a very notable problem in that the whole ping spoofing, lying about data being sent to Valve, that's a problem independent of quick play or casual mode. It's a problem with people, bad actors,
Hold on, I
abusing
gotta
the
play
freedom
Word.
of player-operated servers.
Skyle, Wheezy says that Skyle does this everywhere, not just in TF2.
Well, yeah, Skull's been known to
Skulls
like,
and games other than TF2.
They are. They've been around for years. They do League of Legends shit. I'm pretty sure
Oh
they
my
do
god,
World of
League of
Warcraft as
Legends.
Oh, they do.
well. I know. You know that's
Wow.
that's you know it's a shit
it.
server host.
Yeah.
First off, I didn't even know that they're like get that big outside of TF2.
Yeah.
Skull's been around for years, man. They're like pretty
It's,
old.
yeah.
It's awful.
So yeah.
I've got just a general question. I did actually want to ask you, Zesty, and the other hosts of Quick Play. Do you think how these hang on, sorry, there's multiple things going on my computer right now. Do you think how the questionnaire was asked helped shape some of the data?
Help what? Some of the data?
Shape some of the data. I'm not trying to ask an anti-question, but I think like, do you think that how like open the questions were helped to get a more like feasible data output?
Yeah, I think it was very thorough. I think the data we're looking at
Yeah.
right now is probably one of the best data sets we could get about people's opinions on quick play and casual in the server browser.
Okay.
Someone
Yeah,
in
like I
chat
said on
asked,
the announcement about this.
someone in chat's asking why would you spoof ping in player numbers? Well, player numbers we haven't got into. That's less common. But ping, some claim it's for DDoS protection, but you don't necessarily need to spoof ping to do that. Like, for example, the Shonik trenches. Like, they've got very advanced DDoS protection, but, you know, their ping's accurate from my end, so it's not a necessity to spoof ping for DDoS
Come from more
protection.
people's community page as well, like to get more players.
Well, yeah, that's obviously, because like, I'm sorted by latency, and it's filled with results that mean nothing to me. The ping is fake. They're getting up the ladder, up the rankings. And you can see the impact, right?
Klops
Like,
brought up something
you
really
can-
funny.
you can see like all the synergy tier. I think this is actual Australian servers because they're all empty, and then you get over here to where they start spoofing, and you can see the servers are actually populated. That's how you know. That's how you know it's spoofed.
God.
Alright, let's
Lol.
John
continue.
Klops brought up something really funny. Can I acknowledge it?
Sure.
About how the keep party
Yeah,
members
yeah.
on the same
Yeah.
team has been coming soon for like 9 years.
That is true.
Yeah, they'll never turn that on because that will just break auto balance even more. Because if they need to auto balance somebody and there's like a 6-man party, none of those people will qualify, and it will never happen.
It's a disaster, man. Like, if you... Like, quick play basically is this, but it forces it the other way, where you split between the teams, and that breaks up all the 6 stacks. That's the other
Which is
thing.
actually that's far more ideal for game balance, really.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the reason why casual people like the party system has nothing to do with the fact that they get to be on the same team and they get to stomp. Maybe for some people, they're sadistic enough where they
I think
enjoy
we've lost track of the looking at the survey and the
Yeah, I know.
separate-
We're allowed to go on tangents.
Yeah,
But
God, Toaster, fuck.
Yeah, it's also not going to be live for a few hours.
No, and things like this aren't going to be heavily covered in this data either.
yeah,
And yeah, I mean, people like the party system because of the convenience of everyone being dumped into the server at the same time, which is something that the server browser and ad hoc connections allowed for without it, right? And people just enjoy being able to play with their friends and hang out in the same server, regardless if they're on the same team or not.
yeah. The thing is,
Even
you'll
still,
need
if you're in-
this system has to stay in order to facilitate things like man versus machine, and also competitive for the 0 people who play that.
No, yeah, of course,
But-
and I mean, it already existed independently of the vanilla game.
It
I
did.
mean, Man versus Machine had its game coordinator all by its lonesome, and even then, and this is the party system does not have to go away if quick plays brought back, it would just put everyone into a server at the exact same time, but that just means you wouldn't be put on the same team.
Yeah,
You'd just be
that's
split up across.
literally it.
You would just be split up. You would just be split up across the team selection screen, and that's it.
Also, cross-region parties are broken for MVM now anyways. Oh yeah, it's horrible. Cross-region anything is impossible with parties. It's like literally impossible.
Even still in parties, I've still got auto balance, so it doesn't like even prevent that at all.
It's the ad hoc tour girl single.
Oh my god, shut up.
What? He's reading up my
yeah.
message from like 10 minutes ago. That's fucker.
Fucker.
No, yeah, and you bring up a
That
good
is the
point,
best
too.
quick
Like,
pick question that I ever heard.
It doesn't prevent you getting like auto balance if you're in a party. It just like I don't even know what it does. It just helps you join the same
throws
server.
you into the same team, and
right.
then it treats you like individuals from then on.
Yeah.
it's entirely pointless to have a party system because you're just going to get split up across the teams thanks to auto balance anyway. So what's the fucking point?
Okay, so during
other than to put you in the server at the same time.
back to the data. So what years was casual primary method? You can see there's not nearly as big of a. You can see the growth of usage is really not as strong as it was with quick play. Because before it was like only 66% of people saying they used casual in 2024. That's interesting. And then rate your experience with using casual mode. You can see there's a very broad spread, and it's sort of concentrated around a 3 out of 10. So I wonder what the average of that is. I'll have to calculate that later. Because that's it.
You want me to just... Wait.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could just punch it. No, that's... I need a bunch of brackets. Shit, can't be fucked. You can just look at the graph. You can get the idea from that. And then...
Fun fact off topic. Do you know that the Windows calculator can be used as a graphics calculator? And it's that...
Dude, that was really quiet. What'd you say?
I said that the Windows calculator, the one that's built in, can be used as a graphics calculator and a scientific calculator. It's just built into it.
Damn, bro. Can't wait to not use any of those features.
But it's shit.
Never need my
What you're saying
TI-82
is I
ever
can
again.
use my
one
Windows
other-
calculator as a substitute for a 5090.
My class whiz.
One other thing I should mention, the questions were phrased slightly differently in the casual section. It was about, instead of trying to find a Valve server, because with Quick Play you could use Quick Play or the server browser to find a Valve server. Whereas with casual, what I phrased the questions as, what years was casual mode your primary method of finding a vanilla server? Because there's things like Uncletopia that act as the vanilla servers for on the server browser side of things. So that's how I phrase the questions differently here. So using casual mode to find a vanilla server, people are kind of shit. And then for the server browser, you can see 2016 to 2019, it's kind of flat. And then over time, it's gotten more and more. I guess
That's from the bot crisis.
Yeah, the bot crisis.
100%.
2020 is when shit took off for the
Yeah, that
Australians.
is 100% from bots ramping up.
I joined in 2020 because lockdowns were happening, just got a laptop. It was like, fuck it, let's play some TF2. Immediately greeted by bots spamming racial slurs.
Hello,
I've seen a lot of
Weezy.
people argue that casual was like one of the reasons for the bots coming in. That's not really like it was COVID. It just allowed them to. It was a medium for them to come in.
No, it was casual mode directly facilitated bots being as effective as they were, and once they figured out how to really abuse that, then it just took off.
Which is around 2020, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It
2016.
probably
Yeah.
it would have happened to an extent under quick play probably, but it would not have been as bad in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
because you got to remember in 2016, like the casual, everyone got matched into a server, 24 players right at the start, and then that was it. No new players would come in. You'd be locked to your team forever. You couldn't leave. Otherwise, I think was there an abandonment penalty at the start?
There was an abandonment penalty.
There was casual.
For 24 hours, there was an abandonment penalty.
And then you could not vote kick as well. So any bots that got into the game, they were there forever.
24 hours.
Amazing.
So
God damn.
I used to love like joining a 2-Fort server and then like playing long enough to see like everybody in the server leave, and then it was just me.
So yeah, I think casual mode didn't directly cause it because obviously like the bots were there within like a week, right? They obviously had code lying around that could be used for that purpose. And then they
100%. Yeah, it was
And then
absolutely. they realized,
It
oh,
just
this
wasn't
is something
worth
we
the
can
run.
fuck with.
Yeah, because there was way too much churn
And then
in
they're
the
just
in the
like,
quick play
oh,
system.
it's a matchmaking system. Let's throw as many
Ruin
accounts
it.
as
Yeah,
as
let's
we
just
could.
fuck this up.
So like, it's not like if quick play were reverted in the middle, or if quick play was brought back in the middle of the bot crisis, it wouldn't have solved anything. But it
Yeah.
would. It was
It would
just
have
that.
heavily slowed it down, though. Heavily slowed it down,
I mean,
simply by nature of the matchmaking system being removed.
it would have.
Actually, not even that. If I could add on to it, if you brought back the version of quick play where community servers are in by default, then what happens is on community servers the bots get banned and they get permanently banned, and so you have the legit players getting funneled into community servers and all the bots only going into the Valve servers. And then what happens? The Valve servers get filled with a shitload of bots, and that creates a higher incentive for the legitimate players to leave the server, requeue again, have a higher chance of community servers, and it just has like a permanent cascading effect where players would end up on community servers and bots would get locked in the Valve servers.
That is
And
true.
I
You could
feel
just
like
switch.
that's what
You
would
could
happen.
just switch it to community only and then forget about it. You could just do that.
Yeah,
Hang on, I'll be right back. I think my mac and cheese is on fire.
This mac and cheese is on fire. God. I mean, I don't think it'd be
His
like.
mac and cheese has an unusual effect.
I mean, you're right in that players would be able to work around it by just queuing for community servers. That's 100% true. But I feel like if you let's just focus on Valve servers, they'd still be able to flood those, right? Like, imagine there's a Valve server sitting with like 2 players, and then suddenly 18 bots ad hoc connect to that. Like, that server's dead, it's gone. And of course, those 2 players can just move out and go to a community server or a Valve server that already has a large amount of humans on it. But
yeah, but then,
like,
sorry, go ahead.
The bots would still be there, and there'd still be a massive issue.
Yeah, they would still be there and still be a problem, but because they're having to get around via ad hoc, and also a couple of other factors too, by nature of servers not resetting every 5 to 10 minutes and then getting full and then staying full for longer periods of time thanks to 45-minute round timers. Once a server got full of humans, it would just stay that way. Player churn was far, far lower. So once a server got full of people, then it was very unlikely that bots would be able to infiltrate. So that would have been another huge stopgap against bots if it was using an ad hoc system instead of a matchmaking system.
And interestingly, I'm just looking at the data. You can see rate your experience with using the server browser to find a vanilla server after meet your match. You can see the data's quite flat as well. I wonder what the
real quick
reasoning for that is.
I mean, that's just because the server browser's not changed since launch, so
Yeah.
that's why.
Well, also, again, if you look at, I put this in chat earlier, but I remember doing a teamwork.tf analysis thing. I only went through some months, so forgive me, this data is not 100%. But I remember pre-bots in, I think, like 2023, I checked the stats, and it was like 60-40 of people playing casual versus community. Even during the bot crisis, more people were playing casual. However, after the bot ban, it did go more in favor of casual mode, but it was only 70-30. So, like, you would think the game being fucking unplayable in casual would, like, change it more than, have, like, more than, like, a 10% sway within the player base.
I mean...
Okay, good news, guys. I saved the mac and cheese crisis. Quick playback.
There's 3 engineers sitting in spawn laughing at a water cooler.
Yeah, that sounds like typical TF2 right there. This is why we need
Sorry.
quick playback. So the engines can laugh at the water coolers again. No, but it's
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, because I wonder how much of this like sort of mid rating of the server browser post meet your match. I wonder how much that has to do with like all the servers dying off. Because like
I think that's a big part.
That's
I
probably,
100%. That's a huge part of it, and it has it's a cascading effect where it killed off community servers because it had less integration, and then less people stopped playing on community servers as a result, which led to less people wanting to make community servers, which led to less people wanting to play on them, and it just had like a cascading effect all the way down to the bottom and where we are right now, in my opinion.
Mass extinction in about half a year.
Yeah, let's have a look at the server browser as a whole, sort by player count, see what we can find.
Yeah, I went back to some of my old Steam groups that I used to be in, and I just like scrolled through all of the announcement pages, and then like all the servers were shutting down like late 2016, early 2017.
Yep, it is crazy how there is such a long, deep history of community servers dying off as a result of Meet Your Match. And it's just it's all perfectly and beautifully outlined in hundreds of Steam group pages, Reddit posts, what have you. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's like a graveyard.
Is it because
it
it
is.
just
You can
like,
see it's all the
stopped
same
advertising
providers
or
like
is it-
Skyle, UGC.
Well, they already had the
And
necessity to stay alive about players, right? Because they're big
Loose.
corporations, somewhat. Or Skyle is, at least.
And then some
Yeah.
other
Dude, when
random
is
ones.
Luce gonna fucking host some versus Saxton Hale servers here in Australia? I hate having 200 ping when I want to play versus Saxton Hale.
Kiwi's got his alt mode server. You can play on that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
hashtag
but that's
ad.
only sometimes. Yeah, that too.
I mean, that's just the Aussie server problem, man. It's just no players.
Because like we don't have that much of a well, not as big as population as North America and America and all those other like servers. So we especially have a big issue where we don't have many community servers that are like populated. Which I
Yeah.
think, as you're describing it, Quickplay would definitely help because it would recommend more servers that are higher rated or have more favoritism.
Now here's an interesting one. Casual mode. What game modes do players typically queue for? So attack, defend, and payload. Are obviously
There it
the
is.
most.
Nice.
There it is. Payload.
True.
God,
CTF is the least.
Overwhelmingly payload.
CTF is the least out of the core ones, which I
really?
That
Yeah.
makes sense though. Nobody
does make
plays.
sense.
Nobody opens up Team Fortress 2 and goes, "Yes, I'd like to play some casual capture the flag." They go onto their favorite fucking 24 hours capture the flag server, and then they play it.
yeah.
My favorite niche map.
But like,
True
who the hell plays 5 CP as well? I mean, I have it on.
I
Yeah.
enjoy it from time to
I mean,
time.
I
enjoy my
fucking-
It's so
gameplay.
short though. It's like just 2
Well, I mean, that's
rounds
why no
of
one plays it.
steamroll.
It could be. It depends. Sometimes it's 2 minutes. Sometimes it's fucking 2 hours. And
Yeah,
you're just
there's
like on
no in
cross.
between.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
everyone has 190 points. It's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
well,
I
I mean
like
that's
my Sisyphus
well,
simulator.
Forza
and,
2 as well.
It's the most
casual mode just
polarizing.
made casual mode made 5 control point and just King of the Hill not worth touching because you get at most in King of the Hill 18 minutes of playtime, and that's assuming the clock is run down for both teams all the way down to the last second, which basically never happens, and assuming you're placed into the game at the very start of the match, which also basically never happens, so you never get the full 18 minutes. It's almost always less than 10 minutes, if you're lucky.
Actually, Zesty, you're wrong. If all 3 games go to overtime and there's like a 2-minute fight on the point, then it actually does go longer.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
It can
you didn't consider
technically
that.
be indefinite. You got me there.
Yeah, and wow,
then,
look at these fantastically
It's like
balanced
students are
teams. I
fighting.
sure wish I could continue. Oh wait, it's over. We're going to harvest now.
No, yeah, we love real winners and real losers, Val. We love our skill ranks
That's
that
the
mean
weird-
fucking nothing.
That's the weird thing too. Like the only way to scramble the teams is to switch, like let the map reload, because casual kind of fucks with the
Yeah.
teams.
It's
between
crazy.
rounds.
I never actually clued into that until Lister's video, where he's like, "Hey, actually, technically, auto scramble is still it's still in the game. Just every 2 rounds, when the other team wins, the whole server resets, and then the teams are scrambled." I'm like,
Yep.
"Hi, I didn't think of that."
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it took 5 seconds and not a fucking server reload.
It reminds
150
me of
seconds
the-
waiting for people to join.
It reminds me of the sorting algorithm called Stalin sort, where they randomly remove half the elements before sorting. Because that's what happens in casual. You lose half the players, they re-queue, and then they get scrambled.
God.
And then
Is it as simple as a quick switch to prevent some
manpower and
quick,
pastime are dead. I mean, these people queue for it, but I don't know if they ever find a game. And then payload race, and then misc. God, misc is such a
Yeah,
category.
Q doesn't necessarily correlate to how much of your playtime is spent on
Exactly.
those game modes, and I guarantee you it is overwhelmingly payload and Dust Bowl.
Yeah,
I have had Watergate in my queue list for 2 years, and I don't think I've gotten a game of it.
yeah, it was what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a queue for which. Let's do pastime.
Good luck.
All
Have fun.
3 pastime maps.
Actually, right.
I've
Say
started
a
the
random
queue.
map, because then everyone's going to queue for it if you say them in the map.
Nah, just pastime. If people want to try and rig it by queuing for pastime as well, I'll let them. We'll just see what happens. And I've got my ping limit
Alright.
maxed as well, so there should be a pastime game somewhere. We'll see what happens. See if that finds it in the time we spend talking about this. Oh yeah, another thing about the CTF and casual. The only reason they put it in competitive is so that it wouldn't be considered an alternative game mode in casual. That's the only reason.
Mega, I'm joining you
It's
in
so
that
outdated.
search for a pastime game.
Oh my god.
I'm at the point where like put capture the flag and player destruction, or sorry, not capture. Put payload race and player destruction in the main game, and then just like put everything else into like not even alternate game modes, just like an alternate tab, like its own little like arcade tab or whatever.
I'm on the opposite.
Just keep it out of the base
get
queue,
rid
in
of
my
the
opinion.
distinction, because the only reason the distinction exists is to tell people which game modes are like competitive or not. That's the only reason they introduced it. They could just get rid
Oh
of
well,
it.
yeah, that's what I mean. But I don't want like pastime and Saxton Hale and manpower. I don't want these in like the base queue.
On the topic
rather
of
just, like,
competitive,
put 'em
do
in
you
a
think it
separate
can be
thing.
improved with quick play? Like, do you think they should add more incentive to play the game competitively than
No.
like like competitive
No
casual?
one that plays competitively. Only 46 people said they played competitive at all.
Damn.
Dang.
I think
Oh,
that's-
really? Like the competitive mode,
Yes,
or
Valve competitive.
okay,
I
okay.
explicitly said Valve
Yeah, I was gonna say.
competitive.
And how many answers did you get on this? Oh wait, 3,200.
Yeah, 30, almost 30.
Jeepers.
So that's like
Yeah.
1.3% or something.
Another
right?
thing is,
46.
we got a good spread of the amount of maps people queue for. So apparently 20% queue for 10 or less, which is
No, you said 42.
what?
For you said 42 people for competitive.
46 for competitive.
46. Sorry. Hang on,
Yeah.
I can do the math for that real quick.
Oh, they
So
should
it's
make a
like-
team.
It's. I mean, I have no idea who those people. I only know one person who ever has played Valve competitive.
That's 1.5% out of like, if we're saying roughly 3,000 people replied, that's like 1.5% of players who play competitive.
And the thing
Valve
is,
competitive.
Yeah, Zesty, you would know better than me. What was the survey like from like 8 years ago? Do you remember that number?
Wait, which survey?
Are you a competitive player or are you interested in competitive? Wasn't it like 3 or 4%?
You mean before Meet Your Match?
Yeah, before Meet Your Match.
About 5%.
It was 5%? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unsurprisingly,
teamwork.tf.
there's been a drop off.
There's a graph on teamwork.tf that shows like community, casual, and then it has competitive at its own slice, but it includes community competitive servers in that. And then there's a further breakdown somewhere, and it's like you see, there's like 100 people in competitive. Oh, they're all in community leagues, and it says 0 in Valve Matchmaking, which I find really funny.
Shocker.
But yeah, so you can see these people use the map filters to select probably whole game modes. Because like
That's. I mean, people take the path of least resistance typically, and they just tick off a whole game boat
yeah,
and leave it at that.
and also
That's what I do.
the vast majority of people tend to travel solo.
Shocker, because if you want to play with more than 2 people, good luck.
Yeah, people could choose multiple responses for this one, and yeah, like if you try to queue with like more than 2, you're screwed basically.
Good luck.
And here's another interesting one. How long does the casual matchmaker take you to find a game? So for about a third of people, it's around 10 to 30 seconds.
It's good.
No.
It's good at this.
What? 10 to 30 seconds? Heaven for fucking bid.
Yeah.
Man, that's so long. Oh my god, someone get me a fucking rag. I'm sweating here. God, quick play was like 5 minutes by comparison based on what some people, it was about the same length.
I mean, okay, quick play.
I don't know, man. That 15 seconds really makes a difference.
Well, no, quick play had basically identical queue times.
I mean, I'd like to point out that this queue for pastime is still going. We'll see how
Yep,
long it
I
gets.
can
But
confirm.
let me tell you guys how quick play works. Quick play, instead of waiting for a matchmaker to figure shit out, all quick play does is it basically does this. It refreshes the server browser automatically in the background, and there's even a progress bar that tells you how many servers it's found that meet your requirements. And then once the server finished loading, then it'd pick one. And here I am. I'm loading every server, basically. And when this number stops going up, that's like the upper limit for how long quick play would take you to find a server. In worst case scenario.
We are now taking bets for the time that Mega takes to get into
And
it.
it's done. There you go.
Misc server.
It
Hey, Mega,
took like
can
20
I-
seconds.
Mega, can I use this data for my video? It's like the queue times one is especially valuable because a huge piece of misinformation about quick play is that queue times were this atrocious thing when based on the data you've just shown us, queue times were the same, if not casual mode's queue times were the same, if not worse.
Yeah, there's a
than quick
lot of
plays.
people. There's like a quarter that say it takes over a minute. So yeah, and yeah, quick play is capped.
Your
It
mic
is
keeps cutting out, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, quick play is like capped. All right. Once it loads the entire server list, which I just did in like 20 seconds. Look, I'll do it again. Then that's it. It's got every server, and then it just picks one automatically. And the worst case scenario for quick play is if you got your requirements set very specifically. Like, you know, let's say quick play comes back and you're searching for one map and you got your ping limit turned all the way down and there's no servers that met your requirements. Quick play would just say, sorry, there's no servers that meet your requirements, and then you can go back and you can find a different server, or you can load up the server browser and, you know, find something else you want to play. Whereas with casual, I guarantee there's nobody in Australia playing pastime right now. And look at it. Look.
Okay, yeah, you are like
You are
God.
cutting out.
You're
man.
cutting
Oh,
out a
God.
lot.
Vodafone is
God.
killing Mega Scatterbomb.
Oh my god, am I getting
Vodafone
DDoS?
is not a Zesty Jesus fan.
Okay, I need to like. Okay, so let's see. How is that? Is that better?
We'll
Potentially.
see.
Slightly
Find out.
better.
Okay,
Yeah, well,
I'll repeat what I said. So, yeah, so quick play server browser. It takes 20 seconds maximum to fetch the entire list, and then it picks instantly once it's got all the information. Whereas casual, I guarantee there's nobody in Australia in pastime right now. So if quick play couldn't find a server, it would just say, sorry, there's no servers available that meet your requirements. Whereas casual, you can see what it's doing right now. I guarantee there's no people in Australia playing pastime, and it can't find me a game.
Well, not only that, it's actually it got worse. I'm not sure if you know that, or I kind of talked to you about this, Mega Scatterbomb. But so what Valve has done is, you know how Valve is adding a bunch of new servers, right? Like everyone's seeing that. Like they just added one in Atlanta, like I think yesterday, and like all these new American and European servers. So what Valve have done, and this will be in a video I'm releasing in a few days, and this is what killed MVM, is because they're releasing so many different servers in all of these different locations, what they're doing is they're decreasing the radius for what is considered optimal ping, because there's more servers to choose from, essentially. So if you live in like the UK, for example, you would get connected to like I think it was Madrid and Frankfurt and Stockholm. Those were the three. But now you have a London server. So what Valve has done to their matchmaker is they've tightened the conditions for what is considered the best server to go onto, so that way you always get a London server. This is fucking up Australian and New Zealand players all over the world, and like a lot of Asian players too, and some in South America as well, where we get all the benefits of being able to get the having more servers, essentially, but you guys get all the drawbacks of having tighter queue conditions without more servers to choose
Yeah,
from.
like I don't even have a server in my own country. It's just Sydney. This is it.
Yeah.
The next one's Singapore, and that's 120 ping. That's nowhere near optimal.
Yeah, so you're only right now before maybe it would like put you into
closest server
Singapore.
queue is
When's
Gabriel's
the
yacht.
Titty Bong Australia
Singapore
server
would-
coming along?
Under the old system, like a year ago, Singapore would be considered like moderately bad ping. Now it's considered like hellish ping, and it won't even put you there. So all it's doing is looking for a Sydney server right now, and nothing else.
Yeah, I know. It's bad.
I'll go a bit more in depth in a few days on this, but it's.
I mean, the other thing is these
pretty brutal.
activity bars, right? Like, look, there's a grey bar, but it's still like, it's still there. You can still measure, and like if I go payload race, you can also see like you can still see high towers a bit above the others, but these activity bars only apply. They're only global, so like I have no idea how many of these players are actually inside my region. And my region's New Zealand, by the way, for the guy asking in chat. So New Zealand's, it's that country that's off west or east of Australia. We're usually left off the map. We like to be discreet.
You're like the Wakanda of
we can't
Oceania.
let them.
They're known for three things: kiwis, Lord of the Rings, and earthquakes.
And rugby.
True.
No,
And
4
rugby.
things. There's also sheep fucking.
5 things.
Okay.
That's
Scotland,
Scotland.
Look, we don't talk
No,
about that.
Wales ain't got nothing on us, bro, right?
Anyway,
I could try.
and then casual mode, level, and tier. I can go to the spreadsheet for this. This has a better... There we go. There's the breakdown of the levels for all the respondents to the survey. So you can see the majority is obviously tier 1, and then the people who play casual all the time have way more tiers and that, and then there's a
Check-
huge group at the end that have maxed
Checks
out their
out.
level. So that all looks pretty good. And then the I don't knows, I suspect these are all tier 1s, because when you're tier 1, it doesn't actually say tier 1, it just says the level next to your thing.
Okay.
So that's why I think there's a whole bunch of people who don't know. Alright. And then, so this part of the survey that we just went over, that's for people who said they had played, that answered yes to this question. Have you played during Meet Your Match? But, you know, obviously you got to have something that covers the entire survey. So these questions here, current state of Team Fortress 2, everyone was presented these questions, regardless of what they answered for the previous questions. So select all the game modes you currently play.
A bump map of a horse.
Someone said opposing horse.
That's a PBR material.
Oh my god. Chat going wild in the Discord. Anyway, so yeah, 80% play casual mode, about 30% play man versus machine, 70% community servers, and then you got the 1.5% of people who apparently have managed to find
46.
Valve competitive server.
46, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild.
And then I asked again, people were to rate casual mode overall, and you can see it's quite a spread. No one really giving it a 9 or 10. Again, sort of, I think 3 is the most common choice, or 2 is. 2 and 3, they're the most common choices.
What's the percentage for MVM?
About a third, 32%.
Has that gone down or up since the last?
I
was
don't
there
know.
a survey on that before?
No, I don't
Or is
think
that
so.
competitive?
I don't think so.
I don't
but,
know. I'm not aware of any other statistics on that.
I think it's going up.
And the next question, rate your experience with present-day Valve competitive mode. Anyone want to guess what the distribution looks like?
Oh, all of it's going to be
G.
0. I bet.
I wonder.
A giant
Gee.
L.
Is it a bar graph by chance?
It's not even going to be like exponential.
There you
It's gonna be- Yep, there it is.
And you can see the people who picked 5 because they couldn't give a fuck, and 5 is considered neutral.
And the people who rated it a 10 were trolling. Just like top and bottom, like
One
remove 5.
person gave
Five.
it a
One
you know
9.
guy
who's
said 9. One guy said 9.
Oh, no.
5 people. 5 people, might I point out, rated 10 compared to 1,579.
Christ.
It literally looks like a parking spot. You got the wall, and then you got the little bumper to stop you from hitting the wall.
How the fuck do you see a parking spot in this, man? What?
Okay, to be fair, I'm inclined to believe that the majority of the people who put 0 have never actually played competitive, and they just but like nothing about it interests them because of how
counterpoint.
shitty it is.
Counterpoint, even if you wanted to play competitive right now, could you?
Nope.
True. Yeah, good
I don't
point.
know any of the 46 people.
In it, I know one. There's one guy who occasionally sends me a demo recording from a Valve competitive game, and it's like, is this guy cheating? And I'm
Is
just
it after
like,
he loses, usually?
he's in the EU, so I think that's where it's happening. So yeah, you get into a competitive game, and then you end up in everyone's speaking a different language. It's so competitive, guys.
I wonder how many like
Just
how that's
imagine the
distributed.
call outs.
They're going left.
Captured the flag, idiot.
Thanks, man. Good comms. Good comms.
flag, man.
Man versus machine. Yeah, people are pretty happy with that.
Yeah, guys, go on there. Go on there.
What did you think,
That sounds
Weezy?
about right.
What do you rate Man versus Machine out of 10?
Like a 4.
4.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that good. It's trash, actually.
Man, you must have not
Wow,
gotten many good
the
drops. have
Fuck,
you?
MVM
dude.
YouTuber is
God.
breaking up with MVM.
I'm waiting for
I
the,
rated it
a
I'm
10.
waiting for the survey.
I'm
This
on
is
like
solid
a
10.
200 dry streak.
Weezy,
He's now playing. He's now playing League of Legends.
90% of gamblers quit before they hit it big, bro. I believe in you.
It is
That's
true.
just-
I've been playing casual so much more because it's just more fun. Like just
But-
normal TF2.
Casual? Fun? I think you got your words mixed up there,
Wait,
pal.
Nigga, did you
Okay,
just
well,
say 99%
here's the
of gamblers quit?
Okay, well, casual
Yeah.
sucks, but like I just put on like I'll put on like a YouTube video for 15 minutes while I server hop, and then eventually I'll get a good
I mean,
game.
that's the thing, right? Like, everyone defaults to casual. It's where the players are. Like if you
Yeah, well,
if you
community
want to,
is different for me.
like
personally.
if it was up to me and every server I joined would be fully active, I'd play on my own server
Every server you want?
100% of the time. But my
We're
server's
cutting out
dead.
again, boss.
My server's dead, so like I have to go to casual if I just want to play around.
There's even a video on how dead the server is.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Someone made one of those exploring dead TF2 servers, and they found one of my servers,
Meme
and they
machine.
found that map
Oh.
that we started on at the start of the stream. It was on there,
They found
I
the
love this
flashy
graph.
pools.
and they were just like,
This is my favorite. This is the best thing you've shown so far. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
but yeah, yeah, and the way I got my server set up right, like Lethargy Pools is just a place to chill while we wait for players, and so it's only got like a 5-minute timer, and the dude was like, "Oh, the server switched off. It told me to get off Lethargy Pools, and it forced a map vote on me, so I had to go to a different server and load it up so I could actually explore the map." It was really
It was a
funny.
good video. I'll admit, it was just really funny seeing fucking meme machine and the dead servers. It's like,
I'm not.
Hey,
I-
it's
you
not
know that-
dead
you know
once
that
every 2
Leonardo-
weeks.
you know that Leonardo DiCaprio like gif where he like sits up and points at the fucking TV? That was me. The screen. It was just out of the
Hey,
blue, man.
I'm there.
Yeah, and then community servers are sort of similar to MVM, bit more favorable though. It's like a
No, not only is it this is of all the things you've listed, community servers has the most favorable reputation of anything that you've shown off.
that is
Gee,
true.
So it wasn't it
wonder
great?
Why?
Wait, wasn't it great when it was
wonder how.
integrated into the base game in a more holistic way? That's like the number one thing I want.
Oh man, I wonder why. Maybe because you can actually play the fucking game there instead of waiting 20 minutes for a decent round.
Zesty Jesus, you don't have the talking stick. Wait your turn.
Dude,
No.
here's
Big
our
talk from you,
guest.
Toaster.
Here's our guest.
Big
Toaster.
talk from you, Toaster. I
Yeah,
don't see a
big
red
talk
roll
from
on
you.
you, buddy.
Talk whenever I please.
You make a
Let's
quick
go,
playing video, buddy, alright? Yeah, fuck that guy. Sorry, Sissy, as you were saying.
Yeah, Toaster, you do
Talk
not.
when I
Never-
damn
you
well
do not
please.
have-
You brought me
never-
in here.
You do
Don't
not have
talk
the
shit about
YouTuber
VIP,
buff.
buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I heard someone
Anyway,
cat his
what
car.
were you saying before you were really interrupted?
I have no
Sissy.
idea.
Sissy.
No, I mean it's because you can actually play the game there instead of having to server hop for 10 to 15 minutes in order to actually get a decent round of the game.
Yeah.
Gee, I
Yeah.
wonder why people prefer community servers these days, or
Except Skyle.
rather have a better experience in community servers over casual mode.
Except Skyle, that let me get doxxed and said, no, we can't do anything about that. No, not about them.
Zealander, I started playing in 2013. And
He's old.
Toaster's in here because he paid to be in here. He is shilling, putting out the money.
It's $3
Simply,
a month. I can't be
simply to join this chaotic ass VC.
Hydra and I are
here we
here
go.
'cause,
Here's
Ninja
the
pays
here's
us.
the
A pay to
spicy
win
question,
Discord.
guys. Here's the spicy question.
True.
Which of
MVM.
these statements best reflects your current opinion? Oh boy, this is the question of all time. And here it is. So, top result. I would like to see Quick Play reintroduced to TF2, but with some changes. They got 38.6%. Then it was, I would like to see Quick Play reintroduced to TF2 exactly how it was. That was 29%. So already Quick Play's got a majority for this question. Then at 20%, I would like casual to remain in TF2, but with some changes. And then coming in at 1.3%, I would like casual to remain in TF2 with no additional changes.
So, can I say something? So I would like to see quick play introduced but with changes, or I would like casual but with changes are basically the same answer.
Yep, 100%. You're
Yeah,
totally right. And this is the number one problem I have with Bring Back Quick Play right now. We're literally, if you actually broke everything down into like an itemized list, you
That's what
would
I'm doing.
realize that both groups want literally the exact same thing, and they're
Yeah.
quibbling over what the definition of bringing back quick play actually
I mean,
is.
here's
That's what I'm doing with my video is literally
you.
just an itemized list. Okay, this is what we need in order for the game to play good. Doesn't matter what we fucking call it. Just bring this shit back. That's it.
Holy
So
shit.
for
Okay,
Go ahead, sorry.
someone in the stage chat just got into a competitive game.
We found the
a valid
47th
competitive
guy!
game.
I need proof of this. I need proof.
It's
Look in
it's
stage
BT.
chat. It's sent by
Oh
Road
my
309.
god.
Holy fuck, we found the 47th person. Chat,
In
this is
before abandon. How long before you get abandoned? How long before he gets
Yeah,
an abandonment?
keep us updated,
All right,
bro.
I bet $50
He's
this
on-
fucker gets a player
He's on
abandoning.
CP
Oh,
process.
you better give it to me then. All right,
I'll raise that. I'll raise
$50.
that. No,
I'll
no, no, no,
raise
no.
you
He's
that
in.
$50.
He's in.
Toasty, you don't have the. Oh! He's in.
Oh my god. Hang on, is this guy in are you able to stream this? Discord stream this? We should bring him in so he can
Chat.
stream this. I'm gonna invite him
Alright.
up.
Let him speak.
Yeah, open a
We're
you should be able to
trusting you
open a
here.
Discord stream. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Competitive match court in real time. Let me pull up the
That's
Good old
wild.
20 frames a second.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh my god. Yeah, the entire stream is being subjected to this right now. We gotta see this whole thing through, man. We gotta see how it's a competitive TF2's back, guys. It's... ignore the past like hour of discussion, boys. Competitive is back. Uncle Dane was right all along. He said no Discord audio. Yeah, I could like turn it on, see if there's. This is an actual competitive game. Oh my god. Yeah, Discord's being actual competitive. Yeah, we got to see the match through. Someone will abandon. Yeah. It's 5 CP. There is no time limit. Okay. We're gambling. See, this is no. This is the future of TF2 right here. We're gambling on a competitive game. This is literally esports. It took not. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh my god, he's got the alternative class icons. Heresy. Someone backcapped at the end of the first round. Look, it's going to be over in like 5 minutes, guys. Wait, does competitive even have the option to like rematch or anything? Yeah, basically. What is this engineer doing? Still no audio of my co-host. Actually, if you guys can't hear the,
Okay.
is the
Yeah, my
I
bad.
think the audio of the co's. I think switching scenes in OBS might have cut you guys off for a bit there.
Thank God. No.
Our control point.
Yeah, did all the
All good.
did that fix the thing, Blair? You can hear them now? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was just
Well,
OBS
to
being
confirm
dumb.
this, I'm gonna tweet Zesty Jesus owes me $50.
Anyway, we'll keep that on. Oh, I've got the competitive thing running on the
Dude.
side, so I can.
Now he has something in common with Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
your casual mode makes for a better fleshlight than a game mode.
The game's over. Well,
Yeah,
did
the
you
game
enjoy
just
your
ended.
5 minutes of playtime in this lovely,
It was
riveting competitive
glorious.
match, guys?
Dude.
Okay, yeah, the
Look at
Matchmaking.
the, wait, look at the ranks, dude.
Fucking
Look at the fucking
5
ranks.
minutes.
Look at
Look
the
at
rank.
the ranks.
Oh my god. Like, okay, so I'll describe what's happening because I can't see it at OBS. 5 or 6
Half
of
the
the
server
12.
doesn't even have a rank.
Yeah, half the server doesn't have the rank, and everyone else appears to have like a fairly low one. God, it's been years since I've seen the screen. I only saw it during the
Only
competitive
7
beta.
more matches to get a rank.
Yeah, so that's like another 10 years.
What a fucking joke of a game mode. Can you fucking believe it's been this way for 9 goddamn years? Unbelievable.
This is what we gave up
I
quick
like
play
it.
for, by the way.
Oh,
This is what Valve took away quick play for.
Unfucking believable.
This is just funny.
It is. It's so
And the worst
pathetic.
part
It's
is,
funny.
you have to sit there. Like, what do you do now? Do you just sit at that screen?
You
Like
leave,
casual
disconnect.
You start
Oh
gooning.
my god.
the fuck did you just say?
What the fuck up?
Dude,
I don't think
NBA
it's
excited my mind.
No, that's what I did on Meet Your Match Lunch. It always comes back to gooning. I remember I fucking left a game, and I didn't know there was an abandonment penalty. I know they had the pop up, but they had the same thing with for MVM, so I just assumed it's like
So it's not jacking off, and
Yes, I was. As I was fucking on Meet Your Match Lunch, as I was sitting with my fucking Q penalty.
This is not something you want to admit on the stream, by the way. This is like live,
I've
dude.
admitted worse things on stream.
Yeah, the weasel porn thing. We all remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hell, dude. This is what 100 tours with no Aussie does.
Alright, Zesty Jesus.
Yeah,
check
so
your Twitter
anyway, back to the
notifications.
survey. There's
Yeah,
about,
back to the survey. We've
there's
spiraled
about
out of control.
11% of people who either don't know, don't care, or have some complex free thinker opinion that doesn't fit into any of the other categories. So yeah, it seems the vast majority of people want change. I think this.
In other
Those
words,
guys, they vote third party.
In other words, almost 90% agree that the game needs changing in some capacity.
Yeah, like 30, like that's 68. Yeah, 88% basically.
Yeah,
Want change.
almost 90% of the player base agrees that the game needs changing in some capacity.
Like,
I mean, it's just common sense at this point.
And then, would you support a campaign to bring back quick play? 70% say yes, and then there's like another 16 that say they don't know. And
See, but again, this is kind of the issue with bring back quick play is what is quick play? Everyone has a different definition of quick play because for some people, bringing back quick play is, oh, just bring back community servers and make that integrated. For other people, it's, oh, bring back quick play, which is like reverting Meet Your Match, which means like no badges, modern UI, fucking map selection, party system, all that gets yeeted. And then for other people, bringing back quick play is just the old map settings, and they use that as like a euphemistic catch-all term for it. And then there are other people who use it as bringing back the old map settings and keeping a lot of the modern UI shit, and also bringing back the old like matchmaker, like the game coordinator with like the 2 fucking doors and shit. Like everyone has a different definition, which is why I think this is flawed.
I am hoping that my video will set the steps that Valve needs to take here. And I mean, because that's my plan anyway, and then people can do with it what they will.
And I guess I'll post.
Well, they are listening.
Let me get the invite link for the Bring Back Quick Play Discord. I'll chuck that in the stage chat and in the YouTube chat because that's where a lot of discussion is taking place.
It was the
thing. My severe concern with this is that several things. People are really burnt out on hashtags. That's a problem.
That too.
And
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then additionally, like Wheezy's concern, we need to really define what we're asking for here, and there's no consensus on that yet. And they're rushing, like they're wanting to put this out by the 7th of next month. That's just not enough time.
Yeah.
Like, people need to pump the fucking brakes. Like, we don't need to be rushing head on into this. We're not like, gonna lose any kind of momentum here. The game's not fucking changing. Like, the game's gonna keep sucking. Like, that's not like the people's opinions on that are not going to change, right? Like, slow it down.
It's not like TF2 is going to shut down in 2 years.
Well,
yeah,
want
we
the best
need
of these final 2 years.
Sorry, wait. Do we still want this Rotip in the VC? By the way,
We can boot him out now. He's done his service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
You've done well.
Thank you for spending like half your childhood searching for a
Yeah.
competitive game.
If I may quickly add a point onto there, that's what I've been talking about recently. Is that if the movement's great and it's a fantastic idea, it seems to be better of TF2, but it also seems slightly confuddled because a lot of the hashtags we've had has been us versus them with the save TF2 and the fixed TF2. It's been us. it's been us versus them, like us versus the bots, and the unmute free to play. It's we just want the free to plays unmuted. In this sense, we want it's different. It's unique.
There's a lot more complexity here. And
There's a lot- yeah,
I
summed
think
up
the
in
main
hashtag.
issue is like the terminology necessarily invites questions. What is bringing back quick play? What is reforming casual? And you can see from both of these graphs, like they basically have like the same amount of support, and the reason why is because everyone actually wants the same thing. They're just getting fucking caught up in all the fucking umbrella terminology and what does and what does not fit under whatever they believe the umbrella necessarily is. It's so fucking annoying, dude, because everyone wants the same shit and they keep dancing around the fucking invisible elephant in the room. It's so annoying.
And the other thing is, look how many
sip of water, man.
look how many people.
Take a breather.
Hang on, if I could jump in. Look how many people, like 16% for Bring Back Quick Play, 20% for Reform Casual, people chose I don't know. So that's if so many people are picking I don't know for these campaigns, that's a sign that they don't really know what these hashtags mean. Because why else would they pick that option?
Yeah, they don't know what it means, yeah.
Yeah. I think, just going back to my point before, I think the idea is fantastic, but I think there needs to be a defined, definite idea of what quick play is. Because I've heard a lot of different ideas about what, people want to see bring back. I've heard the ad hoc connections, which sounds fun, and I think a lot of people want that. But I've also heard stuff like, I can't think of anything on my head. I've heard a lot of different things, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they're adding hockey, dude. Canadians rejoice.
I'm gonna use the.
I'm very sympathetic to what Zesty's been saying, and thank God, I'm so happy you're on your stream bitching about this, because my belief has always been keep everything about the modern UI the same to not cause friction, but the moment you press join game, it's basically like the old quick play system.
Yes,
that is
yes. That is how to remove something.
Yeah. You use the mustard cupcake analogy, right? That's like your main thing. The way I look at it is you take the same, it's like the mustard cupcake, except you're making it an actual good cupcake, but you're putting yellow icing on top of it to make it look like a mustard cupcake.
No,
and
you're
they
exactly
eat it
right.
Without any resilience. Yeah,
no, you're exactly right. Nothing about the UI needs to change. The buttons, the stim badge, the map menu, none of that has to go away. The party system doesn't have to go away. All of this shit can stay the same. Only the stuff that's under the hood needs to be adjusted.
And a lot of people would disagree with you, actually, and they do say, whenever for example, removing the badges is brought up, and this is why I think there's a confluence of variables here, is whenever people bring that up, the response that I give, and I assume you as well, is fine, we'll keep that, just focus on the under the hood shit for now. That isn't what a lot of quick play bros do. They say, do you really need the badge? Let's just make it into an item. And by saying that, you are tacitly implying that, yes, we are going to get rid of these things. And that's necessarily
okay, for a second I thought I found a pastime match. No, it's Elizabeth has just accepted NGLs, but the Thigh High's on now. Congratulations.
I still have the Emporium thing. I need to get a good war pen. I need to give you.
I gotta do that still.
Yeah. Just so, do you think, both of you guys, and including you, Miga, as well, do you think that removing things would be more difficult? Well, it absolutely will be. Do you think that's still something you want to see, removing certain things that have been there for a while? Would that be an optimal strat? Because wouldn't it be more difficult to remove some shit that's already been in the game for a while?
Yes. Yes, and that's why I say only focus on the things that everyone ubiquitously agrees needs to be changed. And then if you want to have debates over, should badges be gone or at least toggleable, fine, have those debates after the game is actually fixed.
Fucking badge! Who the fuck gives a shit?
People care, dude. They care.
It's a cosmetic. It has no impact on your fucking playtime.
Neither do strangers, and people like leveling them up. It's just a way.
I know, but it's like people are missing the forest for the fucking trees. Not fighting, we're agreeing.
Sorry.
We're not fighting, we're agreeing.
I'm
so
kidding.
stupid.
I'm kidding.
We agree.
We agree, but
dude, there's so many conversations like this, man.
People seething over the badges. They're like, okay, who gives a fuck what color your little circle is on the menu?
Right, exactly.
Would you rather be able to play the game consistently?
Yeah.
No, I want a red badge, Zesty. Fuck you.
No, we cannot have quick play, guys. My badge is too important.
Quick play because I need a tier 5 red elite badge with like the diamond effect on the end of
Holy
it.
shit,
You know, it
this
makes
sounds
me
like-
look cool.
It sounds like a Reddit like user saying, "I want my platinum badge." I'm like,
Anyway, here's a
I
fun
want my
question.
Reddit gold kind.
all right, we've
So,
completely
one of
spoiled
the-
it.
By
Sorry.
the way, fun fact, your badges do not resemble your MMR rank.
Yeah.
They
So,
are completely separate.
there's a question here that says, do you have any ideas for a better hashtag? And we got 1,000 responses, and it seems a good chunk of them are just no.
Well, we're gonna be up all night.
We got fix casual, make TF2 great again. I sure hope there's no slurs in this.
Oh god, not make TF2 great again. No.
Rework casual, fix matchmaking, revive quick play, restore TF2, hashtag BBQ. Who wants a Barbie, bro?
That's,
Bring-
I mean,
bring
we
out the
shouldn't throw
Barbie.
that out. We shouldn't throw that out just yet. I think that's a
Hashtag
for later.
change casual, make TF2 fun again.
Hashtag Pog. There's my audience bias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the amount of make TF2 or make casual great again. Oh, it was never great, bro.
It was never great to begin with.
That would be Wheezy's audience. That would...
No,
Hashtag fuck casual. Oh no.
I'm kidding.
Reform
Mega, we have an
competitive.
issue
Oh
on
my
your-
god.
On your server, the cart's stuck.
The cart stuck?
The cart's
Good.
stuck. Oh shit.
Oh no.
You're right.
Yeah, no, I just used water. Oh god, my voice is dying.
That is, yeah. Okay, I'll fix that bug another time. God, there's some bad ones here, which I'll just unfuck TF2. Yeah, that's about.
I really don't think you need a hashtag for this at all. I'm just being real, because like even though there was like hashtag unmute free to
Don't
plays,
call
it
me
did not
choking
matter.
on a corn
It
chip a
literally didn't
skill
matter.
issue, Alex.
All right.
No, I agree that like we don't need. I mean, hashtags are good. They've been effective, but I think it would be more detrimental at this phase because people are really fucking burnt out on the
Wow,
idea.
that's lad, you just ran in a straight
Yeah,
line.
but even then, like even
know.
hashtag like unmute free to plays, no one was using that.
Yeah, no, it
Like,
wasn't. It
didn't
wasn't
matter.
spreading. Well, because it was so organic. Because like everyone knows that the free to play mute was stupid, and all we had to do is point at that and go, "Valve, this is dumb. Turn it off." Like that's all we need. Is a
Yeah,
very
and if
organic
enough people do
response.
that, if enough people do that, like here's my thing, okay? Like what the fuck are they doing right now? The bots are out of the game. They gave us the SDK. Like what the fuck are you doing on the game right now? I like you. Yeah, but you have free time. This is what I'm saying, right? Like
Money.
Gridlock, bro. Come on.
I
mean, so like
there's got to be
they're
something.
doing exactly what they did from 2018 to 2023. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
But now they have a
the final
now the contract.
the final
is still,
question
you know?
in
So,
this
like, what are they doing?
category was if you had to choose between quick play and casual mode based only on what you know right now, which would you pick? And 3/4 picked quick play, and then the other quarter picked casual. So there's the forced choice question that I was talking about at the start.
Shocker.
But keep in mind, like virtually everyone who picked this also said they're open to change. Because if you got to remember that tiny as 1% that doesn't want anything to change. It's very small.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, like basically no one agrees that this is a good system.
Yeah.
Even if they say like, oh, we'll just like improve it a little bit
Yeah,
or whatever.
here we
no
are.
one
Said
agrees
it,
that like
I
this
mean,
is great.
I've said it once. I've said it a million times. There is no serious argument in favor of casual mode as it is right now. None.
all right, and
It is 100% indefensible.
and here we go. Now we're going to go into the features, the individual features questions. Now where I poll
There we
people
go.
on individual features.
The
And
interesting stuff.
The
Let's
interesting
go.
stuff, yeah. So one thing to keep in mind, I don't get to choose the colors on these pie graphs. So red means change and yellow means remove because I don't get to pick these colors. So just keep that in mind. Yes, let's get into it. Casual matchmaker. About a third want it removed and about 44% want it changed in some way. There wasn't.
I think a lot of if you took those people who want it changed, if you effectively removed it, I mean that would be changing it.
That would be changing.
And I don't
yes.
think they care.
Yeah,
So, I
obviously, not people are not happy with this. Only 10% said keep it as is.
Yeah.
So yeah, skill-based matchmaking. This one got owned hard. 52% said remove entirely, and then another like 30 said change it in some way. So
Oh, is there skill-based matchmaking in casual?
yes,
Yes. Casual
There
mode
is?
uses
That's
skill-based
bullshit.
making. You have a hidden MMR rank that is used to build games. Yes.
God
We're gonna
damn.
be better if they actually use that for the bat, or they use the like the badge properly represented your MMR rank?
It does not because it has decay.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. Actually, yeah, shit, no, it's a fair point. Never mind.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
the map selection filters, over half is in favor of keeping those, and then another like 35% want it changed in some way. I presume that comes from, the fact that if you pick like
Bloat.
2 maps, you won't get anything. I mean, I'm still queuing for pastime. Just want to say.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
think,
What was it then?
What I think is just like keep the map selection system, but then just also have the show servers button. That's like a
Exactly.
win-win. Everybody wins.
And in
Yeah, I think the
addition to
biggest
that,
problem-
this is a feature suggestion I have. You know how instead of those
Just button out,
activity
yeah.
bars, what I'd do is I'd have a button next to each of these maps that lets you basically do show servers for that map. And like, so next to 2 there'd be a button and it might say like 11 players, or 1,000 players active or something. Then I can click that,
You're-
and then I can focus on those servers specifically. So that way you don't have to like use the entire matchmaking menu. You can just see a map that you want.
You're cutting
click a
out. You're
button.
cutting out again.
You're cutting
Yeah,
out
cutting
again.
out again, man.
Fucking OBS, man. It sucks. Well, it's good, but
Just turn off noise cancellation.
yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
Do you think that would help, like, the issue, especially in Oceania? I hope I fucking said that right.
If
that,
you can buy, low population regions would be assisted in 2 ways. Show servers, so you can have direct ad hoc connections, would vastly help direct traffic into populated games.
There you
And if you remove the matchmaking system, which is synonymous with skill-based matchmaking, these two things are one and the same. If you removed that and went back to an ad hoc connection-based system like Quick Play, that would also vastly improve player traffic into populated servers.
So yeah, just having the. I mean, Quick Play tells you if there's no compatible servers. So, like, just having that option is far better than what we're going through right now. Just being able to
Oh,
see.
hey, Naga. Another new competitive match.
Oh my god. There must be people just trying to find a competitive match right now.
What region are you? Actually, I don't think we ever asked that.
Yeah, what region, bro? What's it?
Where do you live?
What's
Wait,
South America?
South
What's your
America.
house? Oh,
That I would not have
okay.
expected that.
Neither. I was thinking more
I
like...
think a big reason why so many people want the map menu changed in some way it's a problem that's completely unrelated to matchmaking or casual mode. It's just the sheer volume of maps we have in the game.
True.
Map bloat is a very severe problem that would persist regardless of the system we use. So I think that's where you have a lot of negative responses for wanting it to be changed.
Yeah,
somehow.
there's so many
okay.
maps.
Here's a funny update with the competitive person, Rotip 309. It's the exact same people as last round.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, this is a question for Zesty especially. Do you think having the ability to choose what maps you want to play on and seeing what is more populated, do you think that would help or kind of negate the idea or the issue that we have with map load at the moment? Because, like, at the moment, we have a bunch of maps and that kind of hinders the ability to play on, like, maps you might want to play on. Like, I haven't had a landfall game in almost a year now. That's fucked. Do you think the
think it would
ability to
help it.
choose...
I think it would help it a little bit because it would allow people to specifically seek out a server right away instead of having to wait, 30 minutes for the game just to put you in the server. Like if you can just find one and then, seed it immediately, that'll help it grow much more organically than casual mode would ever allow. But the problem would still persist where you have too few players being spread across too many maps. Like that's not going to go away unless you thin out the map.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that would help make those MISC game modes more playable is having a good map voting system in-game. Because on my server, right, we've got the map voting system. Like, a map vote just triggered now. And, like, people can pick, like, one of 5 maps, and, they can go off to some other miscellaneous game mode if they want to, right? And you can carry a full server with you.
73's here.
Oh boy, wait a minute. But yeah, so, because, you could go from payload to payload race back in the old days when there weren't that many maps. You could just pick them, you could just decide as a server to go there, and then boom, you got a populated payload race server. You didn't have to wait for the matchmaker to figure it out. You didn't have to wait for 24 people to all decide at the same time that they wanted to play Hightower or whatever. You could just decide as a server which map to go to next, and all the maps were on the table. And so I feel like we'd need something like that. It would be a bit tedious to just have like the 100 maps in the list and people vote for which one, but because like would be intimidating to a new user. But
You don't have to do that.
No, you don't.
don't
I
have to
think
do it.
I think the best option would be something similar to common source mod plugins, where it's 5 options, 4 maps, and then another option to extend the map. And
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
what
what
I go about it.
That's my opinion too. Have the source mod map voting thing. What about like and because right now the map vote is restricted to the same game mode. Would you keep it that way?
Yeah,
Or
I think I would.
I would
honestly.
keep it. Yeah, I would. I would do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's
if
way
you're playing
better.
payload and suddenly you're presented with half options, like one capture the flag map and then a pastime map, it's like, whoa, okay, people
Yeah,
are
it's
gonna
just
start
more
bailing.
people. Yeah, more people are leaving, more player churn, and that's like the
Yeah.
last thing we
Yeah,
want.
Because I did.
I mean, having it how it was with quick play, where servers were sorted by game mode, just keeping it that way makes sense.
Yeah, and then if you want to play a miscellaneous thing, you can just find a MISC server and go in there, and then boom, you're like it's registered.
If we go back to the ad hoc connections like this, and then keeping servers sorted by game mode, just being able to go directly to a MISC game mode server in the browser or via the show servers option is just going to instantly boost their traffic, because again, you don't have to fucking wait. You just go to it directly and see it yourself. There's just no fucking downsides.
All right, party system. Here we go. So, 31.5% want to keep it as is, and then 45% want to have it changed in some way. Only about 10% want it to be removed entirely. And then
They just want ad hocs. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah, and it can stay. Like, the party system can stay. Again, like I said earlier, you just would not be able to be placed all into the same team, but you'd still get dumped into the same server at the same time. That's just it.
yeah, and also the thing with 6 stacks as well. Having 6 stacks come in and wreck the game balance. I think that's another reason people would want it to change, but that's more like just a team thing, really. But
I think it's extremely rare too. Like, it's such an oddity that I don't think most people care. Like, it's the main one's the ad hoc issue. It just completely invalidates it.
yeah,
And nothing will make you more mad than looking at old footage of just like right-clicking somebody's profile and pressing join game. Nothing makes me more mad about how you can't do that anymore in the current game.
yeah,
People just want ad hoc to play. I mean, people really only care about playing with their friends in the same server. I think very few people care about all being placed on the same team.
Yeah.
Not to mention the frequency at which you're placed onto the opposite team, thanks to features like auto balance, or when the server changes over and it scrambles all year round because you're not kept on the same team. That's not going to change. If anything, it would get better, because you join the server, they get full, and then stay full for a long period of time. Less auto balance happens less frequently. People just want ad hoc.
And for the minority of people who do want to play in their 6 stack and want to all remain on the
You're
same
cutting
team.
out yet again, Mega
Fuck's sake, I turned off all the shit. Here, I'm just going to crank up the mic
Well,
volume.
Just while he fixes that,
Yeah.
there was a quick play announcement on the quick play server where they're moving it back to a later date.
It's too short, too soon, and it needs to be rethought. It needs to,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay, that should be good. I might be peaking a bit, but whatever.
Oh yeah,
making my ears bleed.
I
God
don't
for the ability to
think
turn
there's
people
anything I can
down.
do about it. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, if you want to play in a 6 stack and you all want to be on the same team, might I suggest competitive mode?
Yeah, might I suggest
Cutting
fuck
out
off.
still.
No, yeah, like if you want to be a 6 stack in TF2, fuck you. That's always been frowned upon since launch, and there's been like since fucking 2008, there was a server plugin that would break up stacking because of how much it fucks up game balance. Like, the game was not made for 6 stacks, it just fucks up game balance. And then even if it does happen,
Fuck you.
scramble, vote scramble, bye-bye, stack is gone.
Yeah. All right, casual badges. A third don't care. Another third want to keep them, and then
Who cares?
Like, it's
Who gives a shit?
yeah, just keep. They're cosmetic. Just keep them.
Who gives a fuck? Just keep little toys.
Doesn't
it's a toy. Don't take the toys
It
away.
is. It is actually kind of useful though. It is actually kind of useful because you can see the other people's rank in game, and then you immediately know, oh shit, I'm up against a 6 stack of experienced players. This is going to be fun. So
I use that as a
The
tool to
Nexel
like
Maxo
instantly
doing
leave and
8
requeue.
months of spy.
yeah, it's
All it is enrichment, really. Like, numbers go up in your brain that releases dopamine.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
it
It's
keeps
just
you,
a
keeps you invested
bar.
to keep playing.
all right. Casual end of map vote for the next map.
Yes, baby, you'll love to
When
see
it works.
Well, you should have
50%,
done double or nothing.
50% want it changed, another 25% want it gone. So
15% say keep it as is.
God
That's pretty
damn.
Are
fucking
those
telling, isn't it?
15% smoking crack cocaine?
it's yes, we get two options: bread space and Venice. Oh boy, what's gonna happen, guys?
Guys, mid.
At
or
the very
mid?
least, like even if you think it's perfect, it's fucking broken half the time. Like you can't click on all the maps.
Oh, it's so
Like,
annoying.
and they made a patch note saying, "Oh yeah, we fixed it," and then no, they didn't. Like fuck you, you fixed it.
Yeah, and
it's still broken.
And then you see, I'm sadistic. I send them to a different map because I know the command. I know the command.
guarantee
It's
you-
style half the time.
I guarantee the people that said keep it as is vote for the map and then leave the server.
Oh,
Actually,
those
if you
filthy-
leave the server, it removes your vote.
It removes the map.
Does it really? I didn't know
Yeah, it
that.
does.
You can tell because the percentages like change. I've seen it go from like 10% to 0 because someone left.
Yeah,
But
did
then
not know that. Okay,
once the
good to
map,
know.
yeah, once the map is chosen, then it's like then you can leave.
Oh, yeah, well, then
Well,
people fuck off.
yeah,
We're
it'll
helping
be like
people terrorize
40%.
tier 2 map
Look,
players.
it's the casual matchmaker takes
40%
time.
versus 40%, and then somebody leaves at the last second, and then like one of them ticks
Yeah.
out. That happens fairly regularly.
Yeah, it's just there's so few options. Like that's the thing, right? You know how you have the F1 to F5 thing. Valve implemented that, but they never used it for anything. Only the community source mod plugins use that feature. All the votes that Valve implemented are just the yes/no thing.
I'm not even sure if that's the problem. I think number one, if you pick the same map again, you still have to fucking reload and have that like 150-second wait.
Yeah, that
Like,
is
that's
a
number
pain.
one.
It's the
Yeah, and then-
downtime. It's the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
downtime.
all the downtime,
30,
exactly.
30
It's all
seconds of
downtime.
downtime, 30 seconds for the reset, and then up to 2 additional minutes of waiting on the pre-round timer. Everyone
Plus-
fucking leaves.
Setup plus setup.
Plus setup.
Plus setup.
It's
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 minutes of waiting.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like all they had to do if they really wanted to give people like on my server, I got waiting for players set to 60 seconds
Cutting out again.
to accommodate. Oh my fucking god! Am I really? Anyway,
Get a new microphone.
it's
good
not the
God.
mic. It is not the mic. It is like plugged in with USB and everything. It's fine. I'll
Just
double
move out of New Zealand.
Yeah, just
That's true, dude. That's true. It's a shithole. I mean,
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Actually, let me ask. I'm leaning over my computer checking connections. So I don't know if you can hear me, but if in stream chat, let me know if I'm actually cutting out or if this is Discord's fault.
it's just one big like.
Apparently, it's only Discord that's doing it, so
Yeah,
I
it's
blame
Discord.
Discord.
doing it, not your stream.
We'll play a game like when your teacher in the 5th grade would give you like a finish the sentence prompt on like a test, like and then the blank jumped over the fence and it's a picture of a cow and then you have to like put the word cow. We're just gonna do that with all the things you're saying on the stream.
Yeah, I really
It's
hate
gonna work with context
casual.
clues.
Casual.
Context
yeah,
clues. Casual guys. Hey guys, Mega
Wait,
Scatterbomb
should we-
here. I hate.
Hi, I'm back.
Casual. Casual. Yeah, casual.
Yeah, I hate casual guys. Totally. Turn the bitrate down a tiny bit. That might help.
Speaking of fill in the blanks, Weezy, take a look at your Twitter DM. Oh, not DMs, pings.
Twitter pings.
Okay.
What have you done?
73. Get in the freaking speakers.
I usually like to watch, man. Let him watch.
What, are you in your car or something?
Yeah, like
Hang
the
on,
engine.
give me a sec.
Oh, you're actually in
Sorry.
your car, aren't you?
Sorry.
I have
I'm at the
notifications
airport.
disabled, by the way.
God damn it.
You're out gambling? My man.
No,
Actually,
I'm at
yeah.
the airport, dude. I just got back from a work conference. All right, jeez.
Oh,
But yeah, the map
Sorry,
vote.
I have a real job.
Yeah,
but fuck you.
all the downtime is really, really bad. Like the way I've got it configured on my server, the only change I made that like adds downtime is I made the waiting for players 60 seconds.
It's somehow getting
Yeah.
worse, Mega.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is
'cause
going
you have
on?
more now.
It's fine. Word association, okay?
That's right,
It's a
yeah.
game in
like
our
The
mind.
stream
The,
can hear me though, at least.
So quick place pre-round timer was 30 seconds. Some could argue that might be too short, so you could like 30 or 45, but it's not that much of a difference, mainly because without all the downtime, less people leave the server and are more incentivized to stick around for a map change. So by the time it resets, the server's already mostly full, So there's no need for extra pre-round time before the setup timer. So
Yeah, it was never a problem.
And
You could
no,
just
30,
like-
30,
back to
yeah,
what it
30
was.
seconds was
Like
good.
the fact, even if it was 2 minutes, like it wouldn't be a problem if you got to play for a full hour.
I think too much. It's too much.
A full
I think it's-
hour.
2 minutes is ridiculous. Like 2 minutes is required nowadays because like the matchmaking system blows, and even with 2 minutes, that's not enough for people to connect and load in.
Yeah, but like
And
if
then
it
sometimes it resets.
would 2 minutes every hour be tolerable?
I think it'd be more tolerable, but people still wouldn't like it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's still like why can it be like an hour instead of like an hour, 1 minute and 30 seconds? Like why can't that be the uptime?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
It's not like,
it's
you know,
just
it's
saving
maybe a
time.
game breaker, but-
It's even though it's even if you had more playtime, it's still just an unnecessary inconvenience to fucking make people wait 4 minutes. You know.
All right, let's try more input sensitivity things with Discord. Let's see if this does a better job. Okay, so next thing, casual end of match scoreboard. So basically everything else that you see at the end of the match, other than the map vote. This one was interesting. About just under half
You
were
get
okay
this-
with it, and then
Got this with quick play.
yeah, like it flashes up the tab menu for like 10
Yeah,
seconds.
it doesn't have like it just doesn't have the animation. It just like shows it and then map
you-
reloads.
You got this with quick play too. There's no difference.
Yeah.
You got the same data. That's just presented to you with the fucking shitty Tabasco store.
True. Alright, auto balance. Oh boy. 62% want it changed in some way. I imagine they want it detached from the game coordinator so that it can actually do its job and not have to wait for the game coordinator to see if there's anyone available to match into the server. And then if it does find someone to match into the server, it just absolutely it just clogs up the game for like a minute.
Yeah, the problem with so auto balance is completely incompatible with skill-based matchmaking or a matchmaking system simply because of the existence of slot reservations. They just cannot coexist. Period. Because you just cannot move players around that are not connected to a server. So those slots are going to remain functionally empty until that player loads in. So this is just one of those things where it is clear cut. The matchmaking system simply must go. Like, it has to go away if you want functioning auto balance and then perhaps functioning team scrambles. These things just cannot coexist. And the proof in the pudding that they can't coexist is that Valve made a completely separate command, TFMM strict, to turn off ad hoc connections and turn on connections via the matchmaker in order for the system to work. Like that's it. That's where the buck stops. That's it.
You know what's really funny? The TFMM strict command has a setting that hides it from the server browser, but allows ad hoc joins. It's like, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
Anyway, continuing on.
Curious.
Ping filters. Almost 20% of people don't know that the ping filters are a thing. Apparently.
That
It is
doesn't
in like
surprise me.
a weird menu.
Yeah, you have
click
to,
on
like-
your fucking IP or not IP icon.
Yeah, you have to because you go into the casual menu. There's no a settings button here. There's just preset, and there's this help thing as well. Let's see, does this help thing tell you if there's ping?
Yeah, I would make it. The only change I would make is make it
No.
more prominent.
Yeah, literally, all you need is
no
a
one's
button here.
asking to remove the ping filter. The ping filter is great. That's
great.
That's one of two things casual mode got right was a fucking ping.
Yeah, and some people want it changed in some way. I imagine that's expression of dissatisfaction with cross-region parties and shit.
Yeah, cross region.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's a fault of the ping limit, because even if you disable the ping limit, you're still waiting fucking forever. Because what the ping limit does, it doesn't give you a random selection of, oh, okay, you're at 350 ping, so you have just as high a chance of getting into LA as you do India, right? That's not how it works. It still prioritizes the servers that are closer to you. So even if you have the ping limit maxed out, it's still gonna go, we're not gonna fucking put you in India. We're not gonna do that. And so, yeah, there's still problems. It's a problem independent of the ping limit, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's much more related to the matchmaker itself.
And see, the thing is, quick play would be really good with the party system and that, because it could just figure out the midpoint for all the players it could just score the servers, because like the score that it calculates isn't just based on like reputation and that. It also takes into account your own settings and like your own ping to the server and how many players are online already and things like that.
Well,
so like it could just
what you're
do that
saying-
calculation
yeah.
for all 6 players in the party and then be like, oh, this one is the best for everyone. Send them there.
Yes. And that's what Valve tried to do with the November patch with the cross-region party updates. But the issue is they tightened the criteria so much to where you're waiting in queue for so much longer than you were originally because it keeps trying to find that perfect server that doesn't exist.
Vote kicking. People want that to stay. A third of people wanted that to change. I'm not sure in what way they'd want it to change. But I don't know if anyone
It's
has
not
any
on
input
screen,
on
by
that.
the way.
Well, I
It's,
just... oh, yeah, true. There we go. Yeah, so a third of people want it to change, 2/3 are fine with it as is. Anyone got any comments on that?
I think the only reason why people would want it to change is because I suspect there might be some PTSD from the bot crisis where there were so many failed kicks because a lot of votes did not count from people that were considered free to play.
Yeah, that's true, eh? Because I remember seeing vote kicks that it would be like 4-8, so you'd think it would fail, but then it went through, and it's because the 4 were actual like premium accounts, and they went through.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the vote kick system. It's doing exactly as it should, functions the same way in so many other games. It's fine.
This is sort of unrelated to quick play and casual, but one thing I would like is an option to make it not team specific, just for my own like community server. That would be nice.
That would be nice. But also at the same time, I feel like that could be abused.
Yeah,
where
that shouldn't be in casual.
It
or in
should not.
Valve casual,
Of course, it should not be in casual. But it'd be maybe I can like put that in the SDK or something. Make that a CEVA.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Yeah, for just to have it as an option for community servers.
Match status HUD. So that's the thing at the top of the screen that has like all the class icons and shit. Shows you your team composition. People like that. So
that's fine.
Can I have the toggle to turn it off that actually works, please?
I think
there is a toggle.
You do have the command, right?
There is the command.
But when there's a command, I want a button. Just turn it off.
I think that's completely fair.
Yeah.
I keep it because I like spawn camping, and it makes it easier to spawn camp.
I hate the noise.
Oh,
it's so ugly and unnecessary, and just it makes me it makes me see less of the beautiful game. So I'd like it turned off, please.
Yeah, I missed the little pie chart. I'll show you guys the pie chart that used to be on the like timer for the map. So if you look at the top of the screen, that's what it looks like normally, and then this is what it used to look like. It used to just be the timer with the little pie chart. And the little...
It was so great, man. God, that's all we needed. It was adorable. It was cute. That's the HUD. That is the HUD I came to know and love. Fuck the modern HUD. It's bad.
I like that word, adorable, to describe it.
is.
It really is adorable.
It has a certain charm to
timer.
it, yeah.
It's just doing its thing.
Just ticking away.
Just chill, bro.
It's also just like a much nicer visual representation. Like if you don't read, just quickly look. Oh, white, good. Red, uh-oh. Like
Zealander told me to tell Zesty there is a button in advanced settings for it.
Is there?
Really?
It doesn't work. I've tried it. Like it works briefly, but then every time I reset my game, it gets
under what category?
Your CFG.
I had no idea about this.
Oh yeah, the other thing I hate how the ping values default to that graph. That's another thing.
The graph's terrible.
It considers like 100 ping
options.
That was one of the single
Advanced.
worst changes
HUD
when it
option
went
is
to
very
the bars instead of the numbers.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Because, like, yeah, the numbers are in the settings.
I mean,
you can turn that on.
Yeah, you can change it in settings, but genuinely,
I've had that on
I
for
think
I don't know how long. Like,
yeah,
fucking
having
5
the numbers
years
is
or
just
whatever.
more reliable. You don't need to take a fucking guesstimation as what the fucking bars mean. You can just go.
Scroll.
Oh,
It's
that
in the
person has...
HUD options.
HUD options.
Scroll up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because the bars aren't cohesive enough of a, like, you know, ping indicator. There's only green, yellow, or red with 3 bars. There's no real in between to know how much your ping's fluctuating by unless you use numbers.
Use team stats display in the HUD. Okay.
Maybe they
yeah,
just, like,
that's it.
people don't understand what ping is. They're like, green equal good, red equal bad, and that's why they went with it.
The toggle works for me. The toggle for the match HUD works for me. And I've got on a bind as well. But yeah.
I want it to actually work, please. Doesn't work for me.
Damn,
Maybe it's my Vampire mods.
could be.
Wow.
Yeah, your recent
the
tweet.
fact
Oh,
that
here's
kids are
here's
allowed
another
to
one.
match
Here's another one. That's
You're a braver man than most of us for admitting that.
the teammate outlines on spawn. That
Oh, fuck that. Oh, yeah, get him out.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm on
I-
team, get rid of it. I fucking hate it. Oh, I hate that shit, dude.
Listen. They're
Hold on.
toggleable, but the only thing that they need to change is please stop revealing disguised enemy spies.
Exactly.
Please.
I was this was
I
gunmetal, right?
would
It came
be
out during
against-
gunmetal. It's
Yes,
really
gunmetal.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a fucking Saharan spy main back then, and that got me to quit. I'm not even kidding. I literally stopped playing the game, or rather, I quit playing spy because
Yeah,
I would
because of
fuck.
say
that change.
remove it.
Hang
but
on.
it's too used
I just want to
playing
point out something. I
eyes.
got a Robo community crate key from this fucking secret sexton.
Open it. Open
What?
box.
I don't have a
Open
crate.
it.
Do I even have a crate?
Well, they
The
cost
Robo
like a couple
community.
of cents at most.
You-
So
I think Robo crates are like $2 now. They're pretty
Oh,
pretty
shit.
pricey.
Oh shit, dude, you made profit.
That old.
pricey.
I sold all mine because they were expensive.
The big one were the fucking audition reels, dude. Those are like fucking $8.
That was like
a pop or something.
$100, I think, aren't they?
What?
Oh, am I
No
thinking of something
shot.
else? No. Am I thinking of something
No,
else?
no,
There's a-
definitely
Yeah.
Hang on, let me check.
I'm thinking about the Love and War, the audition,
Wait.
like the taunt crates.
Yeah, the one we can get. Yeah, I know the one. I know the one
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those were unusual taunts for a mistake. They should have never been put in the game.
They are ugly.
I agree with you. I think they're fucking crazy.
And then just for fun, I put in random crits in the survey. About half of people like it, and about a quarter want it gone. About 20% want
Blame
it
Okay,
Dane.
changed.
no, I was wrong.
Literally blame Dane for this discourse. It's all his fucking
I-
fault.
I mean, I don't like random crits myself. I have them turned off.
I like
But
them.
what if we
I
told
like
you quick playlist used to let you search for servers with random crits turned off?
What? No. Yeah, no, I was wrong. They are like $4 or $5.
Yeah.
I must have been thinking of like a completely different.
What I find
crate.
interesting is that random bullet spread is more hated in this survey than random crits. I do
Really?
not understand that
Such
one
a
bit.
non-issue. It's such a non-issue.
What do you mean I can't play my game like a super hyper competitive press a million buttons a second game?
Like,
What do you mean this isn't like Toho? Fuck.
why are random bullet spread more hated? I do not like that completely.
as a scout
threw
main,
me.
I can attest random bullet spread sucks. I have lost so many fights because enough
Okay,
bullets.
send me a
spread to the
clip
left
of
or
you
right.
getting screwed over by random bullet spread. No one has sent me a clip of random bullet spread screwing anyone over. I want a clip. I want proof that it actually happens. I've never
just
seen
want
it.
me
I
over
want to see an
time I die.
undeniable clip.
Mega, I
Every
just wanted
time
to
I
check on the
die,
random bullet spread thing.
it's random bullet spread's
you're-
fault.
Someone else just got a
You're not
Robo
gonna
community
get a
crate
good
here.
random bullet spread clip because it's really hard to get a good random bullet spread clip instead of, just someone getting domed by a random crit.
Okay, here's the thing though. Like,
Wait.
you can completely counter random bullet spread by just getting close to your target. Like, if you're close enough,
I am at like
shove it
a
up their
good
ass.
range. I am at like a good range for scout on where if it wasn't random bullet spread, all the bullets would hit. But they strafe a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, and my bullets go a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, and then I'm immediately fucked over with 11 damage.
I'm calling skill issue. Let's move on.
Can I just draw
Yeah,
something?
the
One quick
amount
thing.
of deviation by that degree, like if you're within the range where it matters and the bullets don't deviate that much to like, they don't all go to the left side of your crosshair, like the way
Did
the
you know that
RBS algorithm
shotguns are
works.
close range?
Alright.
One quick issue. Wait, were those secret sections like wrapped already? Or were they random?
They're random.
Because someone else
Wait,
just
who
got a
gifted
Robo
it?
community crate key.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
this could
who,
drop. What? Is something going
Who
on?
gifted it to you?
No, that's what I'm
Gifted it.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Can you
Hang
say
on.
their name?
It was
I got a
half
genuine
dead.
anger.
It's half
Okay,
dead.
that's because I got a genuine anger yesterday, just randomly in a secret section.
Wait, hang on. Zealander, open that and see what it is.
Is this some like bug? Are we discovering like
Is there
a
something
bug?
going on? Hang on.
I have no idea.
Wait. Who has 1,000? Anyone have 1,000 secret sections? I know there's one.
Let me check if
I
I've
have
got
100
mine.
secret sections.
Secret sextants.
Unless it
No,
was
I
like
don't.
given randomly.
I have no idea,
And-
but like I've never seen Robo Community Crate keys drop from secret
And let
sextants
alone
before.
twice.
Oh, I do have a secret section.
Let
Yeah,
alone
pop it.
twice.
Only
Guys,
a single one.
Darker X,
New,
let's see what you got.
New market crisis.
New market crisis. Anyway,
Drax,
we're
open it.
moving on now to questions about
Yeah,
features,
sorry,
about
hang on.
features not in casual mode. So people can pick to either add a feature or add a modified version of the feature, or not add it, or they can say they don't care.
They got a holiday punch.
So quick play, half the respondents said they want it, and then another quarter said they wanted a modified version of it. So that'd be the, I assume that's all the few good features from casual added on, like the map filtering and the ping stuff. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, pretty straightforward. People have been talking about this. 45.
I want to see the 45-minute map timer result. This is the one I've been waiting for the most.
Please.
Yeah, here it is. It's the 57.
This is the number one thing.
57% want it.
I want
wow,
is
yeah.
longer
And another
runtime.
20% want a modified
number
version.
one.
I'm not sure what you'd modify about that. It's
Probably like King of the Hill, best 3 out of 5. Like I've heard that getting thrown around. Maybe that's what we're talking about.
some people say 30 minutes, but it's something I just completely disagree with because you're oftentimes tossed into a game after it's already started. So a shorter round timer is no better than than round limits. Sorry, a shorter map timer is no better than round limits. So all it does is just shorten your playtime. And if you are upset with a long map timer, you can just leave the server whenever you want to. That's it.
Yeah,
And even then, payload rounds are usually like 45 minutes or like somewhere around there.
well, if it's a
depending on the map, of
multi-stage,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, if it's multi-stage, that's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't ever hear anyone complaining about that.
I mean,
So,
yeah,
I think 45 is completely fine.
No,
Yeah.
and also everyone flocking to payload and dust bowl just proves that players want longer periods of uninterrupted playtime, and that's why then longer map timers simply facilitate that.
And away from Koth.
The only
I think
thing-
that's the bigger indicator.
The only thing, because there are some really long maps in the game, like I think Patagonia particularly is like one of the longest maps. Like you can spend
And
an,
one of your
the
favorite.
dinosaur
you
one.
can
Odyssey as
spend
well.
like an hour on just one and a half of that. Do you
I
think?
know. I love it. I love it.
I love it too, but like, do you reckon it should be enforced like minimum you play both sides?
You can just leave. I don't get it. If it's taking too long, just leave and find a new map.
No, but like, I'm saying, do you reckon it should be enforced that both sides are played, even if the first half takes like an hour?
No, I don't think so. That was never a problem really. Before,
I mean, yeah,
before Meet Your Match.
you can just vote to extend too, can't you?
Yeah, of course you can.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, auto scramble. 60% want it back. Another 18%
Last
want a
night
modified
I
version.
voted
So yeah,
your mother.
people want auto scramble for sure.
Yeah, I mean, team scrambles are just required for a game like this.
And also, it works in tandem with the 45-minute round timers. Because, like, in my opinion, 45-minute round timers doesn't mean shit if, like, it's just a bunch of, like, 2-minute fucking constant back and forths.
And then-
Oh yeah, you need scrambles.
And that's
Yeah,
why
you need both in tandem.
that's why Koth wouldn't work with best 3 out of 5 because
the
you need
entire
that auto
team
scramble.
on blue plays high.
Yep.
So yeah, and then
yeah,
even more popular than that, I think the most popular thing by far is vote scramble. That's got a huge majority, 79% want
Yeah,
vote
This one is
scramble.
usually more controversial from what I've seen.
The only thing,
because stomps suck, and that's what like defines casual mode are stomps that have no hope of getting balanced out. So people want the option for new teams.
to just
See,
force
I
it, yeah.
completely agree with you, but whenever I see talks about, oh, what was actually bad about quick play, they usually say like, oh, fucking vote scramble. It's like people lose within 4 minutes and then they keep spamming the vote. And
That
like,
just
I don't
didn't happen.
remember. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
was a
remember that
cooldown.
at all.
There was a
But-
12-minute.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
there was a 20-minute cooldown on vote scrambles.
Yeah, there
Wait,
was.
really? It was
Yes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
check.
it
holy
correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 15 or 20 minutes?
It's
I can't
20.
remember.
The Siva is
20?
still in the game for it. It's like
Yeah,
it's
vote scrambles could. Okay, and I'm gonna scream this at the top of my fucking lungs. You could not spam vote scrambles like that. Like people's brains have been poisoned by Uncle Topia because it can be spammed in those servers. But quick play, you could not do that.
Yeah, it's 20
I
minutes.
remember, I remember it not being a problem at all, and like all these different people were saying it was actually a problem. I'm like, I never had that experience.
The
Well, now
one-
I know why.
The one thing I'm not sure about with vote scramble is when those go off, they do reset the entire map timer.
No, don't do that. That's pointless if you have a 45-minute map timer.
Yeah, and it was even worse because if the map had been extended like 3 times, then those extensions would also be reset, so you'd get like an hour 45 on the clock.
Yeah,
really?
No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
because the way extensions work is they just increase MP time limit, and then when that gets reset, it's like the game. When the vote scramble goes through,
is clicking. Hold
that
on.
is mine. That is
He's
mine.
turned off noise cancelling.
Yeah, I had to turn off noise cancelling. Yeah, I'll
So
stop.
like the way the map extension would work is that when a map vote can only oh my god, I can't talk because I had too much alcohol earlier. Okay, so the way a map vote works, all right, the way it should work. The way it should work is that 10 minutes before the map ends, one vote pops up. You can't call a vote to change the map. It's a map vote that appears automatically, just one. And so if the vote to extend the map is selected, it doesn't stack. It just continues and adds another 45 minutes and that's done. You can't like spam the map vote and then extend the map timer to be like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's what used to happen with quick play because it was just you pull up the voting menu and then there was like a bunch of options.
Yeah, real quick, Zealander wants to know what you were drinking.
A very strong but delicious stout.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Guinness?
It wasn't Guinness, was it?
Oh, fuck Guinness. Ugh.
Okay.
Fuck
It's
you.
a delicious stout. Guinness is not a delicious stout, dude.
Guinness is nasty.
Fuck all of you.
Okay, alright.
Nah.
Guinness gets worse the further it gets from Ireland. That's a fact. If you have it in a can, it's terrible.
Okay, that is fair.
As a stout drinker, I can attest that if it's in the can, it's an awful stout.
All right.
Alcohol in our house is
My
vodka.
Irish
sorry.
my Irish
Next thing, ad hoc connections. So obviously 60% want it.
So many people don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Oh my
a
god.
quarter of respondents do not know what ad
These
hoc
should be
connections are.
actually. These should realistically be the #1 thing that like everyone agrees is good.
I agree. Like everyone
see that
should be
no
able to
downsides.
just connect to a server of their choice.
Yeah, I
if-
mentioned this earlier. Did anyone else like go through their friends list and then just like randomly press join game?
Yeah.
Okay, I
sometimes.
guess just me.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd go through my friends list
Yep,
and be like,
all
"Oh,
the
what's
time.
Bill doing today?" Yeah, and I just pressed join game, and it was just fucking easy.
Yeah, so I figured that ad hoc connections might not be, recognized by some group of people. So the follow-up to that was Valve servers and server browser. And there you can see the majority gets even bigger.
Oh yeah, done.
So there you go.
Who said don't add this feature? What justifiable reason would you have to not want this?
Apparently
you don't wanna, like,
244
fill
people
up
said
the
that. I
browser
do
or
not
whatever.
know why they...
I want to know what justifiable reason you would have to have Valve servers omitted from the browser. What reason do you have? Tell me. I have to know.
There was
Man,
silence.
if they remove
rhetorical, by
their
the
servers,
way.
the only thing they'd get is money. They spend a lot of money on servers.
I mean, the link to the Discord's in the description, so if you want to jump in the stage chat and type out some explanation,
We
go
are now
ahead.
taking callers.
Yeah,
for
maybe
places
they're
to
all
yell at.
community server owners, and
And
they
here
don't
we
want
are,
the content.
choosing
I just want to know.
choosing team after joining. 80% want
Bro,
Oh,
Easy.
buddy. It's so funny because people just inadvertently recognize that this is what would basically eliminate skill-based matchmaking in the game and then help a lot with heavily unbalanced games.
that. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but also, like, if you have this necessarily, like, how do you have a slot reservation system then? I feel like this necessarily indicates the destruction of the matchmaking system.
Yes. If the team selection screen is brought back, that would be the removal of the skill-based matchmaking system, flat out.
And by
Slot
the way-
reservations would be gone.
Anyone saying it's just nostalgia, go to a community server right now, 90% of the time, maybe even 100. I can't remember a time where this hasn't happened. You get the 2 doors, and it works perfectly fine. It's great.
And also, it's not nostalgia.
balance-
If you look
No,
at
it's not.
if you look at the starting years, the distribution's the same pretty much across the entire spectrum of starting years for what people picked between casual and quick play. So it's not a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, so when it comes to casual mode now, team balance in casual mode is effectively random because the skill-based matchmaking system does not work. The team selection screen is also random, but with the added benefit of no slot reservations. The problem that happens in casual mode right now is because the game is allowed to begin before all players connect, the team that has their players load in faster is automatically going to have the advantage, and that's what causes steamrolls all the time. It's like we wonder why stomps happen all the time. It's because the fucking matchmaking system does that bullshit.
And then the party
It sucks.
system.
And then once that team gets momentum, it never slows down because the other team is constantly hemorrhaging players that are leaving the losing game because they know they're not going to win.
Yeah, and the party system as well, bringing in the 6 stacks, and like, the amount of times, even just looking at the badges, the amount of times I've seen a bunch of tier 1s all in my team, and then I'm like the only high level guy on my team, and then the other team's got like 8 people with higher level badges, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who fucking decided this? And when you've got 24 people on the server itself can do a far better job of balancing the teams just with those players than with waiting on a matchmaking system to fix it for it. Like 24 players, you can produce a balanced game just by like scrambling once.
Yep.
Like if you get a stomp, okay, scramble it. There you go. Now you got a pretty balanced game.
Because you have to think about it in terms of skill discrepancies, right? Team scrambles are usually called, or they're automatic, when the skill discrepancy is really large, right? So if you scramble everyone around, that basically is going to guarantee a minimization of that discrepancy for a more balanced game.
Yeah, but then you get the effect where it's like when all the bad players leave, or if there's a stomp, all the good players stay on the server, and then you basically got this overpowered team, and then the matchmaker can't find another overpowered team to stack it against. It tries to match parties with other parties, but you all know how bad the party system is when it comes to finding a game.
It doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Fuck, Valve! God damn it, what'd you do to this game?
Switching teams mid-game, less popular for some reason, but still a clear majority.
So it's not popular because there's a really strong misconception going around that people thought it would cause team stacking, which just did not happen in quick play.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, like that rumor was perpetuated by like a small handful of YouTubers like preaching it as if though it were fucking gospel when that just was not a thing.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you switch teams, let's say you have the option to switch teams, that means your team had one more player than the team you're going to. So you make that switch, now the other team has one more player. If you want to smuggle another person across to that team, someone else has to go in the other direction. So you have to trade players one for one in order to like
spectate.
Or you do
use a call-in.
Actually, no, not spectate as well. I think there was a thing that I think they added it. I can't remember when they added it, but it would prevent the teams from becoming unbalanced if you switched to spectator. Like you wouldn't be allowed to join spectator.
So if it was 9v7, but like the 8th player went to spectate, you still have like an error message, like the cross sign.
Or if it was, let me check. I don't have it enabled.
I don't remember that.
Let me.
I have a call-in from a user who says that what bills should be added to the promo cycle. Thoughts?
No.
MP.
So someone
Even
said
Eric Smith was like,
yes.
why'd I add
Okay.
that?
Here. MP spectators restricted. That's the command. I don't know if that was in quick play servers or not, but it was, or a default. But I know that command exists. I can't remember if it was Valve servers or not. But if were it to be an issue, you could just turn that on. That would be something that could be changed. But it wasn't, so it doesn't need to be changed.
Yeah, that's more of an issue with spectate mode, where people can just kind of camp out in there indefinitely. Just make it so people can't do that.
Yeah.
That works.
Quick play era map vote. Obviously, a portion of players weren't familiar with how the voting system worked in quick play. That's to be expected. But people seem to be in favor of it. But I mean, we've already kind of covered this, right? Like the best solution would be
less downtime.
Yeah, the best solution would be what community servers offer with the F1 to F5, and F5 being the extended button. So yeah, I think the casual one sucks, man.
It's so bad. It's so. And, I mean, is it any wonder that it sucks so much? Because like that wasn't even in the game when Meet Your Match came out. They retroactively added that in response to people wanting that feature from Quick Play. But because they had to tack it on top of the existing matchmaking system, no wonder it fucking blows and is half broken.
Yeah, I forgot it wasn't on there. It wasn't there for
no.
Meet Your Match
Remember,
last-
in between those two having no map vote and having what we have now, they had the rematch system.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that
remember.
came first. And no one stuck around for a rematch.
No one ever did.
Nobody. Everyone just left.
God,
I wonder if that muscle memory is just like, maybe it didn't start with like the modern map selection. What if it started there of just like everyone immediately habitually requeuing?
That
well,
could,
I mean, you have a lot
maybe,
of people that
yeah.
started playing at like a long. I mean, the rematch feature was only in the game for what, 5 months, if even that.
I mean, yeah, Jungle Inferno.
That's enough time to build up some shitty muscle memory. That's my point.
Yeah,
I mean-
but then we have so many people that started playing the game after that point.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
still
account for
maintained.
a large portion of the player base.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people behave that way in response to that, but people just don't want the fucking downtime.
I mean, it could
Yeah,
have like
it's too
carried over, whereas like, oh, people saw that people did that, and then they just kept doing it
Yeah.
themselves.
It's
Yeah.
bad either way, to be clear, but I'm saying that the players before this modern map selection was integrated, I wonder if that carried over, that kind of shitty muscle memory
Yeah.
for those players in particular.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else I got. Spectator
I
mode.
hope-
Everyone wants
Like,
that.
can I just like request that other people other than me make videos on this? Because like other big people make videos on this, because like this is something that we all unanimously agree is like the game needs help.
I do have a
Seriously.
script written.
I probably won't just.
I do have a
That's
script
Like-
written. It's quite long though, so I need to like redraft it a fair bit.
It's so fucking frustrating that like this is like the overwhelming majority of the player base agrees that there's something incredibly wrong with casual mode and that it would benefit by being changed in some capacity, but no one big talks about it other than like 2 people.
Yeah, I am working on.
book, we
I
have
have
all
a
the-
script
Right,
written.
I made a tweet. I'm doing my part.
Oh, it's
That's true,
Twitter,
buddy.
bro. Twitter. Imagine.
I ain't seen no blue sky
Again,
post.
I've gone back and forth, but it's just kind of like, you know. That,
I mean,
Quick Play Bros
my
are very
video,
hostile. I'm
my
just
video is going to be focused less on the overall debate and more just like looking at individual features and what I would do.
Does
So it's up to me.
also add all talk as well? Was that a thing?
All Talk?
All talk was never in quick play, and I don't think it's a
Right.
good idea to have it in a team-based game.
Yeah, that's actually the next thing. A lot of people want it though. 51% want it, or a modified. Actually, if you include the modified version of it, that's like almost 80.
I'd say
I
the
guess
only way
you can have a
really
vote for
implement
it?
all talk
I'd-
is if
I'd-
it's off by default, and you can put in a vote to have all talk enabled or disabled at the start of a round.
That's what
I
I'd
think that's
favour
right.
too. Default
Yeah.
off, and then have a vote to turn on. Because when like, I mean, say what you want about like some of the recent Scream Fortress content and whatnot, but when like a VSH or a ZI map gets added and people queue into that, the conversations that happen are really funny. Because it's all
talk
Even,
on
like,
servers are
content.
fucking great.
I think
they're awesome.
yeah, I think having a vote like default off and then vote to turn it on, I think that would be the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
it's-
that's
yeah,
what
like,
it's
Or
like.
maybe,
have it on.
I think
maybe
that's,
for like
that's great,
specialized
actually.
game modes, it could just be turned on by default, like ZI, for example.
Yeah,
would
it
be
is.
one.
It is.
Or maybe like you know, on the event where I forget what the map's called. It's been years since I've played it. But the one where you fight Marasmus and you enter a truce, it should be on for that.
Ghost Town.
Oh, Ghost Fort.
True.
Goes for it,
Oh,
yeah.
Goes for
actually,
it,
hang
rather.
on. Fuck the
Yeah,
truces.
goes for it,
Remove the
goes for it.
truces. Number
Yeah,
one.
remove the
Yeah.
truces. I want to kill my friend. Who's
Yeah,
gonna
true.
work
Honestly,
makes
the
party
truces
system
are
like
a
fucking
bit
nothing.
shit, but I feel
Suck.
like they're not going.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of things that need to be reworked, 100%. And it's mainly like stuff that shouldn't have been changed in the first place.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
changed
and
for the
this guy
sake
in
of
chat, talking to people makes the social aspect of the game so enjoyable. It really
Sure.
is a different vibe with all talk. It is a completely different vibe where it's like it's almost like social interactions first, game second, or rather.
I used to hear stories of people like having book reads on TF2
Yeah.
servers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The interaction facilitated the gameplay instead of the gameplay facilitating the interactions. And you know, is that good? Is it bad? Leave it to player choice. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
having
it would
If
help.
you were to
Like,
sum up what All Talk does for TF2 in one sentence, I'd say All Talk makes TF2 more interactive and fun because it provides that kind of, you know, connection that you just don't get normally because you can interact with the other team and mess with them. You know, that kind of stuff you don't get in other games.
right. It brings a sort of silliness that I don't think you get in casual
Yeah, 100%.
like community in servers. And like that being said, like a lot of those community servers that have all talk are also one of the reasons why they may be so popular and it's still going on. That could be an
That
argument
is
could be
true.
made. But I think that adding it into or having the option, like I think 73 said, having the option to like vote for it on would make the game so much better. Like the amount of banter
and it would
you
give
would have.
people the option to decide whether we want to have a more silly experience
Right,
or you want
exactly.
to keep the more, you know, for however many people play TF2 seriously. I don't know that many. but however many do want to keep it serious
We're on the
have
map
that
that has
option
the
to
least
do so.
repair.
Fun.
Oh, awesome. Just imagine competitive all talk, dude.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that would be
God.
awesome. That would
Oh,
make me feel
God.
even
Lord.
more.
That would piss off the 46 people who play it.
I'd like that,
Being
honestly.
generous of the 46 there.
Yeah, 45. It's being late.
Then it becomes psychological warfare. That's how it works. You say shit like, "I
That's
fucked your
funny as
mother."
fuck, dude. Holy shit, that'd be awesome. Imagine psych.
Yeah, bro. All the comp players say slurs to each other over the microphone.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so
Then
when
you
this
have-
is
then-
psychological warfare.
Then you
like,
have
is it-
one guy being like, "Clear comms, clear comms."
Guys, I'm trying to focus. Come on, bro. I need to capture the third intelligence.
I said GG 5 times.
Realistically, what would
realistically-
happen is they just mute the entire other team, and that would.
Oh,
that's it.
absolutely.
Yeah, that would honestly be the case.
I mean, hey, look, player choice.
So another question, especially for the YouTubers here, is, do you think it's a bad idea from your perspective, as like someone with influence who may be like slightly more harassed than another tier 2 player? Do you think it's a good idea for other players as well, or do you think that could also lead to harassment as well?
I do not dictate. I don't think any YouTuber should dictate their own personal problems. That those should dictate any kind of solutions as to.
No
We're-
streamer or YouTuber should have influence. No, fuck 'em.
We're an extreme minority, and like what I've found is that if people want to harass you, they will find a way to harass you no matter what protections are in place. Like even if TF2 is completely invulnerable to harassment and can't be used as an attack vector, they'll just find something else. Some other aspects affiliated with you, like your Discord server or something
Turning
personal.
off decals and sprays and all that, having the options for those, I think that's all I wanted. I think everything else is
That's really good. Yeah.
secondary.
That's awesome.
Toggleable, fine, all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, and the final questions on the survey. How did you come across the survey? It's a fairly even split between, I mean, it said Discord and YouTube, so I imagine those would primarily be like content creators and stuff. And then I also posted the survey to Reddit, which got about 14%, and then there are a whole bunch of other like options in the middle here.
Was that in the Omegatronics server, or is that just on the your
Oh,
one?
God.
There's
Do
a
we
whole
have
bit-
to post the image?
No, we do not need to post
We
the
do not
image.
need to post the image. And then, if
We do not
applicable,
need to
name the
reveal
content
Megastar
creator.
Bomb's previous subreddit history.
God.
Sorry.
And then a couple of questions. In your opinion, what is the likelihood of Valve responding to a social media campaign? People are pretty mixed. They've got pretty mixed opinions on this. No one thinks it's
Define
like.
responding.
I'm not surprised.
Define responding.
I left that open to interpretation. I just said responding to a social media campaign on Quick Play.
My opinion is, and we can talk more about this off stream, but I think matchmaking changes are coming.
You think? I think they'll definitely.
I think so too, honestly.
And I think this will be a kick in the ass to prioritize it more than perhaps it might be right now.
Yeah, I definitely think there will be at least an acknowledgement and maybe some like basic changes that are fairly easy to implement. Whether or not it goes beyond that and is a more dramatic overhaul, I don't know.
Classify a response as a social media post or actual action?
I mean, I personally interpret the question as like a change within the game itself.
I think Valve's gonna respond like this. Divert your eyes to stage chat.
Oh my god. All your theories are wrong. Goodbye.
We're closing TF2.
I mean, with how Valve operates, like, an actual change is more likely than just a tweet. Like, they tried the tweet strategy and that backfired massively.
Yeah, they did. There was nothing. They just like, we'll hear you, and then...
Happy, what, 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years since then.
I mean, it's fixed now, like, the issue.
Well, they definitely heard us. Yeah, they didn't do anything.
I just kind of forgot about the tweet.
We hear you 2 years later.
3 years later. Fucking Christ, dude.
And then overall, how satisfied are you with the current state of TF2? Most people picked between 2 and 8. It was broad spectrum. So, yeah, and that's pretty much the survey. There was a final thoughts thing with a bunch of thoughts.
I'm sure lovely responses.
Yeah, no. Bring back Quick Play. Pootus, nah. Stout Shaker for 2 refined, and I dare not scroll down any further.
Stout Shaker?
I want to see. Scroll down.
I think that's
Well,
risky as
yeah.
fuck, man.
Putus,
I think that's-
Gregnant, some actual paragraphs.
Not the Greg.
Go until you see a slur.
All right, we'll go.
What?
I know there's at least one in this, so that
It would have been me, probably.
have a nice day, nice
Okay, man.
initiative. Here in Brazil, there were community servers without many mods, and I really liked them. Something more vanilla / Valve servers. But after the pandemic, many just prefer to play casual, and the community servers closed.
Free description
Damn.
tag.
Yeah, so many community servers have closed, man. It's so sad.
I know, like, have fun, they're gone.
Yeah, have fun is gone. They
Rest in peace, have fun. We can
Is
no longer
Dark-
have
is
fun.
Peace, have
Dark
fun.
Water
No
still
more
around?
fun allowed.
You mean
was
Dark
it?
Water? You mean Black Wonder?
Black Wonder. Fuck, Jesus.
They're still around, I think, but they
Really?
I haven't
They-
seen them in ages.
Are they doing alright?
I mean,
that was my first community server I ever played.
BL
Over Wars.
where's my caps lock on? Yeah, Black Wonder's still there. They're one of the ping spoofing ones.
Ah.
So yeah, I can see US, New York, Dust Bowl, and WarioWare 28 ping. Yeah, buddy. Sure. What else? Fuck casual. Very true.
That was Jesse's response.
Yeah,
Someone said Zesty is stupid with no further elaboration.
so true.
Is that counting as a slur?
No. We're not at that level yet. Someone says casual is abhorrent dog shit when it comes to queuing and playing on unpopular maps. Yep, that's definitely true.
Alright, now that's Jesse's response. Sorry, actually.
Holy shit, Adam Sandler is in the chat. Adam Sandler. if you
Real
have anything you
Adam
wanna say.
Sandler?
Holy shit, dude! I'm a big fan of Click.
Wow, it's Adam Sandler.
Nigel, pull up the entire movie.
Oh yeah, let me get it real quick. Hold on, I gotta dig for it.
Sorry, Mega, you can.
Someone says I hate
Here it
random crits. I do too.
Oh
buddy.
no.
Hmm.
Dude, the server lost its boost status. I can't send it anymore.
Oh,
I'll have to
get
press it
owned.
more.
And alright, here's $3.
Someone says keep up the lovely work, Zesty, with a little heart, ASCII
A
heart.
love heart emoticon.
Yeah.
This was Mega Scatterbomb's fucking survey, not
Yeah.
mine.
Someone says Valve should not be forgiven for a crime that they did to TF2 and their other games. Yeah, guys, we should
They
totally.
murdered my
I
family.
mean,
Look at that message,
I-
my boy.
I agree with the sentiment in that people give Valve far too much leeway with how they've treated this game since 2016. It's a little sad to me that so many people still decide to praise them for continuing to deliver below the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's weird because like with Steam they're really good, and then with their previous games they're really good, and then they just fell off.
And that's what people. I mean, that's what people remember them by. Is they establish themselves as like this amazing company with like this with great products, and they seem to care about what they were doing. But then people just held on to 2004 Valve and just can't seem to like let that go.
Warbird in chat is saying even Steam is starting to fall off. I mean, I think I can understand that sentiment if you're talking about like the quality of the games, because a lot of games get shoveled on.
Greenlight.
A lot of games get shoveled onto Steam, but like on
Find the cat number 552.
yeah, but on the
Or
other
the
hand,
15,000 porn
Steam
games
being
there.
an open platform that's where there's no like censorship is also a good thing, and like so
How so?
it's
I want to hear this argument.
pornography.
Okay.
Zesty Jesus can confirm.
It's okay, we're throwing
What?
Jesse at the buzz a bit too much. Oh,
None of you.
Waluigi.
Hey, Steam has the private games feature now, so you can. We do
That's
not have
true, but I
to. We
think
do not
they-
have to
We
know
have no
about
clue
any of
what
this.
Zesty Jesus has been playing this
Or
time.
Wheezy.
Dude,
Or
relax.
Wheezy.
I'm just
My
talking
my
about
games
Scatterbombs.
library is
Do it.
public. People have gifted me some awful abominations over the years.
God.
Have you
Alright.
played them?
I want
No.
like a yes or no answer here.
No.
I'm very
Getting rid of
happy
green
that I
light
pick
was a
and
mistake.
choose, like my friends very carefully because I don't get sent stuff like that. They know I
Hey,
don't
Nigel,
like
check
it.
your.
I will kill you.
Was Greenlight a mistake?
Was removing green light a mistake?
Removing
that
green
because
light.
now you have to, all you have to do is pay
Is the color
$100.
green a mistake?
That's a different question.
I mean,
removing
Greenlight.
the
That's
kind of
where
a-
like the community like voted on shit, right?
No, that was where Valve basically had to look over your game and see
Ah, that's
the
right.
shovelware. And now it's been replaced by you
Like
just pay
tired of playing all the
$100.
trash.
I mean, Pro, it allows for more people to push out games and like not have to wait a while to get their games out. But Con, porn games, a lot of porn games and like scam and like all those like.
I
like
think
cash
having
grabs.
What's
Greenlight
a con?
for some people.
Yeah, Greenlight was. The
I
thing
mean,
that
you
kind of
have
was-
to. That is off by default. So if you're seeing that shit, that's on you.
What? No, I'm what? I've turned it off. I'm just saying like the games being added in. Like we're having a lot of more of those games. And not just those games, like scam games as well.
I mean, I don't.
Like the NFT grabs.
Yeah, the scam games needs
I've
better
gotten
moderation for
info-
sure. I think this.
I've gotten some info from chat. Apparently, Cypherlock gifted you an interesting aim trainer.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an AI furry porn aim trainer game that I dare not download because I really don't want spyware on my computer.
Cool. What's it called?
Cypherlog.
It's just called furry aim trainer.
Oh,
I also
God.
got
Opposite
gifted
of
femboy
spyware.
aim trainer. I was also gifted sex with Hitler,
All from Cypherlog. All from Cypherlog. All from Cypher Doom.
Dude,
The
is
fuck
it
is he
is
giving
it like
you,
a
man?
ticking time bomb in my friends list?
I've
Yeah,
been
fuck.
gifted many games.
Wait, Sex with Hitler? That's a real game?
There's
Yes,
two of
it's on
them.
Steam.
There's two
You've
of them.
I'm
piqued his
buying that
interest.
right now.
Oh my god, no, dude. No.
309.
Sex with-
also
Wait,
has-
how many Sex with Hitlers are there? There's so many games.
There's only one Hitler. How many can you make?
There's, hang on,
Holy
there's
shit,
Sex
dude.
with Hitler, Sex with Hitler 2, Sex with Hitler 2069, Sex with Hitler World War 2, Sex with Hitler 3D.
What do you mean
and
World War
Furry
II?
Hitler.
What other
Oh
World
my
War
god,
would it be?
wait. Dude, they're going
I
to
don't
the
know, World
fucking
War
COD
One?
round. Oh my god, there's a new one every year.
Bro's making
Yeah.
bank
the
off
new,
this,
the new
bro.
Wheezy upload's gonna be awesome, dude. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god! Oh my god!
Wheezy, you
oh.
finally can stop being a TF2 YouTuber. We've found your
Now you'll be a
niche.
sex with furry Hitler YouTuber, I guess.
Hitler
You'll be a Hitler tuber or something?
Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
I think
Sex with
What would be
Hitler
cool-
really needs quick play.
This
Oh
is
my
like
god.
who fucking. Wait, it's 50% off if I buy the deluxe
Oh,
edition.
score! Fuck yeah!
Great deal. Get it right now.
Nah,
Get it right. That's a never
This-
before you get any.
look, you can
deal.
shove as long as it's 50% off.
Hey, Sophalock, you a chat man? I think Wheezy will.
They have sex with Stalin.
Oh my god, they've got both fucking sides. Oh my god, they're appealing.
I'm asking, do they have sex with Stalin?
They do, I think. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, but then where's sex with Churchill?
Churchill.
We're just bringing in all the World War. It's just World War II sex edition. They got the
Sex
sex
with
up there.
Mussolini. is
God
next.
help us when World War III happens, man. Like the internet's gonna go wild with that one.
Sex
Yeah,
with
might happen
Robo
tomorrow.
Genghis
I see
Khan,
the
dude.
games you guys are playing, and I raise you this.
They're fucking-
Isn't that what most YouTubers do anyway?
No, that's what JD Vance does.
Oh my god.
No, he kills the Pope, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, completely trying to reel this back in a bit.
They made his
Completely
cock
forgot.
huge, by the way.
What the fuck, dude?
We did
Okay,
not
no.
need this
We
information.
did not
reeling
need
it
the, we
in.
did not need the information. I think send it to
It's
Wheezy later. then.
massive.
You said you did, and the
Shut
line
the
broke.
fuck up.
Shit, this is what MVM does to a motherfucker. Oh my god.
Oh, there's a question relating to MVM in the chat. Would enabling ad hoc connections for servers running man up and still tracking tour completions be feasible?
Ooh.
No.
I mean, Potato TF kind of does it pretty well with the way they track their
I'm actually.
missions.
I'm not gonna answer. I don't know.
So the way...
Oh, the funny thing. There is a funny thing with fucking. You know how boot camp technically runs on like quick play infrastructure, and like technically you can like get into community servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they patched that out
Oh,
very
no.
No
recently.
shot. No shot, dude.
Yeah, yeah. You can't. It was a November patch. They heard bring back quick play, and they said let's destroy the last fucking remnant of quick play that exists within the game. And now you
Yeah, they're
can't
trying to
connect to
silence us.
community servers.
Damn.
Chat, take to the streets. By that I mean Twitter.
I mean, okay, the way
trying to silence us.
Potato TF does, because you know you can get the medals and shit from those missions, so they got to be able to
Yeah.
track your completion. The way they do it is each wave, every time you participate in a full wave, then that wave gets checked off. So you could, if you joined halfway through a mission, you can do like the last 4 waves, and then you can come back and do the first 4 waves, and then you've done that whole mission. You're done, and then once you've done that for every mission, then you're fully done and you've completed the operation or whatever. You could do something similar with Man Up, and that would allow you to
but
do
you don't
ad
even
hoc.
have to have that like the restriction part. You could just be like, oh, you want to ad hoc join on like wave 6. I mean, you could still join the game on wave 6.
Yeah,
still
you
get,
can
like,
join
loot and
whenever.
stuff, so
But you
actually, there shouldn't be any problems here.
yeah, but then you just need
Gonna force all my friends to do the first 5 waves and then fucking get loot by only joining in the 6th wave.
My thinking right now is just like, what the fuck is like, nothing's happening. You know, like the bots are gone. We got the SDK. Like, what the fuck are you working on now? Like, give us a new fucking MVM tour, okay? Just do it. There are people out there who will literally give you all the things for free. I don't get why Valve doesn't do it. So we're gonna start a campaign for that. We need hashtag bring back MVM.
Damn, bro.
I mean,
Like,
just look
I
at
don't-
the
Enough
would it be a
hashtags and we can
workshop
write a
for all
book.
those suggestions
Well,
of
actually,
MVM maps?
on the topic of hashtags and that, obviously, doing a
I'm kidding,
hashtag
honestly.
for each little thing is tedious, right? But what alternatives are there for like?
You don't need one.
You don't need a hashtag to make noise.
Yeah,
True,
or
that
just
does
like
help.
even like an open letter. Like that's what the it Crash did like in 2022 or something.
Do you
And
think
that's
that it would
also what we
help?
did with
Because, like-
unmute free to plays. And I wrote down. I'd be generous with my estimate on how many I wrote down, but I'd say I wrote down at least a third of the names on there. It was not
It
fun.
was there was technically a hashtag, but like nobody used it. Right?
Yeah, it
That's my
wasn't a
point,
major
is
thing, right?
You don't need it.
You just
really
just
don't.
made videos on it, and then just being like, "Hey, here's the Discord. If you support this, join in and sign it." That was basically it. It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's it's useful as like a collective action point, but it's just I think the fatigue over time it outweighs the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the,
not
the
good
abundance
to
of
overuse it.
hashtags. It just kind of like I made this point in Mega a few days ago, but I think the abundance of the like sheer amount of new like movements, or like although fantastic and great to see the community coming together, after a while it kind of feels like a lot of people might be burnt out.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee
another
that
one.
it would work.
Another one.
Yeah, another one.
I definitely-
What is Wheezy Black?
I mean, I definitely think quick play is like the last major thing that we need a campaign for.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it really is the final thing Valve needs to do for this game before they
And
sunset
then,
it.
so
That's it.
that's once quick play's done, then it's all the minor shit
Who
can be
gives a
done
fuck?
through the SDK. Like all the minor bug fixes and shit can be done
Yeah.
through the SDK.
Yeah, like this is the last thing Valve really needs to do on their own.
Do you guys think that I know Zesty was it Zesty? Yeah, Zesty talked about it earlier in the stream. Do you think sharing notes and sharing like a set goal as to what like we want and what would be fantastic, and having just like a set document where people can like use that for information and then make videos on it? Do you think that would be a good idea?
Like
to
for
encourage people to
quick
make
play
videos?
or for
Yeah, just to have information out there.
Well,
like,
yeah.
like a document that
The-
have everything that we want, like the set in stone points.
the quick play organizers, like Bring Back Quick Play organizers, are working on an open letter that will list out all the things that should change.
Okay.
And so the survey data will help inform like what things should and should not be on that letter.
Because I was thinking of making one, like, even though I haven't uploaded in about fucking 6 months now. But I think like even having small creators and like people who may not know it entirely, if as long as they're as like, but they have all the facts and they don't like misrepresent or if they quote shit, as long as that would happen, do you think small creators who may not have played quick play, as long as they have the facts, should make videos on it?
Oh sure. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's something that they think that you don't have to have experienced. I can't talk. You don't need to have experienced quick play to be able to point at when we had it and acknowledge that the game was just better, right?
Or at the very least, you could say that casual's dog shit. That much is
Right.
relevant to literally everybody. At the very least, you can do
too.
that.
Yeah, that too. You don't even have to like acknowledge quick play at all. And the more people making noise, the better. Simple as.
Correct.
There's a guy in this chat saying for us that he has a couple interviews with people in the competitive scene talking about Bring Back Quick Play things. So, are there any certain like points that those interviews make that's worth considering that you want to bring up
all
now?
46 people?
No, this is community competitive. I think they mean.
Oh, okay, like Highlander.
It's
Yeah.
I think it's probably just it's a useful thing to have competitive players on your side, where even the people who take the game more seriously than everybody are like, this system's fucking dog shit. It needs to go.
Yeah.
I mean, competitive players they didn't even want casual mode. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't
I know,
ask
but
for
a
this.
lot of people don't like that. Just it doesn't compute in their minds. So if you just have like an objective place to go, be like, yeah, see, look at all these competitive players. They fucking hate this shit too. That a lot of that is just like urban legend stuff. If you were around at the time, then you know that. But otherwise, you need to like go on forums and shit, and almost nobody does that.
The guy in chat says, I was talking with JPEG and he told me that competitive players would also sign on to bringing back quick play. Well, there you go.
Sweet.
Yeah, literally no one asked for casual mode. It was all about...
Yeah, no one likes this shit.
Yeah,
even if you don't want, for some reason, like a full reversion, this is unacceptable, right? Like waiting fucking 6 minutes to play a game and like spending 10 minutes queue hopping just to get like 2 shitty rounds of King of the Hill and then needing to re-queue. Like, this should not be controversial in saying that needs to change.
I mean,
it amazes me that this has somehow become contentious, and I don't understand. How
look
this
at
has become contentious.
look at the survey. Only 1% said they wanted casual to remain as is. Like, it's not controversial. We have the data. It's a very small minority of people saying that.
You're still queued to that pastime.
Yes,
Matt?
I'm still queued to that pastime, Matt.
Holy shit! Was it
my
like
God.
3 hours now?
I'm surprised it hasn't like aired out or anything.
Well, that's an issue. It can't. Well, it doesn't usually because it's
No, but usually when I try...
wait,
have you ever gotten that thing where you start queuing and then like 10 seconds later it stops queuing? Like, I'm glad they added that error message now, but for like the most of the past 9 years, it just ended without any notification. Sucked.
Isn't the error message like weird? Like, oh, it says like VAC in the title.
Can't connect to
back
VAC servers.
authentication.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, does it think I'm cheating? Like, that was my first response.
I've had people come to me and say, "Oh, I've been VAC banned. What did I do?" VAC's not reliable. And I'm like, bro, it's just an issue with the computer, bro. You're not VAC banned. Actually, surprise, if you do get VAC banned, you actually can still queue into a casual match. It's just, it only kicks you once you actually attempt to connect.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it's fun, and it's stupid because there are ways to bypass the VAC kick. There's some real dumb shit with like spoofing host timescale on your client or some shit that allows you to connect for like 10 minutes at a time into a VAC secured server, even if you have a VAC ban. And I've seen videos of people doing it. It's like, oh my god, how does this not work? How can you have a kick function that doesn't work? It's so
you
stupid.
try an anti-cheat or like a kick system that bad?
I don't know, man. But TF2 code base is a disaster, man. Absolute disaster.
God. How happy
I wonder,
you guys... Oh, sorry, you go.
Okay, I'm just looking at the Freaky Fair footage, and I wonder how Scream Fortress is going to be this year with like 70 fucking maps.
I wonder and the matchmaking
that's a subject for another time.
We haven't even had the summer update yet, and I dread to see what they're going to put in that fucking mess.
God.
We're going to have...
we're at 112 right now.
That's in the base game.
That's in the base
Then we're going to
game.
have like over 60 with Scream Fortress, plus like another 10 probably after the summer update.
Yeah, I mean,
so, like 180 maps in rotation, maybe?
So right now, in the vanilla game, outside of Scream Fortress or Smithsmith, there are 112 maps total. And so after summer, they'll probably get bumped to like 120 in the vanilla
They
rotation.
need to cut down on the...
No, I wouldn't
And then
be
Halloween,
surprised,
we're at
like-
50, 55, I think, total? Something like that?
Yeah, Scream Fortress is
Close
55.
to 55.
So yeah,
Yeah,
167
another-
right now, and during this Halloween. Fuck.
That is a severe problem. They just need to stop. Seriously,
I
stop. We
think-
don't need more maps.
Eventually, they have to do something. Like, we can't reach a point where we're queuing for 100 fucking maps at Scream Fortress. Like, eventually something's got to
You know
give.
what's?
I
I had a
wouldn't be
conversation.
surprised.
I had a conversation about this with some of the people in the TF2 Maps Discord, and their attitude towards the thing is very much like misaligned with the rest of the community at large. Like, they keep thinking of
they
the
make money.
Well, they keep thinking. They literally stated that they think of these summer updates and such as seasonal content. Like, and it's like
But they're not, because they're added, like,
They're added into the
24/7
game permanently,
afterwards.
but
Yeah.
there's this thing I've noticed with like everything to do with like games and media and whatnot. And it's when you get into this trap of everything has to outdo the stuff that came before. And we sort of got a taste of that in 2023 when there was that big update with like 14 maps. That I can kind of let slide because it was the first like update-sized update, whatever. And that was then reverted to holiday-sized
the
update.
first non-holiday maps.
Yeah,
in
holiday
the
Exactly.
non-holiday
It was
update.
making up
Yeah,
for
they
6
wanted to
years
blow
of
their
lost
load
time.
early.
Yeah, sure, but
Guys, all right.
I will say, I want to butt in. I wouldn't be surprised if Valve has heard like the little stink that like people have made about how many maps were in queue last Scream Fortress. So I wouldn't be surprised if they lower the load of maps that they bring in
the thing
from
is though,
now on.
the thing is
They
though,
have
Eric
to do
Smith,
it eventually. It's
Eric
gonna break.
Smith in
Yeah, it
right
It's
around
already
the
breaking.
right
And with
around the
these new
start.
matchmaking changes, where the fucking regions are stricter, you have stricter ping limits now, and you're gonna have like over 60 maps being added for Halloween alone, on top of like the 120 maps that are gonna be in the game. How is this going to work? It makes no sense.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Eric Smith said remember there was that, like, interview at the start of 2024 or something? He said the 2024 summer update was going to be a smaller scale than 2023. And 2023 had 14 maps, so I was like, okay, there's probably only going to be, like, 4 maps this time around, right? Like, for
It
him
was 10, right?
It ended up
10.
being 10. And I was like, holy shit,
Which is
that's a
basically,
lot.
it's basically like last year, except without any Saxton Hale.
Yeah, literally that. And then
and Saxton Hale was chucked right into miscellaneous, which I think is a bit disgusting.
Yeah, so I
considering how much-
wonder if they're gonna add what civilian,
VIP.
right? Whatever that's called.
VIP.
Yeah, VIP.
Yeah,
We're gonna add that. It's gonna be like
Please,
Saxon
no.
Hill. There's 4 more maps, and then we have like 10 more on top of it. I'm curious if that's the direction we're going.
So, here's a question on top of this. Do you think that we should have more maps less maps, but more kind of like cosmetics or effects, or do you think we should have more maps for and less cosmetics and
Less
and
everything. We already get like 60 unusual effects a year minimum, on top of 50 cosmetics a year minimum, on top
option
of
3.
20 taunts a year minimum. It's ridiculous how much content they shove into this game. It needs to slow down.
I'm
there's no
sympathetic
balancing
to that.
act.
I am sympathetic to that. I just wish that I wish the curve didn't get so exponential. I would have been completely fine if, like, you know, in 2019 they said, okay, we're adding 2 Halloween maps and like 1 Christmas map, and then they do the summer update, like, okay, we're adding 3 new maps and like 2 new Halloweens and 1 Christmas, so you get 6 maps for the year or something. Like, that to me is like sustainable.
Yeah.
Right? That to me is fine. But we jump from like, okay, now we're gonna have 14 fucking summer maps, and we're gonna have like 4 more, or not 4, like fucking 8 Halloween maps with like the zombie infection shit. And then like how many for Christmas? Like usually like 2 or 3, right, or more. Holy
was-
fuck!
it was more.
That's
V2.
more. Yeah, it was 6 last year. Like fuck.
we had
This is where we're going. We're
Living
getting like
now,
25
shit.
maps a year.
And now if they ship 30, and now if they ship anything less, it's like on people get upset. Oh, it's like, what do you mean? It's like that fucking scene out of Harry Potter. 46 presents. What do you mean I had 47 last year? You know,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
that literally they have to one up themselves, and like they said exactly this in the TF2 Maps Discord during this conversation I had with them. They literally said like, oh, if we don't put in 10 maps, then it won't be like special anymore. And it's like, okay, we were fine when the
cares?
game was being maintained. We'd get like at most like 5 per update.
Yeah, Scream
Often less.
Fortress started off with 1 map and update. And
Yeah.
that was like the big theme. That's how it was, and it worked fine. Like there wasn't a
Yeah,
problem.
let's
And
count
then it was
how many.
was
It
it
jumped from 1 to 8
Yes.
in 2015.
or wait, no, it wasn't 8 and 20. No, wasn't it 4?
No, it was. I don't think it was 4. I think it was like 8 or 1.
I thought it was like
TFC.
Moonshine, Gorge Event.
Let me check.
It was 5.
I think-
No,
Let's fact check
2015 had 5
5
for Scream
five,
Fortress,
five.
but the Invasion update was also that month, which added another 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Gotcha.
And then, God, there's so many.
I think a good
It's
way to handle it, because
This is just
Like-
crazy.
Oh my god.
you gotta understand, the map makers, like, they, especially, like, of most of the ones. I won't say all, because there are a few thumbs that stick out that I will get to in a bit. But I think most of the map makers, especially the ones that get into like Valve servers 24/7, are talented, and you can't discredit the talent. But I think Valve needs to be a lot more strict with what maps they choose, because they're adding like too much, and the game's gonna get bloated with how much they're adding. And
We're
to
already
get
bloated.
to,
It's bloated.
Yeah.
already.
yeah,
it's-
I am
ugh.
saying it's already like decently bloated, but they need to definitely slow down and stick to just seasonal maps. But
Isn't it great
there
that
are-
like people agree on this now?
Hold on.
Like we're bloated. It's too much.
This was crazy.
36
I remember
maps in
that you,
2023.
Zesty, I think you literally like 2 years ago. I think you used my analogy verbatim of like why not add like 20 different versions of Whatville into the game. I think I like said those words.
Yeah.
At one point, and the funny thing was like people. How was anyone? I don't know. It was so weird to me to see people go like, "Well, it's just more options. It's more
No,
choices."
well, yeah,
choices.
people.
Why
Well,
not
I mean,
just-
yeah,
it's
back
good,
then.
right?
Yeah, back then people were like, "Wow, you just hate new content. Then you hate the game. You want it to die." And now the consensus is, yeah, we probably don't need 30 maps a year.
Well,
I'm
yeah, I
always
think-
about 2 years ahead of the curve on fucking everything.
Yeah, I think
I
a great
would've,
example of just Valve not paying attention to what they add in was it 2023 when Cashworks was added? That was broken, and that King of the Hill map with the lighthouse. Mega can remind me on what the name was. That was
Overcast.
Overcast. That was 90% like stolen assets and used AI art.
And
Was
it
just,
had a lot of weird shit in that, yeah.
yeah, that was genuinely a disgrace to like TF2, not just like TF2 in general, but like the mapping community and the talent that mappers like hold within the community.
Wasn't it
Like,
just like
that
a
map
random
was a-
AI generated image of like review, bro?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
of the
hilarious
review.
map.
And I think that map was a
Jesus.
fucking disgrace to what TF2 is.
It-
Like,
this
you
might be-
don't steal assets, you don't get a fucking robot to generate content for you. Like,
Honestly,
a
it just kind of
unique
plays
i-
like shit too. It just plays
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
And they
it
had
was
like
a
my
unique
problem.
idea, but it plays horribly.
yeah, the lighthouse on that map, like I didn't even recognize it was the point until I like stepped into the region for the point. And I was like, oh shit,
I
this is
just-
the point.
This
I
might
just
give me
don't play
skins.
the new maps. I just don't play on the new maps at all because I just don't want to play. They're all terrible. I just play on fucking all the old ones I can get my hands on now.
2 foot.
I mean, at what point would you advocate for removing content from the game though?
Immediately.
Immediately?
Like immediately, like they just start with maps because there are just too many, and it's a genuine detriment to the game. Like we do not need 112 fucking maps.
Alright. Look, how about
This might give me skins.
fuck it, let's do the thing where we cut off a bunch of content. I'm gonna pull up the
Your tier list of
But
maps.
one more survey, guys.
what no,
For
let's,
old time's sake.
Like
I'm
there,
gonna stream
I
it in
can
Discord
name,
so you don't have stream delay. Let's go through
I
the
can name
casual
like
UI.
60 maps to get rid of.
Let's
No,
go through the
60.
Can I
casual
immediately
UI.
just say, get rid of Venice? That map sucks.
I agree.
Get rid of
Venice
Venice.
is-
Yeah, go start.
Can I
Go
say
from the
what,
top. Go from the
Yeah,
top.
go from
Go
top.
from alright,
Yeah.
so attack defend. Which ones do you want to cut?
We're gonna debate these.
So
I think
go
it's a quick
down. So just rattle them off
so
down
we
each
got
column.
altitude, brew.
Remove.
Boring. Yeah, remove it.
Okay, so altitude and brew.
I like
go on.
altitude.
It doesn't
Wait,
help that I'm one of those people who
unclick it,
never remember
unclick
map
it,
names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then brew. What about
Brew
that?
I could take or leave. I
Brew,
don't care.
remove.
Yeah, Brew is like an
Remove-
you
remove
need
Brew
like a
immediately.
populated server to have fun with Brew.
Okay,
Like, it's
That's
a
not
good
solid. I like
Dust
Brew,
Bowl we're
alright.
keeping. There's no way you're gonna get rid of Dust Bowl. Egypt.
Fuck no.
Egypt's like
Egypt,
fun
keep-
bad.
Egypt.
Yeah,
Eh.
Egypt is a bad classic. You got to keep it.
Yeah. Forteza is the most boring map I've ever
That is
played
What
in my life.
what the fuck is Forteza?
I don't think I've ever
Forteza
played
is-
it.
It was
Forteza
added
is the
this
like
Christmas.
the least dynamic. Like everything is the same. It's the exact same fucking color, the exact same speed. There's no like really harsh
What the
choke
fuck?
points.
I have
that-
Isn't
never
that the
heard of
robot from
Forteza.
Halo?
It is the most like 4 out of 10 map I could ever name in the game. It's
I don't even
extremely
know what
boring.
Forteza is. I've never.
Isn't that the
heard of it.
robot from Halo, dude? Isn't like must just go Cortesa? What is it?
Gorge, the best attack defend map in the game.
Yeah,
Keep
Gorge stays forever. Yeah.
Gravel pad.
Gorge is
That's a
definitely good.
launch map. That's got to stay.
Yeah, gravel
yeah,
pit stays.
What about
that.
Harp?
I think it's overrated.
Harp
I like
stays.
Harp.
Harp is fucking amazing.
Oh, I was expecting. I thought you would hate Harp.
Wait, really? Huh?
I adore Harp. Are you kidding?
Dude,
It's
I
so
hate
fun.
it.
Yes,
I hate
thank
it.
you. Oh, holy! I thought
The-
I thought you would hate it. Genuinely.
game
Holy
mode-
shit,
I adore Harp.
The
Wait, you
game
like
mode.
Harp?
The game. I hate
Harp
Harp.
is
The
awesome.
game
I
mode
love Harp.
sucks.
Harp is great.
Doesn't Harp is
Harp
great?
is awesome. I love Harp.
It always sucks when I play it. Like it just someone instantly caps it and then it's like it's over.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
In my experience,
Harp
it
is
is
the
bad.
I love the meat grinder. That's why I love Dust Bowl. It is the fucking meat grinder, and I just cannot get enough.
If it was a normal attack defend map, I'd probably 100% agree. But the flag mechanic, I do not like at all.
I like it. I think it's funny when like you clear out the final room and everyone's like, "What the fuck? Why does
no one has the intel?"
It's hilarious.
It's great.
Harp just feels too choky at some point, especially like going from first to second.
That's
on that
the
first part.
fun, though. It's the fun of it.
Okay,
Hadel, I have soured on this map so much. I've soured. I
Get
liked
rid of
it. As time goes on, I just hate it more and more.
The
and more.
last point is absolute AIDS. The 35-second respawn times.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh,
I liked it at first, and then it's just like there's never been a map that has had a steeper fall off than Hadel for me.
Yeah, and also Hadel didn't have like signage pointing to the main point at launch, which really sucked.
It is bad. Even then, people still get lost. It's still shitty, even now.
Hardwood.
Remove it.
I don't hate it. I think hardwood is. I think it's
okay.
alright.
It's okay.
It's Yeah, I mean, I would say like if you're gonna remove any map, it's a decent contender, but I think it's one of the better recent maps we've got.
Okay, so I have to scold someone in the Discord chat here. Harp and VIP are completely incomparable. The main problem with the VIP game mode is that the VIP power-up is a unique mechanic that will be heavily fought over, and people will be reluctant to lose it. So instead of pursuing the objective, the person who has the VIP game mode is going to hang back and hold on to it for as long as they can, which will eventually slow down the pacing of the game and then fuck everyone over, because then they'll die and then they won't win. Then the next person gets it and holds on to it because they don't want to lose it. That's why Valve did not add the VIP game mode. Whereas if you have the fucking
mic
intel,
spamming or screaming at people.
yeah,
half the people are gonna be like
you're going aggro.
Yeah, if you have the intel, you're still playing the class you have, and everyone's going to be focusing. It's like fuck. You know, there's pressure to like, you know.
If you die, someone else can just pick it up from where it is instead of you being selected at spawn. Yeah,
I think it's
Yeah, it's a completely different. It's incomparable.
Junction,
the VIP part. Like,
Junction.
Half the people want to stay in spawn.
I think you can yeet Junction. I don't think it's like
is fucking another meat grinder. Love it. Love Junction.
Really, I hate Junction. I think it's way too. It's too much.
I feel
like a soldier main. You're a soldier main. How can you hate Junction?
Because I'm forced into playing soldier on that map. If I have to play soldier the entire time.
Play fucking Pyro.
I feel like
I'm not. What am I, a furry? I don't have fucking fem pyro tits to look at my bottom left screen.
It's like we're just admiring Sex with Hitler like a good 20 minutes ago.
I understand it might be fun for you. It's not fun for me.
Zest, you listen to your latest tweet, literally you doing exactly that.
What?
Installing them on.
It's never been uninstalled.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
No, I feel like Junction's similar to like Egypt in that it's a bad classic. Like you can have fun in like the super choky hallway. I think you're gonna keep it.
I kind of get that.
Yeah,
I kind of
Mercenary
Junction is also one of the most beautiful maps in the game. It really captures the old school spy tech feel that a lot of areas on 2 Fort had and the launch maps had. It's just one of the best looking maps in the game. Like if you're gonna have a map that takes place entirely indoors within a facility, Junction nails it.
All right. What about Mercenary Park?
Love it. Keep it. It's
a
one
good
of the best
I'm
maps.
gonna do it. It's so broken in some parts. It's so funny.
It is one of my favorite maps in the game, easily.
Yeah.
Probably
you
top
can
5.
camp in some of the spawns as NG, and that's what makes it beautiful, dude.
Moss
like
Rock.
second point,
great.
if you stand there, you can just like fucking camp that shit. It's so
Moss Rock immediately. Moss Rock is awful.
I like Moss Rock. I think Moss Rock is fun.
I think it's a
Until
bad
one
classic.
sniper appears.
It's not a
LED.
classic. It came out in 2017.
You have to hope there isn't a good sniper.
Well,
Fair
you
enough.
know.
That's like almost a decade ago, but you know.
Yeah, no, that old.
You cut it. Your mic cut out, and it was just static, and then old.
No, but like I like LED was showing me some like map jank the other day. It's broken as fuck. You can get it out of bounds. Like you can hide behind.
That just makes me more
Moss Rock
inclined.
personally.
I think because of how broken it is, it makes it funny as hell.
That
Sure,
is the-
it's not a classic.
That is the
but I think
worst
that-
possible reason for when we're trying to cull as many maps as possible. But sure.
Yeah,
I
well,
will
Moss
not
Rock
be
is-
soft.
We'll leave it at for
I'll
now.
be soft on Moss Rock because I see 2 more on here that
Okay,
I want.
Mountain Lab. That's
I think
gotta
I know the
stay.
2 you're talking
Fuck
about.
that.
Yep. Mountain
Fuck
Lab's
Mountain
staying.
Lab.
Mountain Lab
What?
is if I could marry a map and have kids with it, it would be Mountain Lab.
What?
What?
How?
I love
Excuse
Mountain
me?
Lab.
Are you?
I mean, it does have a
I'm
giant
sorry,
hole at the end.
I was disassociating.
Oh, that's
for a
true.
second there.
It's true.
I
He's got a
just heard
point.
if I could marry a map and have kids with it. What?
Toaster, don't act
be
like
Ma-
you
it
haven't
would be
seen more
Mountain Lab.
out of pocket shit.
You said far worse, buddy. Like, come on.
Yeah.
We know
It's
what you
Mountain
did.
Lab.
Fair.
And do you
Fair.
want to invite your brother to the mic?
Alright, Mountain Lab is staying.
Listen, Him
Overgrown.
and Zesty will get
It's
along.
the
with
worst
Overgrown
map
is
in
fuck
the game.
Overgrown.
It's
is
the worst
terrible.
map. The
Terrible
worst
map.
map in the game.
Jesus
There's not
Christ, I
a
hate
worst
that.
map
What?
besides
I love
Overgrown. It is the
Overgrown.
worst.
What?
No, it is trash.
No,
it is
absolutely
garbage.
not.
So
I'm
bad.
agreeing with these guys now.
Maybe Venice is worst, and like maybe Frosty. Those are like my bottom 3.
Only
Yeah,
reason I like
that's-
Venice is because I
so
can
bad.
water jump at the beginning.
Yeah, Overgrown, that fucking flank route where you have to like ride the train, it's like, oh my god. And
Jesus
it gets like
Christ,
right
yeah.
behind.
All of it's bad.
Snowplow.
Fun. Keep
Really?
it.
No,
I
I'd get rid of it.
I don't like it.
It's too
No,
big,
I'd get
in my
rid of it.
opinion.
Snowplow's
It's-
good.
No, I don't. I think Val was right. I think it is too confusing for new players.
I
No,
don't.
it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay,
I think they were.
I
Every
disagree.
time I'm in a snowplow game, everyone's like, "Where the fuck do I go? What the fuck does this map do? I don't
Okay.
fucking get it."
I personally didn't find it confusing at all, but the thing I do find like stupid about it is the pacing. Because like there's, you know how in an attack defend normally you get like 5 minutes added on each time you cap a point. Snowplow
You get 30
basically doesn't
seconds, right?
have that. You get like
Yeah.
30 seconds because of how the mechanic works.
And then, yeah, but the funny thing is, because no one knows that mechanic, it's just like constant pub pushing. It's like constant overtime because everyone thinks that the round's gonna end.
Yeah, but there's a second stage and you barely get to
Yep.
see it.
It's, I think it's too. I think it's
like I
don't want to say
I-
complex, but it's
you
just
know-
new players don't vibe.
it
with
should have
well.
just been a normal attack defend map, and then it would be so much better.
It's not
I
user.
would not
new
be
player friendly enough.
heartbroken if it was removed.
All right, we'll cut it then because other people want to cut it. Steel, that's got to stay.
keep
Classic.
that. Yep.
Keep, yeah.
Sulfur.
Remove it
Can
immediately.
fucking
Yeah.
leave.
I like sulfur.
I
gonna be
actually
controversial
really
here.
like sulfur as
I
well.
like sulfur. I just
Sulfur can be removed immediately.
it reminded me of
too
like
big.
sushi.
This is
It is actually
controversial.
way
It is
too big.
Too fucking big.
It's
Okay,
too big?
you are right. That
Why?
like C point that's way in the background, people get lost trying to find that all the
Yeah,
fucking
and it's
time.
also too open.
Not even
as
that.
well.
Just like even the like pathways are like fucking 18 years long.
I also don't like how you can't cap the point immediately because you have to get one the sulfur as well. It's annoying.
Yeah, the map is poorly designed. It's
But-
too big.
I will, a benefit of the doubt, I would say there are Sujin that like capture the point map, no, King of the Hill map, which I like the art style of. So I would say keep it.
No,
I think it's trash. No,
I
it's
mean,
trash.
let's let the audience
I think
decide.
sulfur is an egregious abomination upon TF2's art style. It has no business being in the game on that precedent alone.
What if it had more sunbeams in it?
Audience seems pretty split as well. God damn.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
what
some
do you
people are
say?
saying they don't like it. I think it's leaning slightly more against, so I'm going to
50-50. Ah, damn.
Yeah, alright, capture the flag. 2-4, that's staying.
Obviously, it stays.
2-4 invasion.
I like
Invasion is
Invasion
just
2 Fort more than
just an
regular,
upgrade of
but
it.
it is
The
redundant.
invasion is fun, but keep
It's
it.
just
It is
an upgrade of
redundant, but
2-4.
keep it.
It's nothing else.
I'd
It's just an
okay.
upgrade. I love it.
Alright, Applejack.
I'd
Either way,
rather
I don't
play
care.
2 Fort Invasion than any other 2 Fort or any other capture the flag map added after that point.
Okay.
Alright, what
I
about...
like Applejack a lot, actually. I think Applejack is like it
area
plays
is
the
good
best. It
for
is the
Market
best
Garden.
capture the flag map in terms of like actually playing the objective.
I think they cooked with it. I will admit.
I think it's great.
like it. I think it's fantastic.
Alright.
Visually, I don't like the map. Gameplay wise, it's decent.
Alright.
I would keep
think-
it.
when
It's
you
like
say
the
gameplay
one
ways-
map in the game I
Alright,
like
double
for
cross.
CTF.
That's
Ga-
gotta
Double
stay.
cross.
that's gonna stay.
I adore Double Cross 2. I lived there was a 24/7 Double Cross server that I just lived on for years before it died from Meet Your Match. I fucking love that map.
Alright.
Okay, I
Even
think it
Caravan.
plays like shit, but I think it is the most beautiful map in the game.
It is
my
gorgeous.
favorite map. It is my favorite map of the game aesthetically, so keep it.
Yeah,
I
I
like
agree.
how
It's one of
open
the
it
best
is.
looking maps.
I just
What
wish
about-
they didn't have the invisible like wall above that shed, so you could like rock jump through it. That's the only like strife I have with it. Other than that, I love it. It's a great map.
You learn the bag, I can tell you that you have a double cross river.
Wow.
Hashtag ad, dude. We can do
Hashtag
it.
ad. Okay, what about Frosty?
Can fuck off.
Okay, if you're gonna pick a couple of maps that are a true insult, a true blemish on this game, Frosty is one of them. It's so bad.
I mean, I have no personal feelings towards it, but like, what is so bad about it?
It is awful.
It's ugly and plays like shit.
And snipers reach into the fucking... like, it's
think
worse
it's
than
ugly. I
Two
think
Fort.
it's well
It's
made.
genuinely worse than Two Fort.
I think it's well made. I just think it's too open.
I like Two
That's
Fort.
my only.
I'm a troll Jermaine, so don't take my opinion seriously.
I think Two Fort plays like shit, but it's too iconic to get rid of.
With Frosty, I feel like it's a good map, but it just kind of feels out of place a bit. I think it'd be better as a like King of the Hill map or something like that.
Yeah, I just...
No, just
I agree
remove
with...
it.
I
Wait,
agree
hang on,
it'd
is
be better
Frosty
as
the
a
one-
top map, but it's
I-
just
I-
garbage.
Frosty
Is Frosty-
is the snow one. That's like
Hang on. Okay, you know how little that narrows it down.
it's okay. It's not Pelican Peak or anything like that.
Wait, hang on.
It's
Wait.
Both of
I
the
love
peaks.
Penguin Peak.
Oh, wait, no,
No.
Frosty. Okay, I was thinking of Pelican Peak. No, never mind.
okay.
Yeah.
What about Landfall?
I fucking love Landfall. Keep that
I
shit.
love Landfall, dude. Such a good
I think it's
game
I think
development.
it's overrated. Everyone jerks off Landfall. It's okay. It's not
Because it's that
fine.
good, man.
Fine, okay, I
true-
recognize I'm in the minority. Fine.
A
keep
true
your
tier
list.
2 player
enough
speaks
that.
ill of Landfall. Dude. You should know
I mean, I
this.
like
think
it.
it's- I think
Landfall
it's
games are some of the like the
vastly-
best game creators. Like, did you
It
see
is
talking about that.
overrated.
I have not played a
It is
Landfall game in almost a year, and I hate that so much.
I mean,
love
I
that
like
map.
it, but I don't get the hype. I'll be real.
I think the choke point at the end, with like the control points at the end, not the flags at the end. I think that's the only issue with the like it's right next to your spawn. So like you have to basically battle your way through just to get the flag.
Yeah. All right, Pelican Peak and Penguin Peak. Why are these
them.
both here?
Remove
Yeah,
both of
It's
them.
in their name.
Good
It's Peak.
Remove both
Yeah.
of them. Awful maps.
Yeah, they're garbage.
I do think
And
you
why-
have to
they
choose
added
one
two!
between. Yeah, you have to choose the one, but both are pretty alright.
Okay,
in
the-
my opinion.
Nah.
Penguin Peak is
Yeah, but I don't think
worse.
all right is like worth staying in the game at this point.
We've still got
We don't
101 maps at this point, so
We got a
I
lot more
would
to go
also.
through.
I
Okay.
would remove CTF Sawmill. I would. I think it's like, who gives a shit about CTF
Really?
Sawmill?
Would you
No.
keep?
Anyone
Would you
cares?
get?
Really?
Catch the point.
Really?
I think it just isn't like why. How many? Okay, first of all,
you, keep
how
it.
many fucking Sawmill maps in the game do we have? I think it's like 4
5.
right now.
Oh,
It's
okay,
5.
that one is more.
Okay,
fair.
listen, Bucko. The fucking Halloween and Christmas ones are shit. Remove those immediately.
Okay,
but CTF and King of the Hill keep them.
I agree with Koth, but like CTF is just bleh. You know, it's not that good.
the only thing
What are you
do-
talking about?
I think
It
that
isn't
the
good
endpoint-
as a CTF map. It's just not
It's
fun.
fun.
I think
the
flag
one
location
thing
is
I
one
really
thing,
hate
right?
about
Well,
the CTF
well is way more
the
fun.
CTF version of
Yes.
Sawmill specifically doesn't have that door on the side, and I do not understand why.
Mm.
The Koth
I also
version
think
has
that
it,
the-
Yeah, I
and
wish
it
it did.
works well as a flank route, but the CTF version doesn't, and it's like, why? I keep getting
The,
stuck
the
in
flag
dead ends.
location on CTF feels a lot more chokier as well. Like you have the, it's like a small enclosed space, easy like millions of NGs.
Yeah.
That just
Yeah,
place
I
it.
think
Because at least with Turbine and Two Fort, like it can be aids to try and cap the flag, but at least it's like an iconic form of aids. Like Sawmill isn't even a good kind of aids. It's just
Iconic AIDS.
Turbine.
Yeah, it's
Turbine
bad.
is the only original one I want to fucking remove. Hate that map so much.
No, you have to keep it in because
No, Turbine's
it's-
good.
Why?
Bad
No, you have
classic.
to keep it in because it's in the competitive rotation. So you
True.
got-
It's in the competitive
so all 46
rotation.
people can play that, dude. Of course.
More,
It's
someone
just-
said
feels like-
add Turbine to the servers. Oh my god.
No.
It feels like
I think like 8 people said that in the form as well. Add Turbine to your server.
Another 8 years of no turbine for you.
Yeah. All right,
just
and
think Turbine
well,
lacks
I'm guessing Wells,
spirit.
CTF Wells staying. That's a launch map, isn't it?
yeah, I like it. I
Yeah.
like it a
Yeah,
lot.
launch maps have to stay. Control Point,
oh, here we go.
5
boy.
Gorge.
Sucks.
Sucks.
Whenever I queue into 5 Gorge, I just think, why am I not playing regular Gorge? So I don't like it.
Yeah, same.
Badlands,
Four Gorge.
that's a class A. That's got to stay.
Yeah, keep that.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but go ahead.
Canaveral.
I like it. Okay, fuck you. I love
Canaveral's pretty good. Canaveral's pretty good.
It's one of the best modern maps we've gotten in a long time.
Really interesting.
Yes, I like it. I think it's great.
I'm not a huge fan of it myself. I find it interesting. You guys
I know
like
a lot
it.
of people aren't. A lot of people aren't.
Big,
It's fine.
but
I like it.
Okay.
I'm in between. I think it's well made. I like the art style's well made.
Yeah, I think the art style's good, but gameplay wise, like it was originally a 3 CP map, and then they shoved in 2 more
I wish
points.
they did. I wish they did that one. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Like the 3 CP variant.
Yeah.
But I still like
Cold
it.
Front.
Yeah, that's the
Classic.
one.
That's a classic, I think.
That is
It's a classic. You got to keep it. Fast
Yeah,
Lane
Cold
is really
Front's
good too. You
Fast
gotta keep
Lane
that one.
is really good too. Yes,
It is. It still holds up. I played
Uh-huh.
it yesterday with Lucid.
Foundry.
Great map. Keep it. Foundry's awesome.
I don't care for it, but
I love Foundry.
I have
I mean,
to play
it
it
is
for
a classic,
achievements.
and it's got that one achievement associated with it.
Shit.
So
Freight. Oh, Zesty, I remember your fucking reply to like what is the most underrated map. You said
Freight.
Freight. I 100% agree.
Freight.
This map
Freight
is
is
fucking
so
awesome.
fun.
This
Freight is amazing.
It is.
Isn't
It is so fun. It is great. I love it.
Granary,
I think
that's
Freight
got to
should be
stay.
removed. I'm just gonna say
Launch
shit now.
map.
I have not played a freight map.
What?
Like
Freight is awesome. It is. It's kind of like. It straddles between like shit fun and fun.
Also, can I just
That was-
I'm
Second
jumping
match
from the
2010,
gun
hang on,
right?
here.
side tangent here. Have you guys noticed how fucking chaotic the activity bars have been going? They've just been up, down,
Yeah,
while we've
they
been
keep-
having this conversation.
we've been controlling them. Holy
Okay,
shit!
so yeah, Granary,
I do want to.
that's got to stay.
I do want to jump the gun a bit with mentioning maps, but I want to ask SDGs specifically, what's your thoughts on Selbian?
The seal map.
I think the main problem with the map is its layout and the way players get spread way too thin. The good thing about, say, Watergate is it has a really good way of directing players into like the main combat area where people are going to be picking up, and the way you deliver the bottles into the moving control point. It's much more open and works better for player destruction. Where Selbian, players are getting kind of split across all these little small rooms and just keeps people compartmentalized, these little spread out fights. It's just not as, it sucks too. And also the sightlines blow on that map too.
Yeah, the beach area
do you
is
think-
like awful to play.
Do you think play destructions and maps are cool, or do you think they're a good addition to the game?
Player destruction is a good game mode for TF2. It's great.
Because it works with the
basically,
team. It works with the team idea,
It's the
right?
way. It's the way that deathmatch should be applied in Team Fortress 2, because the ultimate objective isn't just killing the player. It's a non-player entity that's dropped and then has to be delivered, right? So that
Then
keeps it true
that would
to a
be
TF2
more
game
like
mode.
And
like
I'm gonna read through this.
called-
I want you to say yes or no for the ones. Right. So Atom Smash for play destruction.
It's
Or-
also fell down for me.
Wait.
I liked it at first, but it's just kind of there.
Yeah, I don't like Atom Smash. I don't think
I
it's
really
in
like it.
TF2.
I think it's the best player destruction map for me personally.
Well, yeah, but you're a fucking
Really?
Half-Life shell, okay? You can't talk, Mega.
Circus.
Oh,
Wait, what-
that's
what?
the Halloween one.
Which one?
Circus.
talking
that's
about-
the-
We're
that's the
talking
one-
about core casual.
That is the worst map in the game, by the way.
Yeah, remove it.
Circus.
Really?
It does not need to be in TF2.
it is
The one with the ring in the middle.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
a
it is-
clusterfuck of a map, I will say.
It is so
It
bad.
sucks.
Like, why
It
is
runs like
why is
shit,
the
too.
spawn room got like fucking teleports and shit, man? It's so unnecessary.
It's
Chris
such
Cove.
an. You know,
Why
you
are
know
we
how
talking?
people.
Wait.
Kurt-
Why are we talking about Halloween?
Yeah, I think he's just reading
Oh,
off
I'm-
like the list of.
I'm just going down the what we've had play destruction, because most of them have been like.
That is
seasonal
true.
upgrade.
Like the vast majority are like in.
The only ones we've gotten that aren't really like seasonal updates, is, like Watergate, Selbian, and
Atom Smash.
Atom Smash. Like the rest
I
are
would only keep Watergate and
Watergate.
Selbian, to be honest. I would keep Selbian. I
I
think
didn't
it's
really
okay.
care for Selbian all that much.
I like
I
it.
think
I
it's
thought it
good.
was
I think
that
it's
interesting.
good, not great. Like a solid like B minus.
Yeah, Watergate
gonna-
is just the best one, and
I'm gonna-
another one hasn't even come close since.
There's so many.
Okay, I think we can all agree. Pennsylvania, fucking
Remove it. What the fuck
Yeah.
is that map
Oh,
doing in the
okay.
game?
How
Yeah,
about
so-
Monster Bash? I think that was good.
Adam's.
I
That's
think
just Atom Smash, but with spells.
Yeah.
It,
I
it
thought it
was
was,
fun.
It's more fun than Atom
think it's
Smash
fun.
for
I
sure.
I think
it's
it's more
really
fun.
Yeah. Anyway,
I like Pit of Death more. That's my favorite for the Halloween.
I
maps.
guarantee
Pit of
like,
Death is probably the best player destruction Halloween one for sure.
Sorry to go off on a tangent. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like
yeah, let's get back to the 5 CP.
The
So like,
real
we're up
maps.
to Granary, which obviously is a keep.
I lied. Double Cross is not the best looking map. Granary is. I fucking love Granary.
Yeah, Granary is gorgeous.
It is. This is the thing with 5 CP maps, is they actually need to look good because you spend so much time walking around. And Granary is, I fucking love that map. It looks beautiful. So, yeah, keep it.
Alright. Gully Wash.
Good map.
It's good, but it's too fucking bright. You gotta make it less bright, and then it'd be amazing. But it's good. Keep it.
Gully Wash is good.
Metalworks.
Remove it.
Yeah.
It's basically only competitive players that play that.
It is so,
Powerhouse.
Wait, hang on. What's wrong with
Powerhouse,
Metalwork?
my beloved. We need more 3 CP maps in the game, and it's a shame Powerhouse is the only one.
I like it, but it's fell down the list for me because I don't know if I'm getting a 4-minute game or a 4-hour game in casual, and so I stopped doing it.
Well, you can't get 4-hour games anymore because they put a timer. Haha, fuck you.
I know they put a timer, but it still does go back and forth like pretty often.
Still, no timer Powerhouse is the real way it needs to be played. One of my most fond memories was the only good experience I had in casual mode was like a 4-hour game of Powerhouse.
Those are fun. They are.
Yeah.
And the server stayed full the whole time.
Process.
I think
don't
Zesty's
like
gonna
it.
say remove it.
I don't like it. It's a competitive map that just does not play well with 24 players. I just don't think it needs to be in the game. So I say remove it.
The only
To me,
redeeming
it's iconic. To me, it's
like
iconic as like the map for like tryharding. So
it is, yeah, and also the trimping on it is really good. If you happen to be
The problem
solo
is, it's a map that was specifically designed for 6s play, so it plays well in 6s, but for 24 player servers, it just doesn't play nearly as well.
One of those maps that last like 5 minutes or like 24 hours.
So
basically.
Wheezy, would you cut it or would you keep it?
Process, I would keep it, but it's on like the lower half of the keep ones.
Yoinked? What do you
If
think?
I were to keep any compy map, it would be that one, so
Alright.
it can stay.
Alright, we'll keep
What'd
it
you say?
then. Reckoner, on the other hand.
Remove it. Reckoner, get rid of it.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's that bad.
What about
It's
Snakewater?
horrible.
That's an interesting one. I've had some good games.
I think I
in
literally
casual.
played on it like once.
It is in the like the whatever the middle of the pack of TF2 maps is. That's what Snakewater is to me.
Pure mid.
I like Snakewater. I think it's cool.
It's like the
It's-
most
They
middle
put
of the road
snakes
map
in the
game.
water, guys.
I liked especially
It's-
when they had
yeah,
a
do
whole
his name.
update. I think I liked the part where they had an entire update just to add this. That was nice. Took them long enough though.
So are we cutting it or?
I think I'm gonna say keep it.
I'm indifferent. Keep it.
Alright, keeping it. Stand-in.
It's a shame it plays like ass because it looks so good, but...
Oh, I'm the opposite. Oh, I fucking hate standing how it looks. It's so fucking drab. It's just like pigeon shit gray.
No, I love it. It's got,
It's like a Halloween map.
It has a lot of spy tech elements and some outdoor elements. I like it a lot. I think it's a cool map. It just doesn't play very well.
I'm like, well, I agree. It plays like shit, but I don't like how it looks either. It's just way too gray.
What do you think of
But I say
the
remove it,
yeah.
though. I don't think we need it.
What do you think
Edit
of
it
the game mode specifically?
It spreads players too thin to work properly.
Definitely. Yeah, it's way too thin. Or, yeah, that's what you said.
Cut it. Sunshine.
Cut it. Map sucks.
Yep, gone.
Dang.
I have so many friends that love Sunshine, and I've never understood why.
Vanguard. This is my pick for the most forgettable map in the game.
Yeah,
Suck it.
get it out, yeah.
Just get it out.
Vanguard, dude. Oh my god.
Easily the most forgettable map. Well, CP Well.
Well, my beloved.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You have to
Well,
keep it. You have
well
to
is
keep
another beautiful map. It's just
Yep.
great.
Back to what I said about how 5 CP, you're constantly walking, so you need a nice, beautiful map, and that's well.
I think if you're gonna pick one of the most beautiful places in TF2, it's the last point on Well in the launch room. It's a
100%.
gorgeous, gorgeous room in TF2.
And finally
Yep,
for
I
5
agree.
CP, Yukon.
I hate it. I hate Yukon.
It plays pretty bad, but I love the way it looks. I wish we had more maps that took place in that environment, but we just don't.
I think the second point on Yukon is great. I think the middle and last points are trash.
Yeah, last point's especially bad. I think I'm indifferent. It can stay or go.
What was
To
Yukon?
me, it doesn't radiate the classic TF2 vibe, even though it is an older map. Like to me,
Yeah.
it just doesn't have it.
It was
This
never
is,
really played, but even back in the day, so...
Yeah, it never really caught on.
Yeah.
And Valve, this is when Valve tried to do more like a tundra, evergreen forest aesthetic.
Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom and then we'll carry on.
What one was Yukon again? I'm blanking here.
The
one nobody plays.
well,
Was
I
it the
mean,
one
it's
that
like,
kind of like metal?
These nuts.
Oh,
it's like the, Yukon, the Canadian territory with the
I think
tall
after all
evergreen
this, we need to
forests.
get Zesty Jesus to play on CP Goon Cave.
What the
Is that a
fuck
real
that?
thing?
fuck.
There's no way that's a real map.
Actually, I'm gonna piss too. I'll be right back. I've been sitting here for like 3 hours.
Look at all these weak bladders.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You don't have the bucket?
Oh my god. Let
Dear
me
God.
find it,
Gross
'cause
threat,
it's such a fucked map design.
I don't need a bucket. I have a drawer.
I have a bag. God almighty.
Hold on, does it not exist anymore? What happened? I can't find it.
On what? Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah,
be
no,
surprised
never
if
mind.
it broke some rule.
Shocker, really.
Okay, I found it, but only for Open Fortress.
I haven't played Open Fortress in a while. But aren't they having like a new thing come out? Or like a new update or something?
I think they're coming to like the Steam
what?
library. Like you
Oh.
don't need to go into SDK to get it.
They'll probably do something with that eventually.
Actually,
Like,
what's your opinions on Open Fortress? Yay or nay? I think it's
I am saving my Open Fortress virginity for when it's actually live.
Nay is for horses.
thank you. Sorry,
All right.
fucking nephew got out, bro.
Alright. I'm back. What did I miss?
I found a screenshot of a bird's eye view of CP Goon Cave.
Oh my
Got the
god.
queen. Oh god.
Anyway, King of the Hill. Let's have a look through that.
Oh boy.
Badlands. That's gotta stay.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of
Hang on.
overrated, but I can see why people like it.
Really? Wait.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested. What's
I
wrong
add-
with it?
It's
While-
just I just don't find the point fun to fight on. I think if you need to drop down for health, you're just like really disconnected
back.
from the fight. And then
Yeah.
you have to like do that uphill climb. It's just kind of bleh, you know.
Zesty
What's up?
Jesus, I have
Sorry.
uploaded an image of a bird's eye view of CP Goon Cave to
I looked up
stage chat.
Badlands, dude. I
Holy
see what you
shit.
mean, dude. There's like nothing on this map.
Yeah, Badlands. I definitely think the 5 CP has like more to offer.
Yeah. I will say,
Personally-
the only time I have heard of CP Goon Cave as a map was when I was still part of Man
This is not a
Magazine.
conversation we're
Oh.
going into.
We are
What are
not.
your
Hold
thoughts on
on.
CP Goon
We got a lot of
Cave?
maps to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
through,
just
but-
The fact that we have CP and Goon in the same map
That's
name
not
is
a. That's
Yeah, it doesn't bode well.
Brazil.
Does not bode well.
Brazil.
I'm going to the CP Goon Cave, guy.
We are so
Brazil
getting
needs to be removed
demonetized.
immediately.
Oh my god, that
The
comes back to my
worst,
tweet that I pinged you and Zest. Like.
Yeah,
Wow.
Brazil is a bottom 3 Koth map easily.
5 fake dollars to whoever can pronounce this next one.
Cachoeira is how you pronounce it. Remove it.
Really?
What is
I thought
it?
it was Cachoeira.
No, it's Cachoeira. It's waterfall, and I forget what language.
Cachoeira. It's okay.
Probably some Spanish shit. I originally didn't like this map, but then they added the gate to prevent the shitty sniper sight line, and now it's one of my go-tos. I like it a lot.
I love it because of the funny, great strategy with Demo Man, if you've ever tried that, and then also just booping people into the helicopter blades.
Yeah, it has some substance there.
Yoink, what do you think of it?
I'm pretty sure it's Brazilian. Cachoeira. It's Portuguese. I think it's interesting. I like the idea of the the map. What do you call it? The map obstacle being right next to point. You kind of have to be on guard a bit more, so you don't just get like blown.
It doesn't
into
really
like,
come
a
into
fire.
play that often, to be honest. But it's like character. It's
True.
nice and fun. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's. I think it's cool. I have no.
We'll keep it. What Cascade?
Remove
I like it.
Horrible
No,
compy map.
no,
Plays like shit.
Great map. What? You think it plays like shit? How?
Plays like shit.
No, this is like one of the best Koth maps in the game. I love
No,
Cascade.
it's
Keep
awful.
it. No,
Chat,
keep it. It's
resolve
awesome.
resolve the
Chat.
division.
I love Cascade.
Chat, Mom and Dad are
what do you
fighting.
hate about Cascade? What's bad about it?
Can't you make like a YouTube poll, like in chat?
No, it's more fun to just
Like
No.
if you're gonna have a
I
King of the
will.
Hill
Doesn't
map,
let anything
if
fun
the
happen.
point isn't raised enough or isn't enclosed enough, it is so heavily dominated by one good sniper, and he can. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Real, I disagree because whenever there's a good sniper, I just go underneath the map, rocket jump up, and kill them.
If you can make
I
it
think
down
that
there.
underground bit is used
What do
so
you mean? It's
little
like
by everyone
it's
else.
very
You
available.
also have that
It's-
side
yeah,
tunnel,
of course
so you
you
can
make it
bomb the
down there.
point in that. You can jump from that side tunnel to the sniper.
Yeah, it's
bad
awesome.
map.
Spot.
It's great. I love it. I love Cascade.
Bad map.
On the topic
keep
of that
it.
underground bit, I think it's so underused that I just don't really like the map.
I
It
think-
just feels too open.
Seems to be more in favor than against it, so I'll keep it. Harvest.
That's good. Thank you, chat. It's a great map. I love it.
Bad
Might have
map.
been designed for competitive, apparently, but it
was.
works
Really?
in casual.
Yeah,
Well, like,
it's,
okay,
a, it's, a, it's
then
a
they got
competitive map.
and they got lucky because it works in casual too. That's my opinion.
Alright, so Harvest.
Oh, keep that.
Classic.
Gotta
Great
keep
map.
that.
Yeah.
High
Remove it.
Pass.
Horrible
The
sniper
best
sight lines.
single map
High
in the
Pass.
entire game. High Pass,
Pass is
my
great.
beloved.
It is
the
good.
best map in the
Ooh.
game. It is not close. Okay, maybe it's close, but it's great. It is like a top 2, top 1 map in the game. This map is beautiful. Nobody ever gives this map any credit in like the GOAT TF2 map. This map is fucking
is
awesome.
goated.
Keep it in the game.
Very
It is
underrated.
pretty
It is
good.
so good.
It's underrated. I barely see it in
Yeah,
videos.
gotta keep that.
Yeah, in like discussions about like what is the best TF2 map, I think High Pass needs to be in that discussion. It is such a good
Yeah.
map.
Kong
Pass is really
King.
Great map. Fucking love Kong
Good
King.
map.
Yeah.
I think it's
It
good.
feels a bit like an Overwatch map. Wait, holy shit, Mega, did you just get into a fucking
No, I have not been queuing. That's just the server changing map.
Oh,
So
Oh, I'm like, did you get into pastime?
No.
I was gonna laugh.
I got
He's
all
done
these
it.
maps checked, bro. I can't have the thing going on at the same time.
Use it, change map.
Let me get back into speak.
Con King, it just has a nice feel to it. It's
Yeah.
a really cool city vibe. We need
Yeah,
more
it's-
maps like
I
that.
don't know, it
Yeah.
feels like an Overwatch map in Team Fortress 2.
That map makes me
That's-
absolutely
No,
furious
that
because
title goes to
there's-
Odyssey. That title goes to Phoenix. That title goes to fucking
Phoenix does not feel
Sulfur.
like an
That
Overwatch
title
map. No,
goes
I
to
refuse
Reckoner.
that.
All of those are way more Overwatchy maps than
Any,
Odyssey,
Kong.
any
yes.
of the maps
Phoenix,
in
no.
the city
I
areas
don't
make me
think
angry
Phoenix is an Overwatch
because,
feeling
like,
map.
when I'm trying to rocket jump, I bump on literally every object they place
That-
randomly in the air.
As a soldier main, I sympathize with that one, brother. But I think it's good enough to stay in the game.
It's really funny that like one little spot you can set up tellies that's like in the air on that little shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also a good pastime map as well.
No, the pastime map's completely different, bro.
I know, I mean, but same art style.
Yeah.
No, they use the same buildings and signs.
Okay, Lakeside,
I
Great
like
map.
it. Yeah, it's
Uh,
great. Keep it.
Yeah.
Lazarus.
Shit, remove it.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I would
hang
say
on.
keep it.
I say
It's like
keep
a
it. It's
it's
quirky.
like a B- map. It's okay.
B minus is too much. I think C. It's all right. I wouldn't like pick it, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing it.
If it's in my rotation, I want it in the game, and it's in my rotation. But it's not like a favorite.
Hmm.
Alright, we'll keep that for now. Megaton. This one's gonna be
Oh,
complicated.
This one
fuck
can go.
yes.
Keep
Terrible.
it, keep
Fuck
it,
yeah,
keep it,
keep that.
keep
No.
it, keep it, keep
No,
it.
no, no.
Terrible.
Oh, whoa, okay, well,
Terrible
hang
map.
on.
That is
I
my
wanna-
favorite community
terrible.
map of all
okay,
time.
hang on.
Mega
What
Are
is
you
wrong
a
is
with that?
sniper
amazing.
main? If you're a sniper main, I get it. But if you're not, like, what the fuck?
Megaton
I'm not
plays
a
like
sniper man,
shit.
and I
It's
still
so
love it.
horrifically optimized. It's one of the worst maps in the game. Just remove it.
I have bias towards Megaton for several reasons, but I still love it, like, even without that bias.
Okay, so you've just admitted having bias. So
Okay, fair.
If
I
it weren't
think
for
it-
Sniper, it
it's
would be
just
fantastic.
Sniper hell. It is so bad. It is such a bad
I-
map.
No, I don't play Demo and Troll.
I really
play
like
Scout, and I
Megaton,
still
but
have loads of fun
I think-
on...
Please,
It has to
just,
be
if
cut.
you're not gonna remove Lazarus, remove Megaton.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
got to go.
You guys are monsters. Megaton is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
I
change
mean,
my
for
opinion.
water jumping,
If-
Megaton's fine, but I never have enough players to warrant it.
I'm
Like,
willing
I
to
can
change.
do, like, giganto rocket jumps on
I mean,
that map,
Megaton
but
is basically
literally there's
Harvest
nobody
too.
to get sometimes.
Yeah, I'm willing to change my opinion if you move Danish cookies up on your cookie tier list. Man, I think you putting it that low was a sin.
Don't remember where I put it.
Really? You put it like
Is there some kind of beef I don't know
hated.
about?
no, dude. I was watching Zissy stream the other day. Danish cookie down, man. Those shit.
I don't-
That shit is peak.
What were those again? I have to Google them.
They are the ones in the tins that people usually have like song equipment in
Anyway.
instead of.
Oh,
dance.
the
Oh,
shortbreads.
yeah.
Ah, they're,
Yeah,
I mean,
wanna-
they're
fine with
good.
coffee.
They're good. They're good.
I want to
I'm-
wrap up this list quickly because I'll have to go soon.
yeah,
so let's
yeah,
just speed
yeah.
run through the rest of it. Nucleus.
Keep.
Keep.
All right.
I think it's bad. It's a bad map, but it's a classic.
Bad classic. All right. Overcast. That gets cut.
Remove.
Go on.
Yeah,
No
get that out.
question. Probed.
Amazing.
I
keep
liked it.
All right. Rotunda.
Remove.
I think it's okay. It's like wherever I put Snake Water, that's where Rotunda is. It's
You're
just
having
like
to
the most
cull
needed map.
maps. Remove Rotunda.
Okay. Remove it. Sawmill.
Amazing. Keep it.
That is to stay. I don't.
It's okay,
Yeah.
keep it.
I don't like how there's that one sight line that only exists on one side of the map, but other than that, it's fine. Shark Bay.
One of the better maps that we've
Yeah,
got.
it's one of the better ones. You can keep
Nice
it.
little custom icons as well.
All right. Snow Tower. Oh god, that's the high
Fucking-
channel. That
Oh,
sucks.
go on.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sweden.
That one can
Keep.
go
Absolutely
too.
keep.
Yeah,
Keep.
it can go.
No.
Keep.
Oh.
It kind of teeters on so bad
take-
it's good territory, but it's just not a
You
good
take
map.
Salford out Sweden. Fuck. It's a good map.
No.
Chat is divided.
Good kid.
The sniper mains, maybe.
I remember when it didn't have that fucking fence on the point, so it was just one
Oh my
massive.
god, yeah.
The
Yeah, it was
Crusaders
so bad.
crossbow
You could
arcs.
shoot into it through spot.
It was
Jesus
so
Christ.
bad, dude. I remember.
That was really
Alright,
funny.
let's go. Keep.
Alright. Viaduct.
You gotta get that printed on a shirt.
Viaduct's an easy
Viaduct,
one.
That's gotta
yeah.
keep.
Just amazing.
Alright.
Yeah.
Payload now. Bad water. That's gonna be a keep.
Keep.
Barn Blitz. That's a
Keep.
keep.
Just keep.
Borneo.
Keeping most of these, I think.
Keep.
Keep.
Red space.
No, Borneo.
No.
Remove Borneo, please.
Remove Borneo.
Oh, you're wrong. Borneo's great.
Borneo?
Borneo's a great map.
Absolutely not.
Nah, I can't remove.
like
Brit
Borneo.
space. I love you. You just removed Brit space preemptively.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Red space.
just get out.
And you know,
No,
fuck
no,
it.
a
Get rid
greater
of Venice
mistake
too.
exists. Yeah, Venice gone. No,
Okay.
there's no debate
Camber.
there.
Yeah.
Remove it. We don't need camber.
Yeah.
I just saw
I
someone
like
say
it, but
I'm
it's
racist.
mid. It's
I
very
just
good.
saw someone chat say I'm racist, so remove it.
Cashworks.
I don't know what's on
Remove it.
racist.
We don't need Cashworks
Cashworks.
either.
Cash-
Yeah.
Yeah, Cashworks
It's-
gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Cashworks is a
Embargo.
Embargo.
Keep
Delete.
embargo.
Embargo's a fucking mistake.
Nah.
Embargo
keep that.
is
No,
like the
embargo's
worst.
bad.
What? Alright.
Embargo is a fucking atrocity. It should.
I think
it should have
embargo
never been
is-
added.
At the very least, Embargo is the most interesting, awful map in the game, but I think it's too
Yeah.
bad.
They
It's
they
really
they
bad.
definitely put a lot into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Emerge is like
Remove it.
extremely boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Remove it. Enclosure.
Really mid.
Enclosure.
Enclosure's just too big.
Keep.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's like
keep
okay.
it.
It
Frontier,
teeters, but I think
that's
it's
a
great.
keep.
Keep it.
Frontier's great.
Gold
Keep it.
Rush. That's a classic.
Keep
Gotta
it.
Keep
that.
it.
Hoodoo.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Keep.
Yep.
Odyssey.
Remove it.
Remove
I
it.
used to say keep it. I'm at remove it at this
Yeah,
point.
Odyssey,
Okay.
remove
It feels too long.
I can't play it.
Patagonia.
I love
Uh,
it. I love it. I think Patagonia is like the best recent map we've gotten in I
Same.
don't know how long.
It's all right.
Same.
I think it's
really
great.
like
I
it.
would keep
That's
it.
definitely a keep. Alright,
Awesome.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
Remove
Yeah,
Phoenix.
remove.
I would like it if the last point wasn't so shit.
Why did you get rid of Odyssey?
Because people
It's
wanted to go.
so
so
sucks.
long. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
capital
It's
is
not
not
18. You can't have an opinion here.
Odyssey has like the most uncanny
Toaster,
art
you're
style
barely
of
18.
any map.
Hmm.
You think
Phoenix?
Odyssey has the most untamed art style?
No,
out
or just
Embargo?
uncanny. It's like so close
Oh,
to being good, but
uncanny.
it's not.
Yeah. Okay, can we all agree we keep here?
Yes.
Yeah, PV.
As much as I hate Pier, fine, keep it.
Yeah, and
I love
Phoenix.
I like how
Phoenix
Venice
was
is
good.
already unticked.
Rumford.
Absolutely.
No.
Rumford's the most like what map in the game? Like who cares?
Who? Yeah. Snowy Coast. I think that's a.
I like it.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
I'd
fine.
say keep it.
that.
Yeah.
Swiftwater.
Remove it. Swiftwater's
I
so
keep it.
bad.
I'll keep it. Keep it.
It's,
Get
it's
rid of
a
it.
map
What?
you never
Swiftwater
have
is
fun
such a
on.
good map. What do you mean?
I love
No.
There's a lot wrong
when
with
there's no
Swiftwater,
snipers.
But
I love these
Chad
maps
seems
being-
to like
snipers
it.
are like getting dealt with. It's
A lot
a
of these
good map.
issues with the maps can be fixed, like if there was no snipers. That seemed to be general consent.
Yeah,
And
just
ironically,
no-
Swiftwater
Yeah, I
was
think we
made
should
for
remove
highlight
Swiftwater.
Swiftwater
as a
third
class.
is 8. The third
Really?
point is so like tiny and choky.
Yeah.
And same with
Actually,
Lost.
yeah. Okay, fine. I kind of understand it.
Yeah.
I like
Okay,
it. Though.
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain, that's a key.
Get rid of that.
Beautiful.
What? Oh, dude,
We
third
keep
part
them
is fucked.
Yeah, but their spiral's like epic, man.
Yeah.
Some real.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
do we not like Thunder Mountain?
No,
I
Thunder
don't.
love
Yoinks does.
What? Thunder Mountain's
That is a
amazing.
I don't like
minority
Thunder
opinion.
Mountain.
I don't like
debating this here.
I don't like Thunder Mountain. I'm not a big fan. I'll just
Really?
say that. Yeah.
I love Thunder Mountain.
And
It's like a top 10 map in the game
Look,
for me.
if I did rocket jump, I'm happy.
upward,
Yeah.
we're keeping.
I said the first point in Thunder
Alright, we
Mountain.
made it through the core gamers, so speed up. Let's go payload race now. Banana Bay.
Keep.
Keep.
Alright. Hexor.
Remove. Hacksaw
Yeah,
sucks.
awful.
I only
awful
think,
map.
I think the only payload race ones people play are Banana Bay High Tower and sometimes Pipeline.
Nightfall is great.
Nightfall and
Okay.
Pipeline are classics.
Yeah, I will fight on Pipeline. I don't get why everyone jerks this map off so much. Pipeline isn't good. It's a trash
Pipeline's
map.
fun.
It really isn't good.
The-
Nightfall, I get. Nightfall is fucking awesome. Pipeline, it
overrated.
looks good. Okay, I'll
The
give you
one-
that. It looks really good.
The one,
But,
my
man.
main memories of Pipeline are on the second stage with that longest tunnel and just stacking heavies on both sides and seeing who wins. That's
So
my memory
fun.
of
Oh my
Pipeline.
God.
I hate that, dude. I don't.
Meat grinder.
It is a very.
But it isn't. It isn't like heavy v heavy. It's like 3 heavies versus like 1 soldier, and then you just fucking steamroll, and it ends in 2 minutes. It's boring.
Love the meat grinder.
And then the final
love
point
meat
is just like a fucking
I think we're
giant
keeping
open
it.
sniper sight line, and the snipers can go
I
everywhere.
think-
and just
I
fucking
think all these
headshot you
others-
while you're going uphill. By the way,
Yeah.
not fun.
I
Trash
think
map.
all these others we keep. Hexor's gone.
Yeah, I think they're all iconic, even though I think Pipeline is like gay and shit and not fun. But
Alright,
it is iconic.
Misk. Alright, we kind of went over
remove everything except Watergate, Doomsday, and Hydro.
And Adam Smash.
What about the group
Um,
keep?
No, wait, hold
Oh,
on.
it's
Sorry,
awesome.
Degree Keep,
The group
yeah.
keep's awesome.
Hold
Yeah.
on. What did Selbian do to you? That one's still a great
I would
map.
I would keep Selbian, but the rest of them I agree.
I don't think I'd keep Selbian, but
Nah, keep
whatever.
Selbian. That's an amazing map.
Yeah,
It has the
Selbian.
seal. You got to keep the redditors happy. It
Fine,
has the
keep the
seal
fucking
on it.
seal.
God damn. No, also because like the stuff that it did for charity too.
I think
like, that
we need-
was pretty good.
We love charity.
I think. I mean, yeah, I
Of
feel
course
like we
we do.
need more than one player destruction map. And I think Selbian would. I mean, I personally prefer Adam Smash, but I think overall more people are in favor of Selbian.
I don't. I'm.
It's more iconic.
You know what? I'm actually a bit
A lot of
sympathetic to
people's
Berghausen.
introduction to player destruction though, especially new wave TF2 players, has been Selbian. So
Yeah.
to
I mean, I
remove
don't
that
really
would
care
be
too
good.
much
Yeah.
for the
I have
map.
not
When I'm
gotten
playing it, I don't
Watergate
really
round,
have all that
I don't
much
know
fun
how
on.
long. Yeah, it's just all they look at the seal. They're like, "Ooh, it's a seal," and then they.
This is why we need
Yeah,
quick playbacks.
I look at it and then I go play another map.
Alright, so
I think actually Berghausen has a case. Like now that I think about it, because I do think it's better than Digger Keep. To be honest, I do. But I'm not sure if I want to delete.
it's just a
Digger Keep.
clusterfuck on the point. It's basically like do group keep last, but for the whole round.
I know
for
it's
3
fun.
stages.
Exactly. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I love it in bursts. You know.
Yeah, and I'm guessing. So are we happy with these? Any objections to these ones?
If you guys want to remove it, I'm down. But
And Power
I
Thunder
think
Mountain.
Why are
Let me-
all the
let me have that.
Saxon
Well-
Hail ones removed? What happened to them?
Okay,
No,
Those are bad.
Saxon Hail does not belong in this game.
as
Sorry.
much as I like the game mode personally, first of all, it being in Misk means that it's basically not in the game, and
Yeah,
second of
it's-
all,
even
like
in the US, I never
there
really find
the
good servers for it.
consequences of having community be responsible for the code that like operates for all these game modes is an interesting step for the game, and I don't think it's fully worked out.
That
I
being
agree.
said, I think they did a fantastic job, like making that
'Cause
game up to
Valve is-
scratch.
I don't know if you could make it a good job. I just whenever
You don't
I
have to
compare
like
it
it.
to community Saxton Hale is just so much better. Everything about it is so much better. The
You can't
maps are
have
better.
veteran
The
gear
class
and
balance
casual.
is better. The server environment is better. You have more boss variety. You have more abilities. On some of them, the engineer is given that weird building that replaces the dispenser. I forget what it's called.
The amplifier that gives you like
yeah,
crits,
that.
yeah.
Say
Yeah,
that
exactly.
They,
There's
they
like a lot
did
of
admire
fun
their
things.
work.
Yeah,
It's like a lot of really fun and interesting things to do, and on top of that, you have like the community server all talk environment. It's just great, and all of that is missing from Valve Saxton Hale. It is soulless.
With that being said, I do think it's cool to see a community mode like get some like proper recognition and finally be added in the game.
I think
in some
just-
way
I
or
wish you would get proper recognition by getting like a working community server browser, and then you could recognize.
yeah,
the
that
thing
would be really
I think if we're comparing community Saxton Hale strictly, not like the other bosses or anything, just the base Saxton Hale versus the V-script Saxton Hale, I think the V-script one is better, but you're right, those community servers had a lot more stuff going on. And
yeah, those game modes have no business being in TF2. They were always, staples and amazing things for community servers. They're just not appropriate for the base game. That's right. That's right. That's what I think.
Right. And then manpower and pastime, I think
Remove them.
Gutting all those.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about manpower pastime.
Well,
Those should have never been put in the game in the first place.
Only pastime map. Please keep this.
Pastime. It can be hype sometimes, but literally, like the way I have to go out of my way to play it right now is just not really on my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, we have the map pool.
65.
Basically.
65 maps.
That's basically in half. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's about what IQ usually.
That's pretty good.
Something like that.
All those maps specifically, he just goes through thoroughly.
Yeah, so I'll scroll down.
No, you'll never catch me queuing pipeline and casual. Maybe on community server.
I can't find payload race at all.
It's the equivalent of hitting. I'm feeling lucky on. Like,
I'm feeling lucky on.
My server has those payload race maps. Play on there if you would like to.
#ad.
And if you're in Australia, play on my server. Or something.
It's ping dependent, of course. If you want.
If you're not living in Germany, don't bother.
I mean, imagine if we had quick play, then I'd just figure it out for you. And it was like,
True. What?
True.
No way. No, sorry. I like casual mode, and if you just have rose tinted glasses, buddy.
Oh, that's a good. This guy in chat. What about Cactus Canyon?
Oh, fuck! Yeah, we forgot about that, didn't we?
I think we need to put this back
for the
in the
beta
game.
maps.
I think Cactus
Put
Canyon
it back in the game with
awesome.
the second stage. It needs the second stage back.
Finish it and.
What happened to the second stage?
They removed the second stage.
There were 3 stages originally.
Yeah.
Wait, it was 3?
There were 3.
Yeah, it was 3 stages.
Really? I only remember 1.
Yeah.
Nope. It was 3.
I don't think I played it. I only remember seeing 1.
Yeah, I only
there's 3.
remember the. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, my server runs the original 3 stage.
Interesting.
I haven't seen someone had stage in years, so I needed.
Like the only way it was able to be saved was that someone had a copy of the map file with the original 3 stages, and then I think they uploaded that to the workshop or somewhere where you can actually access it and play it on your servers. Because Valve just removed it.
I hope it should be put in the game. I feel like Cactus Canyon, like anyone who was around in that like 2014 era, everyone remembers it, and I think everyone liked it.
The beta era time was really fun because I was like, oh shit, we get to try new stuff before. Yeah, add Cactus Canyon in some way, and then Asteroid, that can be cut. That was a failed experiment.
Yeah, fuck Asteroid, sorry.
Yeah, I don't. I have no opinions.
All right.
I'm not sure if it was good or bad.
Well, I think I'm going to call the stream there. So thank you all guys for coming along. I think the overall conclusion from the sort of quick play side of things is the data seems positive. People want change. So as long as we proceed with caution and pay attention to what players actually want. And get
Don't
into
forget, SDGs owes me $50.
And specify what exactly we want and not just use vague terms all the time. Then we should be good.
I'm happy we're going more in that direction now. I see people explicitly asking what specifically they want changed. And it's so much better than these like vague umbrella terms that mean different things to different people. So I'm really happy to see that.
In terms of publishing the results, I need to finish up a bunch of the charts on that spreadsheet, and then I'll let them out to the public.
Cool.
You can just rewind the VOD. I'll keep this VOD up so you guys can...
and make sure you do a version without the people that came from me to like show people, this is not biased because of me.
The survey's closed, so if you missed out,
you had a whole
I sure would
month,
hate for someone to get into a car accident before the survey comes out.
Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Toaster, don't say...
Zesty Jesus, don't forget you owe me $50.
Oh my god.
Toaster, don't say any slurs as in the stream this time. I know this has happened before.
That was months ago.
It's happened
They're
before.
Argentinian dollars. It doesn't matter.
We do not
you're like a volcano,
forget.
bro. You're overdue.
Dude.
Anyway,
will we see you on the 29th for the next charity stream?
Yeah, I can. Oh wait, maybe. I'll
right.
rain check on that. I'm not quite sure. Probably. I'll say like 60% chance.
Sweet, that's good enough.
Alright. Time to end the stream. Where did I put OBS? Here it is. Alright. Goodbye, everyone.